Whoa! He loves her?
him, I don't
Commentary
want you doing
shows.
it. And then they were arguing back and forth. And then Liana thought Andy was going to cheat, which he did. So obviously she's going to cheat. So they were
Dog.
both like arguing about who's cheating, even though they both cheated, I
I
guess.
mean, I'm gonna be completely honest with you though, too, man. It's like if you're already going on this trip and your girlfriend finds out about it, I think it's kind of fair enough if she gets dick from another guy. You know?
Well, I listen. That's their business. But the funny thing was, I did talk to Leon on the phone because I asked Andy, "Are you okay?" Like, I thought maybe one of his family members died. I didn't even know it was Liana. I'm
So
like, "Are
basically,
you
Andy,
okay?
It
Like,
was
what's
wait, wait,
wrong?"
wait. It was that bad? You thought one of his family members died?
Yes, he was screaming at 6 in the morning. Who? You think I'm gonna think it's about some
That's
girl,
what
meth
I
head from
mean. Like, I really
Australia?
want to drive home how extreme that is.
Like, I
Dude,
knew this guy, so I'm like, oh, maybe his grandma or his mom is sick or something. I don't know.
yeah,
I
or
thought
somebody in
something
his
happened.
family's sick, not his girlfriend. Like talking about how
Yeah,
she wants to fuck another dude because
and
you decided
then
to go
and
to
then I'm
Vegas and
like,
fuck black hookers.
I talked to
it's
him and I'm
so
like, "Are
good.
you good?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm good, I'm good." He immediately stops, and then I talked to Liana. I'm like, "Oh hey, Liana." He's like, "Oh, it's Iron." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me. Hey, what's everything cool?" She's like, "Yeah, no, never mind."
Never
And I'm like, "All
mind.
right, I'm
Don't
going
Never
worry.
back
mind.
in
I
the
didn't.
room."
Never
I'm
mind.
going back in the room. He did keep talking to her for like another 10 minutes, and then it stopped. And then we were like, and then me and Rita were like, dude, this might be a rough week. And that was like day one. That was day two, night one of
Oh
like the
god.
fucking week we had.
So
Yeah, so that was
this
crazy.
some G person said no one left the Discord has any leaks, not even a screenshot. They're asking for like leaks, but wasn't a lot of this in person though?
Yes. Like
Yeah.
there.
So
Look,
They were
so
in
There's
meat
not gonna be
space. They
fucking
were
leaks. It's
like
literally
just
okay,
in
like so
flesh.
let me nip this in the butt. If anybody was expecting me to go take pictures of black hookers being fucked by people I thought were my friends, you think I was gonna
that's
do that?
illegal.
Yeah, because
That's
That the hookers.
illegal.
well, if
But
that's
that's
they're
not
like
your
illegal.
friends,
That's
why would you
intentional.
post the incriminate? Like, why would
yes,
you
I
save
was I
incriminating
was
evidence?
disgusted. I was disgusted.
Yeah,
I was about to leave the hotel, and me and Renee were
you,
like, "Dude, let's go get another room. Let's leave the hotel. Let's go somewhere." Like, I'm done. I'm done. This is fucking retarded. What the fuck
yeah,
is wrong with them?
understandable.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, look,
hang on, hang
you're in
on.
Vegas. People, it's the Sin City. I'm not judging them for what they did. I'm just judging
Yeah,
them for who
but
they
I had
did
a
it to.
question. You did not
And
know
I'm
they were gonna get the hookers. You were because like you had no aware of that.
no,
Like,
no, no.
yeah,
I was not at the club. I didn't go to the club because I was throwing up. Like I literally was sick. Like I got sick from all the alcohol and I just partied too much. I'm not used to drinking a bottle a day like that. Like in the second day, I was like, my body was like, no. Like usually, if I'm partying or hanging out with friends, Kyler's seen me drunk,
You've seen
but like
Twisted
I would,
Mind.
yeah, you see Twisted, but like, will I
You
ever
you've
really
seen
like?
me
Have you ever
drunk a
seen me?
lot.
Oh, I'll drink like me
You
normally.
you
I'm
don't
not.
you don't get trash. You get
I don't get
tipsy and
trash like that.
you get
I've
tipsy and
only
silly.
been
You don't
drunk
get
on
like
stream once.
Yes, yeah. I'll drink like a quarter bottle or maybe almost half. I wouldn't,
you
and
you
but
know
I
when
was
to
in Vegas.
stop. You know when you're like,
Yes,
okay, I'm drunk enough. I'm just gonna chill on it. I don't know how to do. That's why I don't drink anymore, really, because I don't know that.
I don't blame you. But those first
Again,
two
you've seen
days, I
Twisted
literally
Mind,
drank.
so the evidence speaks for
Yeah.
itself.
So the first 2 days, I drank the equivalent of one bottle a day, like within 10 hours, and then like the next day another bottle, and it was like
yeah.
whiskey or rum.
Oh
So I was
no.
so I'm like rum I can handle, and whiskey. I guess the whiskey fucked me up, and then both days for like
No, like
it
the
fucked me
hotel you
up.
guys were staying at, were you in like one of those like casino hotels where like you go
Yeah, the
down, they had all
Bellagio.
the
It was called the
food? I
Bellagio.
watched it.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
it was
Yeah,
sick.
that sounds like I mean, the trip sounds fun for the most part. Besides having to like comfort your friend during
Can you
his like,
imagine how horrifying
Yeah.
it'd be having a fun weekend in Vegas or week in Vegas with the bros? This insane guy is comping everything, and then like everything's going fine. Maybe there's a little bit of turbulence. Maybe the phone call with Liana's kind of weird, but it's Liana Taylor. Go fucking figure on that one. Why is Andy dating her? Why? And then that happens. could you imagine like the just the disconnect I would have? I'd be like, this trip
Silver
is
Knight's
ruined now.
volume's very low. Silver, you gotta turn up your volume. Apparently, it's low.
I
All right.
can't fix that. It's like my computer's having an issue.
It might be
it's
your.
fine.
I can hear you
I
fine.
can hear you personally. On
It
my
might be
end,
for.
very
It might
fine.
be your. Is that the? Are you streaming it? Are you the one?
He's
streaming?
using, dude, Iron. He's using
Yeah.
Prism to stream on desktop.
Oh, that's why I don't know. OBS,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know,
like,
but,
I don't know about that one. But
OBS,
I'm looking
I
at
can tell you
Prism
that.
right now. You might just boost your own microphone and Prism up with the slider.
Yeah, you might have to do that.
I'm
So
trying to
wait,
do
our
that.
audio is good, right?
Yeah.
Is.
I heard the rest of you fine.
Alright,
I don't
cool.
know why
The
it's
whole
so
time when I
quiet.
was watching. But
Good,
yeah,
good.
so like, but Kyler's right. So like, some
Hang
weird
on,
thing
I gotta figure
happened,
this
then the next
out.
day would be chill, the next day, and then some weird thing would happen, and then the next day, and then at the end of the week, like the fucked up thing
Hang on,
happened.
is it better? Is it better now? Hello?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
it's
You were
fine.
always good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just his end because you're going good. You're going good on my end, really fine.
Yeah, that's weird. Hang on, let me go on the stream and see.
But you're good. You're good.
On our
Anyways,
end, at least, yeah.
y'all can finish your.
And by
what
the
y'all
way, the
saying.
guy asking about that Discord's gone. I think the guy Andy or because Andy was the one that owned it. I think they nuked it. Like,
Well, I
everybody-
made
Don't
it.
they
go
still
ahead.
wait? Don't they still have a Kino Casino server?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. If they do, they don't advertise it openly.
Yeah.
No, because I know they have a server with like Jaden McNeil, Gabe Hoffman, and people.
Really?
No, so I was never
Gabe
in that
Hoffman's
one.
in
Yeah,
there?
because
No.
because in the election stream, Jaden, Gabe Hoffman, they're all on the server on that stream. So that's how I know they have a.
Wait.
server
What
with
was
all
it
them
called?
in
What
it.
was it called?
I don't know the server name. I just know they were in a voice chat, and it was like a Discord server voice chat.
Okay.
Okay.
The channel was called On Air.
Okay, wait, hold up. Okay, so I think I know what you're talking about. Let me clear that up. No, so there's a during the early days of Kino Casino, they made a separate Discord. I was in it because I was on the show one day. It's called Kino Casino. There's only but it's like a dead server. They don't use it anymore because I think they actually left it.
Do
So,
they
like-
use
So
the
they
main?
probably have another one then
Yeah,
because they have one
there's
with
a new one.
Jaden
There's
and
probably-
Gabe
yeah.
Hoffman in it.
Their connection
Oh,
to
by the
Gabe
way,
Hoffman's very.
I
Oh yeah,
wanna
the
say-
one
I wanna say
speaking of
something about
Jaden, there's one thing I
so-
want to ask you,
Wait.
both you and Ian, since
Oh yeah, go ahead.
this happened around the Vegas trip. What was the whole thing of PPP and Borsky making Jaden cry his eyes out?
Okay, so before I went on the one whatever trip number it was, Andy bragged during the trip and making jokes about like Jaden because he went on Ralph's stream or something, and that
Oh yeah, I remember that.
he called him and basically was on tears on the phone with Andy and PPP and Jaden. Like,
Wait,
saying,
wait.
I'm sorry.
Who's Jason again?
No, Jaden
Of course.
McNeil, that's their friend.
Jaden
That's like-
McNeil is
Oh,
Nick
you're not
Fuentes'
talking
former best
about,
friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not talking about Jaden, like the one that
No,
Okay.
all right, let him finish.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
I had to
I
get that.
like
You're good.
most of us that were in Kino Casino or the Twisted Mind, like none of us really cared about Jaden, like because he was like Nick Fuentes' like bottom boyfriend or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
the Nick
we,
Fuentes shit.
so I know that
Sorry.
he went over there to the house and but after the house, I guess they got paranoid because he went on Ralph's show and they probably were panicking thinking they're gonna get doxxed. That was the main thing. They were scared to get doxxed by everybody, even though nobody doxxed them. Because like I wasn't the piece of shit. There were 6 months before they left Vegas or
Hey.
Nevada, whatever, before like any of us could have doxed them and we didn't because we're not about that shit, dude. Like a lot of us
Right.
thought we were just friends hanging out in there.
Mhm.
That's it. Like he's the
Yeah,
one
okay.
that
Yeah.
started the shit. The only reason I even said any of this is because what he said to Kyler. And I was like, and I'm like, you know what? Like I was friends with like Putrid too, because she got brought into the Twisted Mind server. So I was like, you know what? That's a low blow. Like they joked about me. PPP made a video about me, whatever, saying, oh, some Mexican. First of all, I'm not Mexican, but even if I was, whatever. But he was like saying, oh, you're gonna believe him or what's fun? Like I'm like PPP, like you're
Yeah.
the one to talk. You're the one showing your asshole on stream. Like everybody's like, come on, people know.
Well, did
you're
he
it's a
do
fuck-
it? Apparently, he did it in front of children too.
Well, I mean
What?
that might be gilding the lily a little bit. Is it possible that
Apparently,
someone
he did it
under
like in a protesting thing, though. That's what
he
I
was
heard
he
from
was mad about
comments.
Stream.me, I think's leaderboard and payment system and the politics involved in that
Yeah.
because Stream.me had a leaderboard that you get paid from the site on for being on, and for a while he was on it, and then other bigger streamers moved on to Stream.me because of their lax policies and rules, and then they eventually got bumped off the leaderboard. It became this whole drama thing with this guy Kitty Styles and other people involved too. Dispatch, Xander, all those people. I think like he just got drunk one night and spread his butthole open on stream. I protest the notion that he did it in front of children because I don't know what child would watch People's Populist Press on streaming. That's
No,
retarded.
apparently he did it. Apparently
barely had any
he
viewers.
showed it in like a protest, like in a protesting like
He did
rally
it more
as
than
well.
once.
Hang
He
on,
was
hang on.
drunk.
We have someone that joined in here called Kill.
Yeah, Kill
Casino.
yeah.
Yo, what's up,
Oh.
Kill
Kill
Kino
Casino.
Casino? My man.
Oh, what's
What's
up,
up, bro?
dude?
Oh, y'all know this
My
guy?
man.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
Yeah.
If I know, I think I know who this is. You're the one.
Yeah,
DMing
we've-
me,
I-
right?
I've
yeah,
DM'd
okay,
you
okay,
for- yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Well, welcome to Raven. Welcome on the Raven
Well,
Cat show.
so I
Man. Appreciate having
missed.
you.
I don't know what exactly all y'all been talking about. I just saw Raven's DM. So I
We're
pretty much
just-
just tuned in.
Yeah, we were talking
We-
about like the
we
whole,
mostly-
like, Vegas stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's stuff
all,
you
like,
probably already
Wolf's
know.
Pass.
Yeah,
Well-
Ravencast. We talked about them last episode. That's kind of led into this, and like we got Andy Worski so mad at us that he had a
Oh yeah,
he had
he
a-
saw that.
meltdown.
You liked a few of my tweets where Andy Worski was like blocking and trying to like say like it didn't happen.
He was trying
Wait,
to
are
not talked
you talking about just now or before when
No,
y'all did
this
the,
was like
This is
like
our
the
last
other
week's
day.
show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Worski blocked me a week or two ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
like,
really?
recently as well that he
Well,
blocked. you
it's
as
funny
well.
because PPP blocked me first. Obviously, Worski knew about me, but I think because I had done the Raven show, Worski was trying to pretend that
Mhm.
he did. And I never once added them. I followed PPP, but I didn't follow Worski because I wanted to see like when I was
Oh,
on their
yeah.
radar.
He hasn't blocked
so-
me
definitely.
yet, surprisingly. I don't know why, but
But
yeah.
he hasn't blocked you, but he's
Uh-uh.
blocked me immediately
Ashton
after the
neither-
stream.
Andy's blocked me, but PPP
Yeah.
has not
So
blocked
no,
me yet.
Ashton hasn't blocked me, but after that stream I did with Kyler, he blocked me immediately when it was over.
He might
I thought it was
block me
funny.
after this stream. He might be watching right now.
They're
They
such
had-
Yeah, if you're
pussies,
wa-
man.
Watching
They're
this
such
right
fags.
now, you won't find me on Twitter. I will at you until you see this shit. Look, I don't care.
You know, I'm not scared of no Kino Casino either. They're not really
Scared of
scary
it too.
at
I'm
all.
not scared of you guys. Like, you may have a somewhat bigger following than us, but but we're not scared. We'll talk about you.
Have you
milk
seen
you
who
dry.
watches that show? It's all like they're on
Yeah, it's
Predator
literally
Poachers getting
all
busted.
pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
all
like
pedophiles on drugs.
every single time one of them gets exposed, they're always a pedophile. Like always. It's
Every
crazy.
single time.
Oh, Kyla, I got something to ask you. It just popped up.
Sure.
Were you still talking to Andy Worski when that whole thing happened where where one of their fans got exposed on Alex Rosen?
Yeah, they didn't talk about it too much. They laughed about it privately, but they didn't talk about it too much. And I was like, it was right after the bad thing happened to me, and I really didn't give a fuck at the time. Like, I knew it happened, but I'm like, okay, well, what are the chances? Like, I guess I coped internally by being like, okay, this one guy happens to watch internet shit, is terminally online, and also is messaging minors. Like, okay, it's bound to happen to any show. I'm sure a pedophile watches Red
Yeah,
Bar.
it was funny because.
But wait,
they
after
tried
that
to
happened
say-
though,
they tried to blame Ethan Ralph, which was funny. Like, oh, this is a Kill Streak fan. This
they're
is a K.
yeah, they're
KR.
retarded. They it's just pivot and spin. It's classic like dirty media tactics or whatever. But it's like, okay, that one isolated incident to me happened where a predator poacher guy got busted and happened to watch a lot of internet content that's niche. Okay. Not shocking, but then it keeps happening over and over.
Over
And
and
Metamask
over,
is
exactly.
shy
Over
AF.
and over.
Who else? I mean,
Dr. Barlow's Trigger Point, like
Trigger
all these
Point,
guys.
too?
Trigger Point's a big like lolicon guy.
Really?
He's like this gross looking Mexican dude.
That's
Dr.
disappointing.
Barlow's. Dr.
let's-
Barlos is
I
this
saw
Mexican
that.
dude that was in Shadman's replies.
And
Oh,
let's not
Shad, man.
mention, let's also not
Oh,
forget
fuck.
Andy Worski did sweep for Gator as well, because he was like, "Oh,
Of course.
every VTuber is better than Ralph."
Oh, Gator. I don't know why anybody defended Gator back in the day. Gator was so fucking unhinged, and he still is to this day. Like, I don't know if you guys remember when Gator. Well, I get this confused all the time. It was either Gator or it was somebody else, but they were like fighting with some like bar, somebody at, like a bar or something like that, because they refused to wear their face masks. The guy got an
Oh,
altercation.
was it
that
during
Gator?
was it during Knoxville when he was wearing the luchador mask all the time to hide his identity?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
that. Yeah.
No, okay.
Well, Ralph made him wear that mask because he was so embarrassed because Gator's like a fat loser.
Yeah.
You know who the cool
Gator
person
was
was?
forced to wear the mask.
I miss Zidane. Zidane was the only cool person. Like besides that, like I don't know what happened to him, but I do miss. I don't think anything bad came out about him. I think he just dipped out when the timing was right. But I miss Zidane a lot.
Yeah.
I think Sedan definitely probably did
He had
the
a
right
big
decision.
boy career, I think, besides the internet stuff. So he was more focused on that and just dipped out when it got too hot, so to speak. But Gator, I'd lost a lot of respect for him over time, just chip by chip. Because again, I was a kill stream guy too. And Gator, I never really looked into him that much. I didn't really know much about him. I just knew him as the nerdy guy on the kill stream. So I hear all this stuff. I see now he's like into VTuber shit and like playing the Final Fantasy VII remaster, remake, whatever, and it's garbage. I don't know.
Yeah. I just remember like the era of Gator where like he was bringing people on. It's like 2020. He's bringing people on. He's getting really political for some reason about Trump. Like he just became like the massive like, and he started looking like what's his face? What's his face? The fucking Tiger King guy. He looks like the Tiger King guy.
He kind of does, yeah.
Joe Exotic.
Looks like Joe Exotic.
Yeah, he looked like
I
Gator
don't know
looked
about
like
that,
Joe
but-
Exotic.
Well,
at the
Gator,
time.
I mean, that's an insult to Joe Exotic. I mean, Gator is so fat. He's such a loser, dude. I mean,
He's very uninteresting too. Let's get to the other interesting
Oh.
topics. What? Okay, so Kill Kino Casino. What?
Well, can
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, can y'all get into the Discord? Because like to me, the
Mhm.
holy grail of Andy Worski is like what's going on in
what's
his
been
Discords.
going on? 'Cause
What
I
in the
know
fuck?
He goes in there and he has like all these pedo pay pigs.
I
So
would
what's been going?
pay
Like, what goes on in the
anything
Discord?
to get the Discord logs. I mean, how many Discords does he have? Like,
there were like at least
who
three.
is all in these Discords?
Because at the end of it, I made a last one because I'm involved with $1 Million Extreme too, and like back in the day, the group was called Guy Heaven, and Guy Heaven is like, I'm not gonna get into it, but they influenced stuff during Fish Tank. Jimmy was a Guy Heaven plant. I'll put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy
I've
was a
heard of that.
plant from Guy Heaven, and I'm in deep with Guy Heaven, and so I was trying to like bridge two friend groups together. If Guy Heaven, like a few guys, from there, because it's a reference to a Sam Hyde skit where a gym was called Guy Heaven, and that's what we called the group. And so I was gonna bridge two gaps there, and like that's where I hung out. I'm like, this is where you'll find me. So they would come in there and hang out, and I would be in the other Discord still. But I wouldn't hang out on that one because it was like Liana's text chats were in there, and she was annoying to be around. She was grating. It was a
Right.
drain for her to be in the presence of anybody. So I know
Okay,
for a
so
fact that
Do you
most of
have
them are
any
nuked.
screen caps of her like being crazy?
I don't-
So
well, the thing
is
is,
this
too-
Worski's personal Discord, or is this like how many Discords did y'all have where Worski was involved? Like, did he have his private like? This is like the inner circle.
Yeah, it was
Discord,
Twisted
like,
Mind for a while. That was like the main home base. He may have had a secret one without me, but the one I was involved in was just the Twisted Mind Patreon
Okay,
one
so
that got converted
let me shed
into.
some light. So after the Vegas trip, right? They knew me particularly because I made it obvious. I was like, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to certain people anymore.
Yeah.
So there was some people telling me that they made besides Twisted Mind, Kyler, there was like a Discord, and then every time Liana caused a problem, another Discord was made
Yes.
just to get away from her. And then another Discord was made because they didn't trust this guy now because he was still cool with me. Then another Discord was made, and then by the end of it, there was only like 4 people, and they were like the fags. sorry,
Pathetic.
the retards,
Yes,
idiots.
men, simp,
The
idiots.
yes man, yeah. So like the
Oh, yeah,
guy
the yes
Gorgov,
men.
right?
That's
The guy Gorgov,
Oh
the
my
guy that
God,
said. By the
Gorgov.
way, so
Is he
Gorgov,
still
I
around?
saw. Wait, listen,
Okay,
Kyler. So
sorry, go ahead.
during your stream, when you were talking about what happened, Gorgov's like, "I'm praying for you, man." And all that. He was saying
And
this
that's
shit.
the moment,
man.
that's the moment where I'm like, okay, Gorgoth, you're delusional as gloves off. Like, you're praying for me? Like, dog, I'm not the one that
Like,
got
pray
my
for
virginity.
yourself,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not the one that got. I mean, I'm not even gonna say it because, like, I am a Christian, so I'm not gonna remove the mote from his eye when I have a plank in mine, certainly. But I'm gonna point out that he was the person that was deflowered by a large black African hooker.
Yeah.
That's
And,
not
Not
me.
only that, but it's like, dude, that's kind of sad in my opinion. The fact that you had to like go to a hooker. That's what Christian had to do. I don't know if y'all know about the locale shit, but that's what Christian
No,
did.
man,
Oh.
you're talking to a guy that was reading the front page of Encyclopedia Dramatica in 2007 when it was first featured in
Yeah,
October.
Kyler's an old head.
Yeah, I've been around the. Yeah, you can find
well,
edits
okay,
I've made
so
on Encyclopedia Dramatica
let
to
me
this
ask. So Iron, were you around? Because recently we dug up a clip. Kyler, you've already commented on this where Joey Beezer. This was during the Raven stream where he was going off.
Joey,
Now, Joey Beezer talked. Joey Beezer is Psycho Gun Gear, so he talked about purchasing a mic
Yes.
from. He purchased a mic from Twisted Mind that y'all sold for like $2,000, and they were talking about how y'all were having basically like a private bidding war. So
No, it
like,
was
can
on
you
a
shed some
stream.
light on this? Were you
It was a
around,
stream.
Iron, during this time?
No, so I heard about it after the fact. Like I was around, but I didn't watch, dude. Like this was during the time when
This
I
was like early, right? This
Yeah,
was a long
no,
time
it
ago,
wasn't just
right?
early. Like at this
Hang on.
time, I knew these guys, but I was like
Yeah.
working under my father's business. I was working like 50 hours a week, so I barely had time to watch any stream. But I knew about it. I just wasn't around. Like how.
So
I
when
guess-
did you come on board, Iron? Like during Kino Casino and that started, or
no. So near the end of Twisted Mind is when I started dipping my toe, I guess, quote unquote, speaking.
Yeah.
And on mic, on show. Because
Okay.
like people, I always used to just donate before, but I didn't call in until like 7, 8 months, maybe 6, the latest, like before
So
Twisted Mind
I have a
ended.
question. So when Twisted
Yeah.
Mind ended, you called in, and then you became You became part of the group. Did it take you like a while from the trust you to be part of their little group, or
No,
was it like?
I mean, ask Kyler that because it's like I just came in. I mean,
He was the homie. He wasn't like he
I
was.
never snaked anybody. I
No.
never snaked anybody. I never doxed anybody. I never even threatened. Like I was cool with a
You're a real
lot of the
nigga.
people in there.
That's why you're here right now,
Yeah.
because you're a real nigga. It's that's
Yeah, like the people that Andy, like these people, like they used to watch Andy's show.
You're the kind
like,
of person who would push back on Andy's stuff sometimes and say
Yes.
no. That's why you're not. That's why you're here right now and not hanging out with them still. And that's why I'm here right now is because we actually have
Yeah.
a critical thought in our fucking head, and we'll tell Andy, hey, this might be a bad idea. This is kind of crazy. If I
Yeah,
was
you
around
can't
those
go
2.5
against this hard.
years, Liana may not even
like
be in the
I
picture.
can tell you what was the last thing Andy said to me and how it ended, right? Because after the Vegas trip, I didn't even really talk to him specifically. I didn't talk to Gorgov. I didn't talk to because like Ashton was like not he was in the Discord, but he never really joined the call or whatever. He never was like in the VC like that. Once or
Did you
twice
at
a
least
year.
leave the trip with like a I mean, so like, so my question is like so you said goodbye to everybody at the airport, right? Or like you drove if you were driving to the trip. You said your goodbyes, and then you went back, and then like that was kind of when you're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna start like drifting away from.
No,
from...
the night of when I saw the black hookers, like I was like, I'm done. Like
Oh, yeah.
I was leaving.
It's
I was packing my
understandable.
shit, dude. I was packing my shit in the other room, and Reneg's like, dude, the trip's ending tomorrow. Like, just like, why waste your
Right.
money? We'll just close the door and lock it, and that's it. And I was like, you know what? He's right. He's right. So like,
Yeah,
but
it's right.
as
You
soon
shouldn't-
as
He's a pretty
Yeah, that was
reasonable
valid.
guy. If
Rest
you
of
hear
your
him
trip.
talk, like Iron's a pretty reasonable guy.
like
Yeah,
that
you
was
sound-
for me. That wasn't for me.
Yeah, like you sound reasonable, and yeah, I definitely think that you're a good person for saying that. You could have done the
Like,
whole
his
Vegas
reactions
experience.
to shit's
Had the hooker
reasonable.
and
Like it's
Yeah.
not. It's reasonable reactions to
Dude,
things. He's a reasonable guy. This is not somebody who's just like
Yeah.
unhinged and slighted and crazy.
you're nice. I mean, yeah, you're
Yeah.
speaking facts here. If my friends brought over, like, if
They
I'm
tried
sharing a
saying I
hotel
was
room
like
with my
Kanye
friend,
West bipolar meltdown when I was just telling the truth about the fucked up shit they do, how terrible Liana is of a person, how weird they are.
it is.
They
It's
were,
like
and like I
were they
said,
not
Yeah, they
Iron? Were they
immediately
not?
went into
Dude,
like
hang on.
slandering you over your girlfriend. That was so crazy, and it was so
that's what made me
telling.
get involved. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
want to touch
was.
it anymore.
What
Like we
happened?
Right.
talked about
Fucking
it
nuts, dude.
because Kyler caught on, right? Once that thing happened between Kyler and Leon or Andy, whatever. Like me, Renig, and some other people that are not involved, like in the calls or the shows, but they were there. Like we told them the truth in private. And then we're like, like, hey, yeah, like, is anybody surprised, like how fucked up Andy is? I mean, he's fucked up. He's a fucking disgusting. I don't even want to say it. It's like, and Kyler's right. Like, I got in trouble, quote unquote, even back then because I would push back on Andy. I'd be like, Andy, I
Right.
wouldn't do that shit. I don't
You
agree
you
with this.
called out Osier, who is one of the most psychotic motherfuckers
Oh
on the
my
internet.
God.
Literally, Osier of Soul, Riley Shore, aka Crowleyport, is one of the most insane people in there. But he's low key though. He doesn't go on. He doesn't call in. I don't think he even donates
Yeah.
anymore because he's poor. But, I mean,
He never donated. He was always broke.
Really?
He was like
He would
living off
donate
of
to
like
me
Canadian
sometimes.
ABT.
He's
He's
still
living
on
up-
Twitter. Liana
hang on,
will
hang on,
tag
hang on.
him occasionally.
Yeah,
He would
I mean,
flirt
oh.
nonstop with Liana in the Discord.
Hey, hang on, hang on. I got one thing to ask real quick for Iron, right? So, oh, he left? Fuck,
no,
who left?
I don't know. Not me.
No, that was.
Now somebody
I don't
else. You're
know.
good. Go ahead. Go.
All right, good. Sorry. So Iron, right? So like that night you were mad, which you like again, like I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna preface this a lot. Like I understand that if I was on a vacation with some homies, one of them brought a hooker, I would have been like, yeah, dude, I'm not for that. That's not my kind of shit. And
Well,
like
yeah,
at
I
least
mean,
though,
it wasn't just that. Like that was like, oh man, this is cringe. But then the fact that, like,
the fact that they had a
I'm not
guy who
gonna
could barely move around with you guys, like
like
that.
not
You had to
just
get in
that,
the back of the
like
truck.
the fact that the things that were said, like the supposed ideas and some of the things we kind of agreed on was bullshit to them. And I'm like, oh, like this is
Right.
no, I'm out. I'm out, guys. See ya. Like, have fun. Bye. Fuck you. But like, I was like, yeah, I was disgusted, and I'm like, bro, like,
Right.
really? Like, I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like,
Swan puts it really well in chat here. I think that's the general vibe she says. So Swan's also one of the people that was around, one of the old school people for Twisted Mind that was kicked out because Liana is insane and can't handle a woman existing in the same space as her when Andy's around. Swan
So
says,
Liana had this like so she had this kind of like oh, women, like I can't have any other
well,
women
yeah,
around
she's
me
built
kinda
like
thing.
a linebacker and has like a meth face.
Oh,
Of course, any
Discord.
woman like is
Sounds
going to
like
be
a-
competition to her. Like, goddamn. But then Swan says
So-
everyone else was done with it until how they treated Kyler. So everyone kind of moved
Right.
on. It was out whenever I tapped into it. It was kind of old news. It was kind of old hat. But whenever they caught wind of how they did me, it was back on again because it's bullshit. I'm like the last person that should have gotten any kind of shit at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you were like Andy's top. I mean, well, maybe not top guy is the right word, but you were like his co-host for years. Like you
Yeah.
were like, his friend, his real legitimate friend. You weren't just like a pay pig.
No.
You weren't, and he just snaked you like it was nothing.
Like it was,
was
yeah,
crazy.
it was like, yeah, and like it would like basically a Twisted Mind had, and I don't really care. Is whatever. It's. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, how dare you?
Hey,
but that's the facts, though. It's like that could never happen. Like it might.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he did
but
you so
I had
dirty.
a-
It's-
But check
I
your
actually
DMs,
have a
Kill Kino
question,
Casino. I sent you a present you might like.
yeah, so I was
Um,
looking at this channel, but I'm trying. Do you know the stream?
I'm looking
I
at it
wanna-
right
yeah.
now. I just found it again. I've been scrolling through it. It was one of the longer streams, I feel like, and I'm looking for it. It was an auction we did. So basically, like I want to come back to what you asked about the microphone and all that stuff and how that
Yes,
came
please.
about. So what happened was the idea was that we were being censored so hard on platforms because our show was nuts. I was an alcoholic back then. Let's not mince words about it. I'm currently not on the shit, so you can see the difference night and day. I'm stone cold sober, but I was.
Yeah, you look better. I mean.
Thank you. I feel better too for the most part, but physically at least. But it was a stream. I wish I could find it, but it was a stream we did where we were going to raise money to basically red bar ourselves, where we were going to buy a streaming like like how Red Bar did it, where the stream came in through a back end. It wasn't beholden to a very strict TOS or moderators.
Right. Have your own server, have your own site, all that stuff.
All the site, and then we did this stream raising money for it, and then Andy just sent me half the money, and we never did it. So we basically jacked up, whatever the stuff. We Andy scrounged around his room for things he could sell, like the Worski Live SM7B was one of them. And what happened was Raziel Mutant, who I'm disappointed in finding out, hearing him on some of these streams, like the Worski Coke stream about Raven. I was disappointed to hear him in that one because he's actually a pretty mellow, chill guy to talk to. I mean, whatever. But whatever. I guess he was yo-yoing up the price of the microphone, fighting for it, and this is live, with Joey Beezer. And then any sensible person would have stopped at some point, but then Joey Beezer bought that bitch for like $2,000+. So I got $1,000 off that. Thanks, Joey. You bought me a new oven, dude.
Nice.
Thanks, man. But then we also auctioned off other things too. It was like kind of a bidding war thing. It was fun, but the idea was to raise money for this thing. But like how all things go with Andy, it's a good idea. It's all like, oh, let's do this thing. Oh, and then when it comes time to actually work and do this shit, it's just like, oh, fuck it, man.
I mean, the money just went into drugs or whatever he was doing.
Whatever he was doing at the time. I don't even know what all he was doing now looking back on. He could have been, because I know he was not too long ago, like Iron said, recreationally doing cocaine, not habitually as he claims. So he would do coke once in a while. And Riley Shore, Osier of Soul, would literally do cocaine with his cousin in the server. So it's like if you're around.
So they were just ripping lines like live in the Discord.
Yeah, his cousin was like a dealer or whatever.
Oh my
part-time
God.
dealer. His cousin was actually not that bad of a guy.
I don't know how they're related.
Casino?
Well,
yeah,
they're related. Look, the funny thing is, I'll tell you a little bit of a story about that. So wait, hold up. So I became. You could ask Kyler, but I became.
Osier of Soul
really
and his
cool.
cousin, basically, is who this is about.
Yeah, I became cool with a lot of the people in that server, outside the server, because I just, I don't know. I like to talk. I'm not shy. So I became cool with everybody to the point where his cousin, Riley Shore's cousin, sends me a screenshot. Now I still have it. He sends me a screenshot of because Osier had a weird like insanity thing with me. He started calling me Hitler and Satan and stuff like that, and he hated me at some point because I would,
you'd call him out on his shit.
Some people would view that as a compliment. Well, not the same part.
Well, he would say some crazy shit, and I'd be like, "You're fucking retarded," and he would freak out. He'd spurg out. So his cousin became cool with me, and like everybody, I give everybody a chance. You see him, all right, I'll talk to you, cool. So his cousin sends me a screenshot at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm asleep, so I didn't see it till like 8 o'clock. He sends me a screenshot at 4:30 in the morning showing Riley Shore spam calling his cousin 50 times within like 5 minutes. Because he was threatening he was threatening his cousin with violence because he was Discord friends with me.
What? Oh, that's like, crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not scared of this fucking faggot." He's like, he's too broke to even drive over here. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He's too
but he sent me a screenshot. It says Osier called this guy, whatever, his cousin 50 times within like 10 minutes. And he didn't pick up, obviously.
Yeah,
because
I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to make this announcement. We will be ending stream at 1 a.m. at 1. So we got 34 more minutes. So if anyone wants to call in, y'all can call in now before we end.
I think that's swag. I can't lie.
And I might do more content where I interview with people within like Kino Casino because all this lore is actually interesting.
Well, honestly,
this has been a really interesting stream. I'm glad you guys are coming out here and talking to us. This is cool. Like,
because it would be good to have me, but like having these guys also here is really good because sometimes I actually get hard corraler because I'm a little retarded like Alex Jones, and I get. Like due to the thing that happened to me last year, I have some problems piecing together time of events from that chunk of the year because I was literally out of my fucking mind. I was literally
but we love
out of my mind.
But we love having people on.
Oh, for sure, man.
Understandable. But also, I love having more people on. I'm glad that we got like some other people talking about their experiences with Andy.
I really
Yeah,
want
okay,
to.
okay.
No.
Wait, I want to ask Kill Casino. You said you
I'll be
had
right back.
a
I'm gonna
question
piss.
for me. You want to just pop one off now, like, because
it's really just. I mean, I have many questions. I guess. Most of them about the Discord stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to hear like more stories about the Discord. Really about like these weirdos like Joey, like
yeah. So I mean, like,
was there ever a guy called a Lipstick Larry? Because he's one of these guys that's been
Lipstick
streaming
Larry?
on Kick. So they have these goons that are streaming on Kick. Zaneed, Joey, Casino Tolerator.
that's Metacrimasochist. That's the pedophile.
Well, no, okay, there's two Casino Tolerators. There's K Tolerator, and then there's.
Well,
What
the
is
funny
the-
thing
one
is,
of
okay,
them
so let me say
is-
something. Wait, hold
Are
on.
you
So let me say
familiar with
something.
Hang on.
Wait.
Go ahead.
So after my stream with Kyler, Ashton made a video saying he banned Metacrimasochist. He called him a pedophile. But then, like,
Right.
I saw screenshots on Twitter saying that he was banned, but then they immediately had another account, and then they found two, like,
Oh.
they found the
Well,
dates
he's been
created.
exposed multiple times as having
So
alts
he
and
might
socks.
that both Casino Tolerators just might be Metacrimasochist. At this point, it might just be him, dude. Like, I'm just it like
No,
I think
no, I have a
Ralph
question.
said it. Ralph said it, and I think also, I don't know who else said it, but basically maybe Persip. But like, it's 5
excuse me?
guys donating,
Yo,
and
Iron.
it probably is Metacrimasochist. That's it. I don't know who else is donating. So yeah, go ahead.
Right.
So my question for Iron is how many people do you think were what's the word? How many people do you think got like how many pig pigs do you think got exposed for being like pedophiles or people like in the Discord?
Well, see,
Well, we
okay, so a
know.
lot of the weirdos were like when it was already a lot of us, like, for example, the only one I ever knew about was Metacrimasochist, and that was like after the fact because they found his account on a furry site or some kind of
Some
pedo
fetish
site.
shit. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
So,
Always,
like-
it's always the
like-
furry sites, man.
Like,
It's
I don't
like,
know,
oh.
but like, I don't know anyone. If you name a name and I know the name, and you tell me he's a pedophile. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if
Well,
you show me
there's
something,
Chris
I'll-
Blevins. That's the guy who got caught in the sting. Joshua Galt is Metacrimasochist. He's a pedophile.
yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Barlos. We don't know his full name. His first name is Carlos.
Okay. So
Trigger
Dr.
Point,
Barlow,
we know his
he's not
name.
somebody that was from Twisted Mind or after. He might be fully a new casino.
He sounds
viewer.
new to me. I don't recognize.
He's just
that name.
like a
Yeah.
guy who's been on Twitter for years, but he's a big pay pig.
I know
he
Dr.
put on his
Barrios, but
right.
I
You
don't
know
know
Dr.
the rest of
Barlow's
them.
Strident. There's like
What?
you could count. You barely have enough fingers on your hand to count all these guys. I mean, and it's a new week. Shy AF just got caught defending a pedophile.
Shy and new.
There's literally like 7 of them,
Yeah. Okay.
now.
So Gabe
and more no
Hoffman-
doubt will be exposed.
So I've heard of the only one besides Metacrimasochist hearing the pedophile thing was Gabe Hoffman, and he's like a donator.
Yeah,
or
their
something.
connection to Gabe Hoffman is
well,
deeply
Gabe is a
concerning to me.
billionaire.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But Gabe Hoffman wasn't on the Discord, to my
Gabe
knowledge.
Hoffman's a
Well, he
bad
wouldn't
dude.
be. He wouldn't be. He's a
Yeah.
billionaire
Wouldn't-
hedge fund manager.
Oh, okay. But those are the only two I know. The guy that got caught on that YouTube show about pedophiles, we don't know who that is.
That's Chris
I don't
Blevins.
know who that is.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
no,
don't,
that's
we don't know
Chris-
who that is.
That's Chris
We don't.
Blevins. He's been doxxed. We
Yeah,
know who
but-
he is.
But I think he was.
Oh,
just a
you guys
viewer.
don't know who he is. Right.
Yeah,
he was
we
just a
don't know.
viewer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell us the audience. Oh, so you're just a viewer.
Yeah,
Um,
like I said, a lot of the people left, throughout the time.
The
after
cool
Twisted
people,
Mind ended.
okay, the people that were cool and like would put up resistance to Worski's coke ideas or his spaz ideas or his Coomer ideas or his dumb shit slowly got whittled away because you'd find a reason to oust them. He would just say some shit like, "Oh, they're evil. Oh, they were like doing this and that. They're obsessed with Liana. They're mad at Liana. They're jealous of her." All these. One thing I heard was
So how big of a schism came out of like Liana being brought in?
all the
And
women
real
were
quick,
gone.
Swan in the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
saying
gone.
like you guys are just saying those guys weren't associated with you, which is true. But yeah, so like when Liana got brought in, like how big of a deal was that? How big of a schism did that cause? Like how like a big of an upset?
Well,
Obviously, like
Tyler,
a lot of you guys.
You weren't on there when they started dating. Really, you were.
I
kinda
would
doing
check
your thing.
I would check in on the general text chat just to see what was going on, and
Yeah.
I would see crazy shit, and I'm like, I'm not getting in the middle of this one. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. So Kyler was there like in text chat, but he wasn't.
I
really
pop in
around
like
when
once
we
in a
meet.
blue moon.
Yeah, once in a while. But I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you my first interaction with Liana.
My best friend.
Andy added her to the server, and she comes on the server
Right.
the day after she gets added because we would just hang out, we'd play games. It wasn't even about Kino Casino anymore. It was just people we knew and talked to. It was like, we just hanged out, play video games. So Liana comes in and she's like, "Oh, you're
We
Iron."
play fucking Halo for like 8 hours. Like it wasn't
Halo, Halo Infinite,
back when that
Project
was new.
Zomboid,
Yeah.
what else? Like a bunch
That
of
was
other.
it. We would just hang out and play
So
video
she was
games,
like,
listen to music.
So like she
Hang on.
came in. She
So-
came in.
So she
And
was
she
chill
says-
with you guys, right?
No.
Fuck
So
no.
no. So let me tell you what she said to me, right? Because she knew my name, right? She knew Iron Wolfspear. She knew Iron. So she says, "Oh, hey." I'm like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And she's like, "You're that Iron guy." I'm like, "Yeah, my name is Iron. Yeah, I'm that Iron guy." And she's like, "Well, you're not gonna be Worski's right-hand man anymore." I'm like, "I never was."
Oh my god.
I never was. What are you talking about? And she's like, I'm just kidding. And I'm like,
a
okay,
psycho.
funny, haha. And then she asked me, there's some girls in here. Do I have to be worried about any of them? I'm like, no.
They've been here longer than you,
No.
bitch.
I'm
What?
like,
Like,
no.
years
and
and
I'm like, what are you
years.
trying to ask? Like, are you asking me
Yeah.
for? And then she started asking me. She asked me a question about Andy. She's like, can you tell me if anything does anything? I'm like, what do you mean
That's
by that?
textbook
what-
psycho
this is what Liana
bitch. I
asked
mean,
me?
And
Yes.
I knew she was fishing. I didn't know she was psycho. I just thought she was
Wait,
trying
hang
to find dirt to like see
No,
if Andy
was this
was a
Rihanna that did
trustworthy
this?
guy. Yes. This was like the day after she joined the server because it was me and I don't
She
know
couldn't
who
even
else
be.
was on the
She
call.
couldn't even be low
Hey,
key
I'm
for like a
gonna send
week.
stream to Liana if that's okay.
So, but the
how
funny
long
thing
was she around before he officially like brought her in? Like 6 months, a year? Like how long did you guys have to deal with her before?
No. So they started talking, I think, like a few weeks, and then he just added her to the Discord when they were dating, I think. But like at the beginning, she would pop on for a second and then never come back. And then the things when the drama started happening with the girls is when she became more noticeable, right? Because
Some
like to
bitch
us,
blocked me.
like to the guys just playing Halo, we didn't give a shit. Like, what the
Hey
fuck off.
Raven, can you
Wait,
send
hang
me
on.
an invite? I'm gonna get Persip in here.
Yeah.
Can you
I
DM me an
guess.
invite and I'll send it to him?
Yes.
Yeah, get Persip in here.
What's
But yeah,
going on,
she
Trident?
started the problems after the Vegas trip because I distanced myself, and then me and one other person distanced ourselves, and then like the people that were left didn't know yet about the trip, the ones that didn't go, and then she started drama with the girls, and then she started drama with other people, and then by that point it was just Beezer,
Oh, no.
Riley Shore, Gorgov, and Liana left, and I guess Raziel. The rest of them left or got banned.
So it's truly like the only the inner circles left. Now,
Yeah.
when do you guys know when Joey started getting paid by them? Like when he was like officially made an employee?
Okay, so
He's an
look, so I
employee.
know
Who's
no,
Joey?
He's
no,
literally
well,
getting paid by them.
What
I
the
know.
fuck?
well, wait. Okay, so
He's getting like Gator money, right? Like
so I was
$200.
already
Yeah,
distanced.
yeah.
I already
Probably.
distanced
Table scraps.
myself.
Wait, hang
when-
on.
Yeah.
So, for the viewer's perspective here, who's Joey, and also who is this black guy and this white chick that?
That's Liana Taylor, Wendy Worski's girlfriend, and Tyrone who hit it first.
Oh,
So,
Persip's in the waiting
That's his
room.
girlfriend. Oh God,
Yeah,
dude,
without
she
filters.
looks. She's
She
a
And
hot
she was
filters
mess,
this
man.
chasing
Look at
after
her.
Tipster. She
Hello,
was
Persip,
chasing
you're
after
on
this
the air.
fat
Hey.
Mexican dude named Tipster.
Yep.
Yeah,
Persip.
no, I know about Tipster. I got banned from Tipster's server because I made a comment. I said, Tipster, what's your wife gonna know about your secret relationship with Keffels? And he goes, why are you asking? My wife's fine. Why are you asking me?
All right. What's up, Persip?
Hi. You all
Persip,
got real
welcome.
nervous. They all got real quiet when I joined.
What's up, dude?
Guys. Relax.
No,
I'm
you're-
not going to do anything.
It's just a crazy gay man.
I'm just a crazy gay
No,
man.
you're fine,
Seriously,
Persip.
Brian tired me out. So,
So what's
you don't need to worry.
So what's your story? Why were you timed out? And also, what's your story, Persip? Let's hear of your perspective. Welcome to Ravencast.
What's my perspective? I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But I've missed some of the stream.
What's
I
your
only caught it about 20 minutes ago.
You're good. What is your questions, man?
So I know about this Discord. I actually know about a lot of the stuff that they're talking about. And I can confirm about like them doing coke on camera with Worski in the Discord server and drinking themselves
It
into
makes
oblivion.
sense. I've seen that in Discord servers before, my friend.
I've heard
myself.
that
Yeah,
a
let him
lot.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Secondhand stories. I've heard that a lot. That's what Worski. So does
Mhm.
Worski do that all day? Did Worski do that with you guys all day?
No. So look, listen. So to our knowledge, during the beginning of Kino Casino,
I'm trying to remember the
right,
name of the
at
guy.
some point when they started making money off of it, like I think 6 months into the show, Andy told us like, "Oh yeah, I occasionally do coke." That's all I know about it. He never did it in front of me, but I was
Yeah, I don't
never
think
always
anyone did it
there.
on camera while I was around, but I could
Yeah,
hear them. I could
yeah.
hear Osir and his cousin and stuff snorting lines.
Yeah, like we heard that on
What
mic.
were the other? Give me some of the other names.
Gorgoth, Joey Bizu, Osir Soul. I mean the people that were on
There
the
was another name, something with a snake.
Raziel.
yeah, it was Razio, Spegbasaurus. All of us were in there, but what are you thinking of Spegbasaurus?
I'm thinking of. I think it was a name with a snake in it.
Because
That's
he
the
was
one I
cool.
used to hear
Speg was one of the
constant
cool ones that
things on
dropped out whenever things got really gay with all of us. But
Because
Snake
Iron
Eyes,
Warfare and stuff never came out. Maybe it was Snake Eyes.
Okay, so
Snake Eyes sounds
Snake
familiar.
Eyes was Metachromaticus too.
it was
by
his
the
alt.
way.
Oh,
okay,
fuck.
so this
Yeah,
is
that was
what
his
it
alt.
is then. So Snake Eyes was supposedly the one that was constantly with Worski and the Osir guy in that Discord call. Yes.
Yeah. Osir was
Yeah.
always around because he was unemployed most of the time. They called him a faggot and fired him at his job. He told me that.
And he got upset about it.
Human
Wait,
rights
Snake
So
tribunal.
how
Eyes
many
was
hours?
Metachromaticus?
What's that?
Snake Eyes was Metachromaticus.
Yeah, that was his alt.
Yeah. So
How many
after he
hours were they
initially-
in
so-
there? Like,
So after he initially got doxxed, I remember he made that account. It wasn't his original account. I think it was his first account, his alt account when he got
I'm not talking
doxxed.
about after. I'm talking about circa 2022, about 2-3 years ago, during the summer.
What about it?
There was a Snake Eyes guy and an Osir guy.
Yeah, Osir of Soul. His name is Riley Shore. He lives in Canada, and he goes by Criley Poor because he told us he got fired from his job, and they literally called him a faggot on the way out, and he was gonna do a Canadian Human Rights
Base.
Tribunal on them, and never did.
Yeah, I think he
Well,
lives
Instead
in
of looking for a
Saskatchewan
job,
or
he was getting
something.
was
spun
that
out
at the
on cocaine
Tim
and meth.
Hortons?
Because I'm trying to confirm this story that
Yeah.
that I heard. Is that Andy used to somebody? It might have been Snake. I feel like it was Snake or something. That he used to hang out with Osir and another guy in the Discord server and get obliterated drunk and do
Right.
coke all day and just sit in his room and do that all day. And then
Well,
he
it
met
sounds right,
Liana
yeah.
and he did coke and got obliterated all day and talked to Liana in his room alone.
Yeah, that would check out because that's when I was gone and I was in meat space and stuff trying to make my life happen. We all know what happened to that. But I'm here now, and that was probably during when I was away. When I came back, Andy would be fucked up sometimes. Like one time for sure, he was fucked up on weed edibles. Like I can tell when he's stoned because he would get stoned, twisted mind, and he would start sucking
Oh, yeah.
ass at streaming, and it was annoying. So like he was
Wow.
stoned out of his gourd. I would say summer of last year for sure.
Is Worski the kind of guy that smokes weed indoors, or does he like go outdoors?
No, he
and
would
smoke
go
weed?
out on the balcony and smoke a J.
Oh, okay.
And he would eat. I think he was eating edibles now though.
That's one thing that Raven said is like she was surprised because Worski would say, and we all kind of know this, but she would be like, "Oh, Worski told me he was gonna go hang out with the boys, right? Like go out somewhere." But when he said that, he actually meant
No,
get
he
on an
doesn't go
8-hour
outside.
Discord call.
No, hell no.
Sometimes he had a friend in real life he'd hang out with once in a while, and then he would send me a picture of him and his buddy hanging out. And then one time I was like IRL streaming, and then he sent me a picture of like a baggie of coke while IRL streaming. Like he called me on Discord, he was like, "Yo, dude," or no, he messaged me. He called me on WhatsApp, and I was drunk too, like IRL streaming because I was a DJ back then. I was just trying to have a little bit of craziness, and like in my drunken stupor, because he had sent it to me after I fell asleep. Okay, look, it's a lifetime ago, guys. You make a little mistake. I
Hey,
got.
you're a changed man.
Hey, I passed
No
out on the
shame.
street
You're
drunk
man. You're-
on the sidewalk
Whoa, whoa,
and
what a
woke
fucking
up
crime.
to Andy calling me on WhatsApp, I guess, to wake me up. And then he sent me a piece like, "Yo, dude, check this shit out." And it was like a pile of cocaine or some shit. It was like a white powder. And like I like in my mind, I thought the stream could see it because I had it open my phone. And I'm just like, "Oh shit, they couldn't." That's not how Prism works on phones. But I was just like, "Oh shit, that's crazy, dude. How I'm streaming, by the way." And then like I hung up real quick because I was like, "What the fuck?" Like that's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, in fact, thanks to definitely thanks to him for like thanks to you, Kyle, for like helping me earlier because like Prism was fucking with me and I was like, are we fucking live? Are we not live?
Yeah, I would
Yeah, I
recommend.
know.
I downloaded Prism just to see what it was like. I recommend OBS. It's much more user friendly than this. I'll put it that way. But yeah,
Yeah.
Persip, any other
Brian
questions you have
suggested-
about?
Yeah, I got a lot of questions.
yeah,
So,
let's-
what is the allure? How do you get involved? How did all of you get? Like, I know Iron Wolfspear. I know who you are because you're like an old Ralph ahead from way back in the day.
Even before Ralph, it was Jim. I used
Well,
to
I'm
play
Yeah.
before
with
Ralph. I got into it because this
Well,
this
you
guy.
are Kyler. I know who
Yeah,
you are.
this guy,
obviously.
Mr. Medicare, made this video about internet blood sports, and I'm like, this looks lit. Let me get involved with this
Yeah,
ASAP.
that's when I got introduced too. When he made that video, and I didn't really know how. I only really found Ralph's stream, even though there was like 10 other streams at that point about blood sports. But that's how I got introduced, and then I started watching.
So,
and
how
after
did
a
you
while-
meet? How do you get to meet? How do you get to from
Being in
Ralph
the inner
to
circle.
Worski? Yeah, how do you get into the inner circle of Worski? Because it's
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
I think he was a
Oh.
Patreon member of Twisted Mind of the show.
No. See, that was the thing. I didn't like Patreon. So what I did, I was like, listen, I think Patreon's gay.
You would just super
Can I
chat
give you-
like
can I-
$5
can I
a
give
month.
you guys like here? I gave him $40. I'm like, I don't like Patreon. Here's $40, and they were like, yeah, okay. They invited me in. That's how I got in the server because I said Patreon.
Because originally the server that we had it was for like it was like an incentive to subscribe to the Patreon. It was like you get access to us to hang out, and all of it mostly do in there listen to music and play video games. Like that was
Yeah.
fun.
Was that during the show with you, Kyler?
Yeah,
Yes.
the original server was the Twisted Mind show server.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like Violation Radio or any of that stuff. It was after.
Volition Radio was before me, and
Volition Radio.
we were never. I was never involved with the Volition thing that they did. That was him and SoCal Chris and AG Luck. And by the time I came around,
Yeah.
he hated those two
Yes.
guys. So
I don't even know who that
yeah,
is.
no one hung out there.
I didn't know who that was.
Okay.
Was there ever an issue of like, people coming in and then like they stopped paying and he would kick them out, or like how did that work? Because like Joey was dropping thousands and thousands of dollars.
At
like,
some point, we just stopped
what was
giving
the
a shit
vibe
about
as far as like
oh.
does he think that like does he think of Joey Beezer as his real friend, or is
Hell,
he like
dude, they
cynical?
didn't. Dude, no, I was the only person, and I maybe from my perspective, this is how I felt to me. Maybe it's not true to them. I don't know, but I felt like near the end there, I was the only person treating Beezer like a human being. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, so they just shit on
Yes,
him constantly.
non-stop.
That's
on
badass.
himself too.
Let's
That's the
go.
thing.
And he would
like-
do it to
like,
himself. That was
yes.
I'm like, yo, like Joey Beezer, man, like you, like this isn't cool when they like fuck with this. Are you cool with this? Like they fuck with you all the
Hang on.
time. Go ahead.
So he's
So
just
Beezer-
a slave of the Discord server, basically.
Yeah.
So for like the audience perspective, he was just like another viewer like you guys that were in the Discord Spectre with Andy and them.
He was
right?
essentially the original Medicare masochist because he bankrolled. I have a new oven. I have a nice gas range in there because of him. I got a new mini fridge. I got a commercially rated washing machine. Like all this shit. 'cause
Hell
of him,
yeah.
dude. Like fuck. Thanks,
You-
Well,
Joey.
it sounds like
Thank
when
you,
did
Joey.
Joey come
Joey
on
gave you
board?
all
Like,
that
when
money?
did he appear?
Psycho was
Yeah,
always
Joey.
around. He was around from the beginning because Psycho Gun Gear was there when we were doing the riot coverage. Like he was always there. I believe a lot of the people that are there, like especially Gorgoth is a good example, are people that used to support Ralph like during the
Yes.
kill stream's height, and they were paying for him, and then they defected over to Andy once Ralph had like his big downfall
Right.
yeah. So
during Twisted
explain
Mind.
that, Iron, because
I
you
have a
had to
clip
be a
of
part
that.
of all that.
Wait,
So
okay,
explain
wait,
that.
go ahead.
So explain that, Iron. Like, what happened? What was the tipping point? How did Andy convince all the Ralph supporters to go into the server with him. Like this is
They just
my
started donating to the
dream.
show. They watched. Well, what happened? I'll
Yeah,
tell you
no,
what
no,
happened.
okay,
But what
Is
happened?
I'll tell
Alright,
you. I'll
hold
tell you
on.
exactly what happened. After Twisted Mind, Ralph would host us on D Live, so we would get all of his viewers and we would scrape off his donators. So we were basically living off of Ralph's scraps from his show for a lot of
Yes.
it. So a
Yeah.
lot of people would be crossover viewers. We had a big crossover audience. And then Ralph had his big downfall during Twisted Mind, and we had a falling out with him. Like, it wasn't cool to fuck with Ralph anymore, so we had to, like, go against him, and Ralph was a drunken fool and had a pill stream.
Right.
Yeah,
So they just
basically, that's
they just stayed on Twisted Mind after that. It was like, hey, Ralph's a sinking
Yeah.
ship. This isn't going anywhere. Like, this isn't cool to be
And,
around.
and
Yeah.
look, and look,
Yeah.
Persip, you weren't here before, but Kyler said this and I said this. Like, I was one of the few guys to push back on any kind of thing I didn't like, and that included Ralph.
Especially
like-
Osir, too.
Hey
You push
guys,
back
I
on
gotta,
it.
I gotta remind
I
you that
agree, you know, like,
we're gonna
people
be
can like
ending the
more
stream
to
at
shows.
1.
Okay, well, in that
Okay.
case, if you guys want to hop over to a different, I don't have a here. I have an idea. If you guys want to keep this going, I'm streaming this live on my Kick, just in case we need like a backup of it. I have my angle being streamed right now on Kick. I'll invite you guys to the best gamers, like my call-in server,
Okay, that's fine with me.
and then we can end it here and have like an after
Okay.
party kind of thing over there, because we'll just keep it rolling. We'll still be on. I'll post it in
Okay.
general, the invite
Try-
in general.
Yeah, we'll be ending here around 1, and then if y'all
Well-
want to do after, I'm willing to join y'all.
Okay, I'm posting the
Yeah, I
invite
want to
link.
join you guys.
Like, use the copy button. What the fuck?
It's just we might have to end at 1 because my laptop's like screaming at me right now.
Are you
Like,
good?
what the fuck?
Yeah, we can keep it.
Uh,
We'll keep it. We'll keep it rolling. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hidden use copy button. What the? Okay, I'm retarded. Okay. Where is this?
But
David
before we
Katz.
get rolling, I would also want to interview Persip about the PPP lore, because I saw your stream with Review Tech, and a lot of that shit you showed was really interesting. I got a lot of questions on that.
Immersive. Like, I would
Okay.
love to have you on, dog. Like, if you're available, can we please set aside something like for you to come back on the show, man? Even you, Iron, too. Like, you guys are really good. I'm glad to have you guys here.
Yeah, it's been a
Definitely
blast,
come
man.
Back on, dog.
No, it's been cool, and
If we can keep-
Especially
I'm mainly curious
Persip.
about the whole
Alright.
surfer lore as well.
Oh,
You guys
you know,
aren't up
the-
to anything untoward, are you?
Wait, what?
I
Wait, I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say? You're breaking
said
up.
you're not up to anything untoward, are you?
Onto war, are you? Triton's autistic, and I'm autistic too. We don't really,
I don't mind the
Say-
autism.
Base.
Yeah.
There's
that's-
no
Right.
lolly, right?
No, I don't like
No.
Lolly. Fuck no. That's
No, no,
lolly,
no.
no weird pedophile stings.
No,
weird.
No.
I'm into I'm into IRL milfs. That's my top.
I
of
have
women
I'm in a happy relationship with my girlfriend of 4 months,
Okay.
who is of age. She's
I don't
actually
care
older than
about
me.
goonery for like actual women, but
Man, if you got a loved one at home and you have a girlfriend, hold her fucking tight, man.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm really lucky because like me
Oh.
and her, we
Wait,
like
Tyler.
because like she's really chill. I've tried getting her into the like she has a Discord account, but she doesn't really want to get into the Discord stuff. And it's like I would like to have her,
For
Wait,
sure.
hey, Kyler, check
I'm
your
checking.
DM.
Yeah,
I forgot to send you a
I'm
message.
looking
Okay.
at what you're putting down there. Yeah.
Okay, hold up. It's
Secret
nothing
plotting.
Crazy. It's nothing, yeah.
Oh,
It's not about anything
Machiavellian.
going on.
Plotting.
It's something with IRL.
Oh my gosh! If people have
Yup.
oh, Andy Worski
about
like
IRL.
soda. Liana's
No,
car
but
is
for-
green.
that's hilarious. Sin is in here and she's a mod. That's fucking hilarious.
What? Who's Sin?
Well,
She's one of
Liana used to
your
be in here, I
mods.
think, right?
Yeah, Liana used to be in here.
Liana
'cause
was
she
in
used to-
everybody's server at some point.
Wait, why was Liana in here? Triton?
because she
Well,
was
'cause she was in
all
every single server.
commentary.
Oh, yeah. Speaking about the whole, my perspective with the commentary, right? I was in a couple of servers, but I used to just stir the pot with some people. Like I used to be in the Bo Blacks Discord server.
Oh
Jesus.
my god, the tranny, the autistic tranny.
The autistic training address. Like I know this is a little away from the Kino Casino stuff, but like imagine Andy in a dress.
It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
just
It
imagining.
wouldn't
He
shock
wants
me.
to bang the Sphere Hunter, so I mean it's not too far removed from that. I mean,
Well, didn't
Well,
he
Andy
found
did
the
already wore the
Trapno
dress,
state?
right?
Yeah,
think
the
so.
Trapno state.
Yeah,
Well,
wore the
he
dress
dressed up
already.
as fucking Kamala.
Well,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh
exactly.
yeah. He was so. I was there for that. He was so afraid. Oh
Do
my
you think
god.
PPP gives Andy the surfer treatment?
I
Well,
have a
what?
clip of like
The
the
surfer
after show where
treatment?
they were coping about dressing up
Probably.
as Kamala.
I
What's
was
the
I was in
surfer
the,
treatment?
I was
Oh,
in
we were doing a
Discord with
bit.
I was in Discord with him before he did it, and he was very, very, very concerned about doing blackface, and he had makeup, and I kept making him
Wait,
put on
I
more.
want to ask a question to person. I want to ask you something.
Yes, go
person.
ahead.
So I don't know if this is true because again, a lot of this stuff I'm not like.
Yeah, tell me what
like,
was said about me. I'm curious.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. I heard that you have a clip of Andy getting the surfer treatment, but actually getting hit by PPP when they used to live together. Is that true?
Whoa,
Or I've
Mace.
heard that around.
Well, that was yeah, they did get into a fist. Well, they got into a wrestling match on a live stream, coked out of their minds when they
no,
had
I remember
Jade level.
that.
He
I
sat
remember
on
that,
him.
but that
Did,
was,
did, it-
that
did he
was,
didn't
that
he
might be
George
was,
what
Floyd
you're
him or something?
referencing.
No, but I heard that like because they look. I heard okay. So at some point, even
gave him the surfer
Ashton,
treatment.
at some point, Ashton told Andy to say no to the drugs. This was after Vegas, I guess, or
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
Vegas. I don't remember, but I remember because Andy came on the Discord, Twisted Mind one. You weren't in that. He came in and he told us that they argue, but then I heard a year after that PPP and him actually fought, or PPP hit him.
Well, we were
And-
speculating. I don't know. I don't have a clip of that. We speculated that
okay.
when they
Somebody
moved out,
told me
there was
that
a
you had a
domestic.
clip of that because I guess you. I don't
Well,
know.
they
I don't know.
get confused when we show the clip of them fighting and
okay.
wrestling each other. They get a little confused.
Because they did get into a breakup, quote unquote breakup or whatever.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and Andy told us that him and Ashton were arguing, and we knew it had something to do with the drugs, but we didn't know it was because of the drugs. Like we just thought, like, oh, maybe they, every friendship you argue, I guess, or something.
It's
Me and
all
Andy had
specul-
arguments during Twisted Mind, and we got over it. Okay, I mean, like,
Yeah,
but that must have been
then,
a
like, I
real
hear
issue.
Then I hear after the fact that PPP like attacked Andy, and that's what caused them to quote unquote move away from each other in Canada.
Yeah, well,
'cause
we
they already-
speculated it was definitely a domestic.
So PPP
Okay.
and Andy,
Well-
how long did they live together? And like when they
According
were
to
the,
Raven,
Yeah, that's what I have questions about.
according to
so-
Raven, like
yeah.
PPP, Andy wanted to get a tattoo, and like PPP wouldn't let him,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Because of Christianity, by the way.
What?
Andy's not even a. I don't think. Does
Okay,
Andy even
explain
have
that,
a soul?
Kyler. You know about this, Kyler. So explain.
Well, I
this
heard
one.
about it from that because, like, supposedly because of religion. Like, Andy wanted to get his hand tats covered up with like literally a purple dragon. He had the design
Oh
ready
my
and everything.
god!
Yeah.
Oh my
Purple Dragon.
PP preacher
Okay,
stopped him.
Let's
Even
be
though
honest.
Andy's irreligious and arguably may not even have a soul, so I'm
okay,
like, what the
okay.
fuck?
Right,
I'm gonna
true.
say one thing. I have something for person he might like. This is about the Vegas show. It's like something about
Okay.
PPP. So, like I said, PPP stayed a lot in the hotel a lot of the time because
Oh, yeah,
he can't
couldn't move
walk.
his fat ass down there.
Yeah, he could have moved. So during that time, you guys can look it up if you're sports people. There was the Vegas hockey team that was like in the finals. So
I don't
we
watch
were
Vegas.
betting on it. We were whatever. It's hockey, Vegas, the
Right.
Yeah.
Golden Knights. Anyway, so we were watching that.
Golden
It was
Knights.
pretty crazy in the town. PPP is watching the game at the hotel room, one of the games, because it's like
Mhm.
5 games or whatever. And
Yes.
PPP was like degenerately betting, by the way, degenerately. Like
Sure,
every
yeah.
game, you bet like at least 500 to like $2,000.
That sounds
Uh,
good.
Go down to the casino and
So,
bet.
so yeah, that was the only time he went down was to go get a bet slip, like at the machine.
That's sad.
Yeah, and
Yeah, well, he really is an
so-
addict when it comes to
so-
the betting.
So this is the
On
funny thing.
Matt's
So
kid's
one
dime.
of the days, one of the games, like at near the end of it, I was sick, right? Because after the 2 days of partying, I got like really alcohol sickness, right? And
Yeah, I
was
know what
staying
you're
in the
talking
hotel.
about when you drink too much.
So we were watching. I was just hanging out, and he was there, and then
Mhm.
Renig, Andy, and I guess some other guy, Gorgov, they went to get food. So me and PPP had a talk, a one-on-one talk while watching the hockey game. And he was telling me that he still has aspirations on. He's like, we shouldn't be betting, we shouldn't be doing this stuff, while literally
Right.
cheering about the game, right? Like, because he's gonna win money. And then he was telling me that at some point he has aspirations of opening up his own church or whatever. He's like,
okay.
and he's like, I'm gonna be a pastor, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, and then he's like,
Boy,
yeah.
But he still feels the calling of the Lord, even though he's
I
the
think
furthest away from it.
partially, but then at the same thing, you're right. He's literally eating like he's literally fucking gorging himself with like he brought a backpack of snacks that I thought was for everybody, and it was
No,
just
it's
for
just
him.
Hell fucking no.
And
it was just for him.
it was just for
You
him.
guys-
Just
It
for
was
him.
it was a canvas like survival size backpack. Like shit. You
God
could carry like,
damn.
50, like 30 pounds of shit in there, and it was all for him.
Wait, but I had a question though. Like, did they have like a buffet down
The
there?
private pantry.
Or was it more
yeah,
like?
they had. I mean,
They always
Well,
have a
all
buffet
casinos
at
have
the casino,
buffets.
right?
So
Yeah.
okay, so
Well, I've never
Godwin
been to the
said-
casino
so-
before.
So Godwin said during the first stream we did about it when he heard the Kyler thing. So on the first night, Andy tried to press me and dared me to talk to someone. So I did. So I got laid, and it wasn't a black hooker. So I think he got upset about it. So me, right, being a bro, I'm like, yo, these guys hype me up. Andy was actually the only one making it weird. Because
Yeah.
mind you, this is 4 guys, and I brought up a girl saying, hey, I got a suite. You want to go hang out? You want to drink? And she said, yeah. So we all go up. Obviously, this girl is probably like, oh, there's too many dudes here, but whatever.
There's
She
like
came.
4 dudes.
Yeah, so
you're
so
just
Andy's,
like,
Andy's acting like a retard with Down syndrome, saying, and then I'm like, yeah, like that, and I'm like, Andy, what are you doing? And then I'm like, at some point, whatever, we kept talking, we were having fun, we were talking about life.
Wait.
and then-
Wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Iron. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I
I
he dared me to
just
talk-
realized something. Sorry, but I'll touch on it when you're done. Sorry, I had a
yeah,
mind blast. I had a Jimmy
so-
Neutron mind blast.
So sadly, it's probably a little bit my fault because I got laid like by a hot chick, and then
and
like,
they all
Andy
got
was
played by hookers.
you know, like Andy the next day was like kind of trying to talk shit to me, saying you're a piece of shit. Like he would say that as a nice way. You're a piece of shit. What the
How
fuck
was
are
that
you?
nice?
But that was his
How
way
is
of
that
trying to like cope about it because
Right.
he anytime the attention wasn't on Andy, because we're all bros hanging out except Metachromaticus. He was just the one funding it. Like me and Reneg were hanging out, and Gorgov was there. We didn't know he was gonna do that shit because this guy to us looks like a naive sheep, and we're all just having a good time. So anytime any of us were like,
Well, isn't Gorgoth like 35?
yeah,
40?
he's like in his mid 30s, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, between
But
35 and
like
40.
to me, right? Like he never like out of all of us, like the most degenerate thing about me was that I got laid and I talked to some random chick that Andy pointed me to because he said I had no game and I have game.
And you were like, let me show you my
Well, the
game.
quote from
and then-
Liana is that the chick that you banged was a hooker too. I mean, I
No.
think
Yeah.
that's not true.
So
He's
mind
always
you, the
coping,
story
fuck it.
wasn't let out for months until the Kyler thing. Because I was like, look,
So
I'm
which
not cool with
one?
Andy anymore. The drama happened internally, like before the Discord drama. Nobody knew what happened about the Discord
Yeah.
drama. Like, and a lot of
I
us
did.
just distanced. Well, yeah, because you were friends with Ashton, and Ashton was there. But like most of us, like
Well,
me
I
and
wasn't
Reneg,
friends with him at that time, but
Oh,
there-
well, anyways, but me and Reneg distance ourselves from Andy because we're like, we don't want to, we don't feel comfortable talking to him now. And like that was where we drew the line. I'm like, no, like, you know what? Do you like this is being weird? Liana started getting girls banned that were just people that were there. She started getting other people banned.
Like day one
Smeg-
people, by the way.
Like Smegosaurus got banned. I was like, after he got
Ah,
banned, I
damn.
told Andy you're a faggot.
Day
and then-
one.
And then whatever.
What did
like,
he do? Did he say anything or?
No,
is there a
Smegosaurus,
reason?
all he did was saying, Liana, your cat memes are shit. That's all he said.
All she
he got
posted
banned.
was fucking cat, these
Oh
stupid ass
my
cat
God,
videos
dude.
all the
So,
time. It
Like, that's
sucked.
all this
She
guy said.
abuses her cat.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, that's horrible. But anyways, so like for us, we distanced ourselves for months, and we're like, listen, we're gonna bury the hatchet. We're gonna move on with our lives. We are the
But I
people
can
that
hear-
separated. We're like, fuck Liana, fuck Andy, fuck Beezer, because Beezer was also the one kind of
Yeah.
causing the drama
right,
internally.
because he doesn't want anybody around his man.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Everybody's
and he's the
getting in way.
reason. Cursive, I don't know how much you actually know.
Y'all
about
hear
it,
me?
but
Hello?
Beezer
Yes.
was the one
Yes,
that
I hear you.
started.
Hang on
Beezer-
one
oh,
second.
yeah. Okay.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I need to test something real quick. Everybody's saying that that they can't hear me on the stream.
Oh, were you gonna shut the stream off?
There's
We
one
can
that
go
goes
over a
on
little bit
Tyler's
longer.
Yeah, because
We
I
go
got my
all-
shit
okay, we'll
fired
go.
up over here, and
Hang on.
I got the invite in the general of this server. If you go to general, scroll down a little bit, the invite to mine's there.
Hello.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I checked the stream and I'm fine. I don't know what everybody's saying. They
Okay,
can't hear me.
just ignore
Oh.
chat. It's just chat messing
It's
with you.
typical chat.
Yeah, there's trolling.
Well, I just
Yeah.
got like a message
this
from one
live?
of our. Yeah, we're still live.
It's live.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
sorry, I
trolling. Just ignore them. Whoever sent them that message, you're not funny.
No, you know who it is, Trident. It's somebody
Was-
from Ravencast.
Is it Nith?
Was there?
Yes, Nif, we're calling you out
Don't believe
live.
it. Do not
Fuck
believe
you,
Nith.
Nif. Fuck you. I'm kidding.
Was
Shout
there a
out to
reason
Nith, but
that
don't believe
Joey
anything
Beezer
he
stopped
says
donating?
anyways.
He lost his job.
Well, Iron was telling us
Oh,
the
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Pick up where you left off, Iron.
Sorry, Iron.
s-
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
okay,
I had to
so-
make sure.
Yeah,
because, like, people
Silver.
were-
So, like the
It's a
drama
learning
was
stuff.
caused by Beezer. He's the one
Yes.
that he stirred the pot. A lot of us are just like, we're gonna stay away from Liana because she's fucking nuts.
Right.
Right? Everybody noticed that she's weird or nuts. So, but
Yeah.
Beezer started stirring the pot, and he caused the whole quote unquote the faction or whatever. And then they started calling me Hitler and evil and Satan because they said I
Yo.
was the master manipulator that caused the people to stop being friends with Andy, even though Andy's actions did cause the whole that himself. So it's like
So can you give me a date when this started? Let's form a
the
timeline.
Discord drama or
the Discord drama.
the Discord
The
drama
Beezer's like worm
started.
tongue.
The Discord drama
Yes.
started a little bit after the Vegas trip. I don't know if it was a week or a month, honestly, but it started a little bit after the Vegas trip. The one that I went to. I don't know how many trips were there. I know there was one before I went, which is the one Beezer went.
So this was June of last year, yeah?
Wait, there was a trip
No,
Beezer went
no.
on?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So before I
There's
went
multiple.
on,
I told you there's multiple trips.
I heard like somebody said 5. I don't even know if there were 5. I only know of 2, and I only went on 1.
Are you just talking about when he went over to their house, or did they all go somewhere separately?
There was a few people hanging out in Vegas because it's Vegas, you know, like people just hanged out. But Beezer was at his house. Beezer was sleeping on.
Right,
Andy's
I know
couch.
about that, but I'm just saying, was there like a separate trip where like they all went somewhere with Joey B?
No, Beezer wasn't there when I was there, so I don't know.
Did they
Right,
go?
right.
Did they
No,
ever
I
go to
understand
Vegas with
that.
Beezer though?
No,
Or
no.
anywhere with
Anywhere at
Beezer?
all besides
No,
Andy's
no.
house?
No, this was actually Beezer's first trip because
Okay.
the funny thing is
He doesn't leave the
Tyler,
fucking
during-
house.
So
Oh
during
my
Twisted
God.
Mind days, the people we went on trips without Andy or Kyler because people just became friends in there. So there was like just like friends hanging out trips, right? I didn't go to anything. Like remember how Ralph had trips? People
Yes.
decided within the community just to have their own trips without
Because they would
Ralph,
also
without-
go on Ralph's trips too. So it was like,
Yeah,
okay, well they
yeah.
do it, we can do it without Ralph or
Yeah,
Andy.
everybody. Yeah, because most of the people were just like, yeah, let's just hang out, let's just have fun. It's not about them. It's not. We don't do this
Yeah.
idol worship thing, as everybody said. Because, like I said, there was trips where people were just hanging out without Andy, without Kyler, without Ralph,
So
without
after
anybody.
Yeah. So after the trip, you had your drama with them, and
No,
then,
no, there
like-
was a distancing period, right? 'Cause
Okay.
there was a period between me and Rena kind of just stopped going in there. We stopped talking to them, Andy particularly, and Gorgov. And we just kind of kept it quiet because we are like, you know what? Like, we're done with this. We're done with this. But then at some point, Liana started doing the thing she was doing. And then it caused the Discord drama.
Yeah.
But we still didn't, I didn't dox Andy. We didn't leak anything. Nobody leaked anything, at least from our end.
Right.
We were just like, fuck you, faggot, fuck off. We were just a bunch of that, F yous, F that.
Yeah.
And then apparently after the Discord drama, when they had these secret Discords that I wasn't part of, they would constantly talk. Beezer would constantly talk about me.
They hated him.
Yeah, Kyler was in one of the servers before that thing. But Kyler, tell him how, like, because I heard it not just from Kyler, I heard it from a lot of people. That like he had a hatred for me for some
They all
reason.
did. Osier of Shore, aka
Osier.
Criley Poor, hated you. At
But-
one point,
but-
Andy hated you because, and they could never tell me specifically what you did that was worth like. You know what I mean? Like they could never articulate. Same thing with
Yeah,
Lulz.
because
They-
that would have required
because
them to
I
tell you
told
what
them-
they did in Vegas.
Yeah, and that would it would require. And now looking back on it, it would require them to tell things they didn't want to say, so they would just keep it vague with me. And we're friends, so I would just take them on their word for it. Because I'm like, okay, what reason do they have to lie? And now I know why they had a reason to lie, because there's a big dirty, little big, actually no, big black secret they were keeping on their
Well,
house.
big black secret.
A big old black
And
secret.
and like So
We'll
at
call
some
it the Big
point,
Black
like
Secret.
I had my own Discord where it wasn't a show thing, it wasn't a community thing, it was just people I knew, and Andy was in
Yeah.
it. And then
Oh.
Liana got in it, and Liana got bullied off my server. It lasted a whole
Makes
one
sense.
day because I didn't placate to Andy at all even before like that. Like I would push back on him. So I
Yeah, you
said
don't-
I'm not gonna kick anybody
Hang on.
because Liana started an argument with
I don't
somebody on the
see.
server.
Yeah, and I don't see you being the type of person to be like, well, I don't like you from this shit. Like,
No.
like I think your
Like,
community just knew your
Yeah,
community knew what Andy
I
should have
lost a
known.
lot of mod teams, and a lot of mod teams tried to slander me because I stopped, put my foot down on that, and put my community first over their stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once Andy left my server, and this was the last time I talked to him, whether it was on BC or DM, he sends me a DM saying, "I love you, man. I'm sorry, but I can't let my girl get bullied and no consequences." I'm like, "Cause it's my
Bruh.
fucking server. I don't give a fuck." Like she
First of
started
all,
it.
Hey, Iron.
Yeah.
What was Putrid not in there and was cool and everything was
Yeah,
fine?
no, Putrid was in my server.
Holy moly.
Everything
Everybody
was fine.
cool with me. Yeah, everybody was fine until Liana lasted one day on my server, and then she started something with somebody that was kicked out of Andy's server. And because I didn't censor it, I didn't placate to Andy. Andy sends me this long DM saying, "We're friends. I love you, man. But I gotta leave the server." I'm like, I don't care. Like, all right, fine.
Do you
Here's
have
the
that
door.
DM?
Yeah, the DMs are there. I mean,
Did you
I'm
release
not
it?
leaking anything though. But if you,
Oh, okay.
Hang on, guys.
Oh.
like, I'm
we
not.
have
I
in the
didn't leak your
chat-
house. You got to take me for my word.
Well, you don't
And,
have to leak their house.
I'm
hang
not
on,
leaking.
we-
Well,
I know
it's
people
fine.
want these leaks.
Figured I would ask.
But yeah, like that was the
Hang
last
on.
thing he said to me. So
Yo,
Wait,
Iron.
What's up?
what Silver Knight? What?
We have in the chat somebody saying she wasn't belittled.
She wasn't
Bullied.
bullied.
We have this person that's been in the chat for a
Liana
while.
would never
tried-
got bullied. She just got some of the shit she tossed out back at her, and she can't handle it.
yeah, that's it. That
How?
was it.
I have a question about Liana. So, like, how is Worski and Liana's relationship? Because obviously, basically, what she was doing is she came in, she staged like a hostile takeover, so she could control Worski. But like,
Yes.
is Worski? I mean, he's obviously not like some Chad. Like, he's a total simp. So
Yeah.
now is she's basically in control then, right? I mean, she controls his every move, or
If she
or
has the
she
wet
got
hole,
that
she's in
fear
command.
her?
When it comes to Andy, if she
Right.
has the wet hole on command, then she's in command.
Okay, yeah.
That's basically how Andy's brain works with women, like how gay men treat other men. Like you know what I mean? Like how like homosexuals have like.
He's very feminine.
Yes, it's almost like she's more
women like
masculine in some
items.
ways, but more
Well,
commanding.
think of it like.
Well, that's
think
how
of it like-
Raven felt too.
Yes.
Isn't that how iDubbbz is like kind of treated? Like he's more like he's
Led
not so
around.
mad relationship.
Yes.
Right, he's the
Is-
show dog.
Yeah, he's the show dog. It's kind of like how Andy and his girlfriend is at this
You
rate.
see, and that's the thing. Andy and PPP make fun of iDubbbz all the time, but it seems like Andy's just like
True, it's
iDubbbz.
all
for life.
projection.
And by the
dude.
way,
It's
when
all
I
It is
meant by
projection.
shit, by the way, what I meant about bullying, that's what Andy said, like about her on my server. I
Of
didn't
course
say she
he
was
did.
bullied.
Of course
I
he
meant
used
that
that
Andy told
terminology
me-
because it's all about
Yeah.
emotional manipulation. Like, oh, you
Yes.
crossed the line, oh, whatever.
And he was like, "There's no consequences being done." I'm like, "What consequence?" She said she started an argument, and
It
somebody
sounds like
called her
she's the
bitch.
bully.
I
She wants to
yeah.
be.
I mean, she was the one starting the problems.
Like,
I mean,
imagine-
look,
God damn.
Yeah,
Imagine
I mean,
being
go
an
ahead.
adult and
She
being a
does the
wannabe
bullying,
bully.
and then she cries to Worski like, hey, I'm being bullied, yet she's the one starting it. It's like a total scam, total narcissism.
Wait, before I forget, real quick, Iron, I had a Jimmy Neutron brain melt DMT
Yeah,
blast off just now.
Brain blast.
You know, brain blast. They took the third hit. Now I'm in the spirit realm here. So Iron, he brought Liana around. Were they dating yet, or was she just kind of like a chick he introduced and then they were dating?
well, okay. So this was Andy's words when I first heard about this chick. He said that he's talking to this chick that he's gonna have fly over and they're gonna fuck it. He's like, if it doesn't work,
So he
out, I'm
already
gonna
had
block
her
it.
in the bag when he brought her over, basically.
Like
At
in
this-
the-
at
in the
that point,
server,
he-
yeah, in the server,
Yeah, so
yeah.
they were already kind of an item, maybe
They
not
were
publicly,
eating,
but they were eating.
Yeah.
Do you remember
the
when
Liana bitch is who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Liana, yeah.
She was down to fuck anybody. You
Oh,
know,
we
she
know,
tried to
yeah.
fuck Salvo.
No, I
Hipster,
know,
she
but
tried
like
to
this.
Salvo,
fuck
By the way, these
Augie
are all
Wait,
fucking
wait,
popular.
hang on. She
Go ahead.
fucked several pancakes?
She wanted
Ugh.
to.
Tried
tried to. She
Yeah,
tried
she didn't
to.
fuck
Oh yeah, she
anybody.
also tried to fuck
got
Tommy
rejected.
C, like before she got with Andy.
tried
'cause I
to
was
fuck
there for
Andy.
that.
Tommy
Yeah,
C,
Tommy C.
Hipster.
Tipster. But see, Iron.
Yeah, I was there for Tipster too, because I was a Tipster mod, and she would always be in the VCs flirting with Tipster.
No.
Iron. Do you remember
But,
whenever
yeah,
he
go
brought
ahead.
whenever he brought Putrid over, he was just like, "Hey, here's this person that was on Pose Law with me,
Yeah,
which is
don't
pretty
worry, I
cool."
rebel against Tipster.
And then
before
immediately, me
commentary.
and her hit it off the moment we have a first exchange, and then you just never saw us really again.
Yeah, no.
Do you think he was salty about that?
Oh no, yeah, he was salty because he, like I said,
I just put those
the
pieces
things you
together.
heard-
Maybe he thought he had a chance with her, but like if you've ever seen her,
that's
he had
what-
no
that
chance
was
in hell.
Yeah, that was what he thought. But then I remember Puchet telling me that this guy is like really old and not her thing. That's what he. That was
Whoa,
Putrid's
buddy.
word.
He couldn't
This
compete
guy
with the
is really
Kyler
old.
Riz.
Hell no,
she-
dude.
no.
Iron.
And the thing was, Putrid was cool with everybody, and then she would occasionally show up on my server once a month, and then give us like an update on how her and Kyler are doing, and she would check in, and then she would dip out for like I said, once they were happy, once they were living their life.
Excuse me.
Occasionally, Kyler and Putrid would pop in, and then go back to their life, and that was it.
That was my
But
plan,
Andy
right
was
off in the
salty.
sunset.
Andy was salty about that because
I just now
he-
realized that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he tried, but you know he tried. Listen. So a few girls before Putrid, and I think even after, I'm not gonna name them because they have nothing to do with what's going
excuse me.
on.
Yes.
But there's girls that he invited to the server and kicked out, and a lot of those girls either rejected him or he just like once he realized
No chance in
Like
hell.
there was a girl. There was a girl named Danielle or something like that. She's like a content creator, so this is not like some regular girl. She makes content.
Yeah.
She's bae, she's trad and all that, and then obviously she probably gave Andy the boot, like, Andy, you're like the furthest thing from a trad guy. Like, I have no interest. I'll be your friend. And then he kicked her out of the server because this chick, like I said, and he would just try, and then
Liana's the one
he
that
got
stuck
Liana.
finally. Yeah,
Liana
Liana's like the
was the one that
consolation
finally
prize.
said yeah.
I don't mean
so-
to
Hey,
interrupt
excuse me,
the stream.
Well, go
I
ahead.
don't mean to end up the stream, but Silver Knight said his computer's overheating. Is alright if he ends it?
Yeah,
on
go ahead and
Monday?
end it. I'm on Kick. I'm live
Hang
on Kick right now.
Before we end it, though, I have to give a huge shout out to our guest tonight, Kyle. Thanks for coming out and bringing some
No problem.
amazing
Tyler.
people.
Internet's
Tyler,
Kyle.
sorry.
Tyler, for coming
Tyler.
out. Shout out
Iron,
to-
thank
hold on,
you
hold on.
for.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hang on,
Silver, hold on. Also, shout
Let
out
me do
to
this.
Kill Casino and Persip for calling him
07.
as well, and Ian
Yeah.
as well for coming in
guys-
with the lore.
You guys are amazing for coming in
And
here tonight. I've had such a great
Before
time with you.
Before we end it, Kyler, can you send me a link to your kick so I can pick?
Yeah, I got
Also,
you.
thanks for Cyber for being here.
We got
Yeah,
15 live
no
viewers,
problem.
and I'll transfer them all to
I
Kick.
almost got lost a lot of sleep because of it.
You will spell sleep.
Fuck your dead mother.
Yeah, make sure you all like the stream and you all
Shout out to
subscribe.
Ghost.
Yeah, no,
And-
thank you guys
Yeah.
for coming out. Before we finish off, I just want to say one fucking thing. If you guys have a YouTube channel, please give it. If the rest of you guys have YouTube channels or anything, social medias, please give us your plug so I could put it in the. We could plug you. We could plug you in there. Iron, you have so many great stories about it, man. Like, dude, that shit is crazy when you talk about the hookers and shit. I have to say that before we get off. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean it was crazy. It was a little sad and depressing, but then I
Yeah.
mean, it's,
But I mean, at least you got you got a story out of it, and you have some memories,
I mean, there's good ones. Like we had fun. Like before all that stuff happened, there was cool stuff that we did. We hanged out. I made money. I made like $700 on the last night I was there. I blackjack, and I was like, oh shit, I got like a half, like most of the money I spent on the trip, I got it back.
awesome,
And it was
man.
cool. So it was honestly overall for me, I had fun. Like from my
Yeah.
whatever.
If y'all want to continue watching this, there will be like an after party stream over
Oh,
on.
it's already on Kick. He's already live on Kick.
Well, it's already live on Kick. Please follow the link below. Come back for the next episode of Ravencast and to Kino Casino. If you guys are watching this, fuck you, Andy Worski. You're a
Fuck
fuck
you,
PvP.
Casino.
Stop the casino.
Now we're
You
talking.
can suck my fucking dick. Fuck you.
Alright.
Fuck you,
Suck
Andy.
it.
Kyler, are we going to your
Hell yeah.
server or? are
Yeah,
we
I
just
mean,
staying
yeah,
in
we could stay in here if they don't mind, but we could go
Okay.
into mine.
Yeah, we don't mind. Like we're
Okay.
not like I'll stay here with you guys. Like y'all can stay if y'all want.
For sure. For sure.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna hand over my phone though, because like I had to let my computer's like making really bad noises right now, and I'm really
Yeah,
scared.
you can go ahead and end it on your end. Make sure you guys in chat go follow Kyler on Kick and make sure you subscribe.
Yeah. Yo, thank you guys for coming out again. I appreciate it, Kyler.
No, it's Liddy, man.
Iron. Yeah, man.
In
Let's
person
fucking.
too.
So we're still live on your channel,
Yeah,
right?
we're still on.
Yeah.
Hello, Kick.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the intro. Real Gamer Hours. Here we are. The Real Gamer Hours. All right,
Dude,
guys.
I was asking about this, dude. I fucking love the fact that you have all these badass like old like game stuff, like the PS2 loading, and then I saw the
Yeah.
Dreamcast on your other streams.
Dude, this
Like
is
that-
I love this shit, man. This is what I grew up on. This is what I cut my teeth on right here. So this is kind of what I have nostalgia for. And I just downloaded the PS2 font and then like the Final Fantasy X music and all that shit. But yeah, welcome to
dude,
the
I
show,
gotta-
Real Gamer Hours. We're here to play Nintendo and talk about Nintendo tapes. What's your favorite Sega game? Mine is Contra Hardcore. How about the panel? Kidding. We're gonna talk shit about the most shit about Andy Worski and everyone
Hey,
involved.
Before we get on back to the Andy Worski shit, my favorite Sega game, I don't know if it counts for any of the consoles, but my favorite one was this what's it called? This the one with like you're the animal guys, you know?
Animal
fucking-
guys.
There
Animal.
could be a lot of
Crossing?
different ones.
No, you turn into like a furry, like you level up. It's like power up.
Whoa.
Oh, Altered Beast.
Ultra Beast.
Power
Yeah.
up.
that's my
Oh, come on.
favorite.
Don't bring
That's my
furries into
favorite,
Altered
though.
Beast.
I
dude.
hate that fucking game.
That was a launch
That game is
title.
hard as balls.
It was
Still a little
impressive
bit
for a
before my
launch
time.
title, but yeah, it's a piece of shit game, kind of in a way.
Okay,
Castlevania
okay, sure.
Bloodlines also shouts out to Castlevania Bloodlines, one of the best soundtracks for anyway. Let's
Yes.
not let's focus on what's in front of us here. We got a whole lot of shit to unpack. We got Persip here and Kill Kino Casino. I feel like having all these people in Iron Wolf Spear in one place is actually a good synergy. We could really dig into some things that maybe have been unanswered, because I'll hear things on some streams and stuff and it'll be partially true and I have the information in my head and I'm like, oh wait, that didn't happen that way. I could tell them firsthand, but I don't remember anything on top of my head though. Like the whole the auction for the microphone. We auctioned several things. So that was one of them, and it was on a live stream. I believe it was on. I don't see any 24-hour streams on the Odyssey channel, so maybe it's not there. But I think it
What
was
was
one of,
Joey's job? Sorry to interrupt.
I don't know.
You
It
said
was
he got
like,
fired.
He
okay,
got
so
fired
hi-
or something. He lost it, laid off or whatever.
I don't know exactly where he worked at, but I know that the second job was like in a warehouse because that's what
He's
he
a tall
told me, and-
motherfucker.
I speculated that it was something like part time, like shitty, because he would talk about going on breaks.
Yeah.
And
I
you know,
mean-
you get a break if you're like, you know, a blue collar worker, or you're a part time worker, or something like that.
You're pushing your
And
body.
so right. So I speculated like Walmart greeter, gas station attendant, you know, something like
He's
that.
actually freakishly tall.
Yeah.
Well, he's so skinny. I mean, he can't
You
be
can't
doing
tell.
serious
Yeah.
labor, right?
But
I
the
mean,
thing
he's like
about
a
it,
Skeletor, man.
here's the crazy thing about Beezer. One of the key things you have to
We need
understand about
Beezer
him.
lore.
He has literally no self-respect or sense of identity besides, I think, this stuff here. I think in real life he's actually very meek and quiet and just kind of goes with the flow of things, because he told us one time that the only women that he's been with in real life are fat women, and I think fat black women. That's who he pulls.
Yes.
Mm.
He only
What?
pulled one chick, and it was the fat black chick that you're talking about.
Black.
Yeah, so-
Even elites like me can
Th-
do better.
And this
Like,
isn't
come on.
a Vegas trip. This isn't a Vegas trip hooker. That's just the chick that he pulled. Like in real life, that's what he told us. Like he has no riz, he has no game.
So he's on Hinge hitting up the black chicks, the obese black women.
And the thing is too is like we kind of know how some women work. Not all women are the same, obviously, but a lot of women, they'll just see a guy that tall and be immediately like it could. But what I'm saying is like if you're Beezer,
Chocolate's in.
like it couldn't be that hard to pull like a white chick even. Maybe not the best white chick because he's kind of goofy
He's
looking.
like 6'5", right? I
6'7"
mean,
or
he's
dude,
legit.
He's
6'6".
I have no
Yeah.
problem.
6'7",
with
wow.
that black chick. I
That's
think it's
tall
just
as fuck.
pathetic that they
That's what
pay
I
for
mean.
the
He's
fat black chick.
like fucking freakishly tall, and it's like like maybe not like a wife material or like the mother of your children, but you could at least get laid with someone higher value than an obese black woman. Like, what are you doing, dude?
I don't know,
Yeah,
Kenny.
his SMV. Can we get an
I'll be right
SMV?
back.
Maybe
check?
his soul can't, but like his physicality could. You know what I
Do you
mean?
really
Like,
think a fat black chick is gonna fuck him? I don't even believe any of this.
are you
Well,
gonna,
no. See, so
He told it to us,
the
like,
way he told
shamefully.
us,
He's gooning
Yeah,
to
no,
like
no, yeah.
anime shit too
so
all the time.
way
Like
the way he told us about this relationship was like this chick kind of just took advantage of him too.
Yes.
So I could see it like a fat black chick being mean to this guy and just kind of like
He
until
has
she
no
got bored.
spine, so yeah, that
what
Yeah,
wouldn't
the
surprise
so-
me.
Swan D Vance says he's cute in Kyler's chat.
I think she means like in
Swan-
like a retarded puppy way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a retard,
Yeah.
dumb.
Like I know
Stupid,
okay, so
weird.
I don't know everything that happened on the
Yeah.
Beezer Vegas trip because I wasn't there.
like in a
But
pathetic
I
way.
was told this story, and this kind of just gives more evidence about how like unsociable this person is that they went to a bar and that he was getting kicked out because he was being a fucking weirdo faggot, and he
Just
started
creeping?
crying. He started crying.
No,
And
No.
he tried to talk. No, he tried to talk to some chick in
Don't
the
make
bar,
me feel
and
bad for
the
him.
way he talked to the chick was basically saying, "You're a bitch," and then
Oh.
he's getting kicked out of the
No.
bar. He's getting kicked out of the bar.
He was
'cause the
trying to
chick
go
is drunk.
Worski mode. He thought he was like Worski for a minute and was like,
Yes,
"Come
yes.
on, bitch, suck my fucking
He's
dick."
been
Yes,
watching
yes,
the
yes.
red pill videos.
He's watching
Yes,
he's hanging out with
and-
Worski. That's not
So-
red pill. That's hanging out with
so
Worski.
they-
Listen to the way he
the
talks about
fucking
women in
one is
private.
go
tell her she's retarded, dude.
Just go fucking call her a bitch and tell her to
So
suck your
instead
dick.
of taking him back,
Tell her she's
it's-
retarded.
well, instead of taking him back and feeling bad for him, what they did was they just convinced him to go outside and wait till they were done having fun. so
Oh
he's
my
like in a drunken
Oh, they
stupor
ditched
outside.
him? They
That's
No,
seriously
no, no,
did
no, no,
it?
no, no. They left him outside like a dog.
They
Well,
tied
Yeah,
him
that's
up
they-
ditching
outside.
him. They ditched him
No,
outside.
no. They left him outside. They stayed inside.
Did they
That
tie him
was
to a
what I
pole
was-
at least? Did they put him on a
Well, that
leash
is
at least?
ditching him. That is
Yeah, I
ditching him.
guess. I mean, I
Bro.
guess.
Put him on a
yeah,
fucking
and
leash.
then-
When your friend is outside and you're inside partying, that's called ditching.
Yeah. Okay.
someone.
Well. Yeah. Well, because he got kicked out. They were gonna call the cops, but they just said, "Okay, we'll
They
get him
were
out."
gonna
We'll get him
call
Call
out.
the
the
cops on
cops.
Do we
BZ.
have a modern picture of Joey Swan?
He was that
keeps
creepy
saying
that,
that
the
he's-
bar was
Yes.
gonna hold on, Kilkina Casino. He was that creepy
And that
that they were
drunk.
gonna call the police.
And that drunk. Yes.
Oh my god.
Because
That's bad.
like the one time
In
he
Vegas?
like yes, because the one time he goes talks to some chick, he immediately insults her like almost screaming.
It's like
Not
the Sam
screaming,
Hyde
but
skit
really
with the guy
loud.
in the wheelchair where he's like, "You better suck my dick right, or I'll kill you, bitch." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like literally.
yeah, and then they told him he has to leave. Even the people at the bar
You have
told
to,
Andy.
because
and
you
those
have to
people-
imagine this is Vegas. You have some of the most degenerate, drunken gamblers on the planet all
And
together.
they're used to this shit.
And Joey Beezer gets thrown out of the bar and is banned, and they're gonna call the police on him. That must have been really, really
Hey,
bad.
I'm back.
Yes,
Sorry.
they
Couldn't
got
they
him
just
out.
go
No,
to a
they were-
different
they-
bar?
They,
I
were
mean-
gonna call.
They didn't give a fuck about
if he
him.
didn't leave, so they got him to leave.
Why would
And
they
then
go to
left
a
him
different
outside
bar?
for a little bit. They left him outside.
got a
I don't know how
question.
long, but they told
What's
me
going
that
on?
they weren't done yet
Whoa,
drinking.
wait a
They
minute.
weren't done yet
Iron is
drinking.
telling a story about how Joey Beezer was thrown out of a bar when they went to Vegas.
For calling a woman a bitch.
Like being too
Trying to
aggressive
raise
It
with,
her
must
with
up.
the
have been a lot
clientele.
more intense than that. This is Vegas. I mean,
This is how I was told. Okay,
They
so
couldn't
I
buy him a
wasn't there.
hooker.
well, it sounds like
Honestly,
the fat black.
He'd be
bitch
too
was a
scared to.
hooker.
He'd be too scared to go near a hooker. He'd be like, "Oh, gee, guys, I don't know, Andy.
I
Oh,
always
what the
got the
heck?
impression that Joey wanted to fuck Andy. I don't
He
think
does.
Joey's all
I
that
think
interested in
he
women.
does. I think he listen, like you know the boxing shorts that Andy wore when he got knocked out for like 9
Yes.
seconds.
He bought them for
Beezer had-
$500, right?
Wait, so Beezer has them and he wears them.
Ah,
Ew.
he wears
He-
them?
Yeah, like he wore it once on the Discord, but he didn't like he didn't show it. He told us that, but he didn't show us. So he was
Okay,
he
dude,
told
that's
us that.
kinda
So I-
creepy.
but
Why
mind
are you
I
wearing-
think
What
this was
all
like a-
does he have?
Huh?
What all does he have?
What- how
He
many-
has the mic,
how
he
many
has the shorts.
Horcruxes?
What are all the like?
Name the
I don't know what
trophies that he
Horcruxes.
has?
I only know the mic and the shorts, and the shorts I knew about because he told me, but the mic I
He's
didn't even know
wearing
about
the
till-
shorts?
till, like,
Yeah, he
a
put
few
them on,
hours
but they're
ago.
too small.
He's wearing the shorts.
Swan said he showed some of us.
Oh, he showed some of us. So yeah, so he Yeah, he did show other people. I didn't see it, but
We
like
lost him, yeah.
Swan, I guess was there when he put them on, and he says he wears them. You know, because he wants to feel
He
Andy
wears
inside.
the
He wants to
short.
feel Andy
God.
inside of him. That's
Do you
Has he
that's
think
how
when
watched
he
them?
goes and co-hosts with Andy, he's wearing the boxing shorts?
Probably. I don't know.
Oh, that's some creepy shit. I feel like he's in love with Andy. The way he talks
Oh, yeah.
to Andy,
And
It's
he
pretty
did
thin.
want the boxing gloves, but Andy told him no.
It's like Mr.
That
Burns
he
and
wanted to pay
Smithers.
for it. He wanted to pay for the boxing gloves too, but Andy said no to him. He
why
said
would
no.
why would he even want the boxing gloves? Andy got knocked out in 15 seconds. He's the fastest
He wanted it though.
knockout.
I don't know. That's what he said. He wanted it, but Andy said no.
Why would he
He's a
want-
number one Andy fan. He has the
Andy's
Horcruxes that Andy
saving
put his
those
soul
for
into.
a rainy day when he
I don't
really
know.
needs the cash.
Swan says you
Yeah.
have no idea how many jokes came out of that. Oh, I can imagine.
Yes.
I can only imagine how many jokes. Because again, in private, they treat him like a fucking doormat. They just like there was one thing I got sick of whenever I came back after the bad thing happened. Like the joke was that Psycho's Jewish, and he changed his name in the server to Ezra, and every fucking time he was around, they hit the sound effects that they stole from me, my old Twisted Mind sound effects, the Earthbound. They stole that from me. And then they would just constantly call him a Jew jokes, and I'm like, this is not funny anymore. This is like Pete and repeat show. Because the one thing I can't do is the Pete and repeat show. I hate that shit. I hate reruns. And every time I came in there now, it was like their brains were fucking broken. I try to talk about something cool, like I don't know, like particle physics. I watched a video about that was crazy. I think that was the one thing that broke the camel's back. I was talking about electrons or something cool like that I was into. And Liana couldn't follow the conversation, and I was talking too much, and that's when they ditched me to go like hang out with her. And I'm like, these guys are fucking faggots, bro. And then I did the Vegas stream, so I don't know. It's weird how they treat him. The dynamic's strange, and I it feels like Mr. Burns and Smithers, like this
Well,
quiet
he seems
gay.
to like it.
Yeah, it's like a sadomasochistic thing. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
he gets off on. I don't know. Maybe he gets off on humiliation. I don't know.
I mean, like
a,
he lives
master and
with his
slave
parents and shit,
relationship.
so like all the money he does make goes to Andy. Like I honestly think even the money he makes on stream, he gives it right back to Andy. You know, because like it's that bad. It's like a mafia guy would be jealous about the extortion levels of shit that
Well, if
Visa
there was
has to
no
go
money,
through.
then what reason is there to keep him around? Like, what does he bring to the table besides, what's going on, Andy?
So how
Yeah.
many people are in the stable? How many of them are there?
Like Beezer?
Give me a number.
Like
I
Like
heard a
from-
dozen.
Like pay pig slaves.
Well,
Like
look,
Beezer.
the only people that I and Kyler might know from them was Beezer, Gorgov, Raziel, which I'm surprised as well. I didn't even know that. Because I don't watch their show. I don't watch their together.
Yeah, I was
show.
disappointed by Raziel being on that one coked out
Yeah,
Raven
so
stream. That was
I
bad.
think Rory too, and Flaked and Blake, Flaked or whatever. Those
Blake
are five
also
people
disappointed me. He disappoted me.
Oh, you know what? Because he
Rory.
doxed Raven. Let me just say
He
Yeah,
did
that's
dox
about
Raven.
that's
He's a
fucking
piece of
stupid,
shit.
dude.
So
He's a piece of
Flake-
shit for that
By the
one.
way, Flake has a homosexual brother, and his wife's a gypsy. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Ah, the gypsy wife. No.
Yeah.
He's
Flake.
also a really big Eminem fan in 2025. You do the math on that one.
And also, wait. On top of that,
Wasn't
so
Flake
some
the
people.
one with?
Okay, wait. So, person, let me ask you this: do you know how Andy and Flake know each other? Do you know the lore there? Or
Isn't it
no?
through
I can tell you.
Sinead?
No.
So
Not
Flake,
really.
Flake is
that
related
that's the time
to Flake is related to that girl Andy had an abortion with.
Sinead. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, they're
Sinead.
related.
Really?
Because they're both Irish.
I had
Sinead
heard this. Okay,
Sinead
so
is
he's
first-
actually
okay,
related to
first cousin,
Sinead.
First cousin with Flake. First cousin.
Wow. The lore goes deep.
Oh.
Holy shit.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
That's true, 100%. I'm not making that up. That's how I met Flake because he got brought into the server, and he's like, "This guy's cool," and I'm like, "Okay, well,
Well-
how do you know Andy? You watch the show?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm Sinead's cousin because he's
Well,
Irish."
Iron.
I'm the cousin of the girl whose child I killed.
Do the
Yeah,
math on
yeah.
this
Child
one
he killed.
because Flake didn't really seem to know a whole lot of the lore. He knew a little bit, but he would have like
A little
gaps in like kind of a new
Yeah.
fag way. And I was like, okay, this guy's kind of an outsider. I never put the pieces together until now, but Andy said it was a real life friend of his from Ireland. So it's like you rub two fucking brain cells together. How does he have a real life friend from Ireland? Oh, Sinead, who's from
a
Ireland?
real life friend.
Yeah. So
That's how he was presented to me. He was presented as an IRL friend that Andy had from Ireland, and I never really thought too critically about it because I think I was still like in my fucking retardo mode from what I went through, and I was smoking weed nonstop. So like I just didn't question shit a lot of that time. I went with the flow of things because that was just easier for me to cope, I guess. But now that I'm thinking about it critically, a lot of things are starting to fall into place here.
Yeah, so Sinead is his cousin, and Flake's brother is a homo, and his wife is a gypsy. That's
Well,
there you go.
allegedly, Flaked is a homo too. He had like a
No, he's
homosexual.
he has a kid. Well, I don't know. He hasn't married. And
Well,
he's
he
married
might be
and just-
bisexual or whatever the fuck they call it. You know what I mean?
He's
He
always
fucks some
look.
dudes
So
in the ass.
Gay
my
is gay.
experience with him is that this guy was just constantly high on weed and talk about Irish shit. That
Well,
was it.
some people say weed makes you gay, so
And violent too. Marijuana
Yeah,
makes you
violent.
violent. Yeah.
But
I've never
yeah.
heard of that.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That I've never heard.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit
But,
this
I
blunt and
mean,
beat someone's ass real
I
quick.
heard
Hold on.
about that and I was like, okay, so the Raven chick, I didn't really, I've heard the name, but again, like even when I was still talking with Andy, I was like not really involved with his Twitter things or his social things like that. Like I barely watched the show. Like we would just hang out there with the people that were from Twisted Mind days. Like person, you have to understand, like the people, not the people Beezer, Gorgoff, like a lot of those other people like that were on the Discord call that Godwinson show, those people really didn't watch his show even before the drama. Those people were from Twisted Mind. Once that ended, we kind of just became our own friends.
Twisted Mind
That was
was a good vibe environment. It sounds kind of gay,
Yeah.
but like we were just having fun. Like that's what the internet's
Yeah.
for.
Who then is funding? Okay, so you're saying now. All right, so I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. So you're saying you never gave any money to the casino?
No. I've donated. No, I've donated in the beginning. I was on the casino show at one
Yes,
point
I
before they
know
got
that.
banned. But I'm saying at a certain point, like a lot of us were just like, this is literally a show every week about Ralph,
Yes.
every week about Nick, and
It's
I'm
the
like,
Pete and repeat show. I hate that shit.
it was the repeat
Right.
thing. So a lot of
Yeah.
us kind of was just like turned off by it. We didn't hate him.
When
we were
did
just
you?
like,
When did you get to that point?
it was way before the Vegas trip. But like I said, like the first
Well, try
6
to
months.
give me a date.
Nobody in the
first six-
nobody in the server watched Kino Casino. Like we would hang out
I
while
know
it was on and
nobody
not watch
watches
it.
it. This is. I have been racking my mind for years.
Even Leon didn't watch it.
Nobody watches this show. I've told Kill Kino Casino this a million times.
true.
I
Those-
cannot find evidence of even Andy's Pay Pigs watching the show.
They wouldn't
Like,
watch
well,
it.
it's
even
hard
the
We would
donate.
we would all
Right.
be in
I
the.
know that do watch the show, but they don't watch it on Kick. They watch it on YouTube on
The
Flake's
clips.
clip
They
channel.
watch the clips.
They
of
watch
it
the
because
clips,
But here's the
But
thing,
who
though,
are the
is like
3,000 live viewers. They don't exist.
Well, no, they're not
fake.
real. It's
They
fake.
don't
Yeah,
exist.
I
There's a
watched
couple
some
hundred
on
live
the
viewers.
game, and it's just nothing but letters, like as the username, and they're not even typing anything that makes sense. It's just
Sticker
G-
spam. It's
GG,
emoji spam.
it's artificial chat engagement for KCIP.
So, Iron, when did you check out of the casino?
Okay, so after they got banned on YouTube, I don't know how many times they got banned on YouTube. If they got banned more than once,
They didn't even get banned on YouTube. That was a lie. You
Oh, they
mean when
lied?
the Daka Daka
Oh.
channel went down?
Yeah, that one.
Gay up.
That's a really long time ago.
No, but like I said, a little bit after that, I don't remember. Honestly, bro, I can't tell you when they exactly.
when the
I
Kino,
stopped
when they were on
watching.
Kino Cathedral
Uh,
before they
Yes.
went to Kick.
so 2023 is I think when the trip happened, like in June, right? I think it was around my birthday, so it was like the summertime. And
I'm trying to
then-
figure out how this show has been afloat for another 2 years when I
Here,
knew it
I'll
was
tell you something
dead.
funny. Person, I'll tell you something funny. So the people that
Yeah.
you heard on Godwinson's Discord call that like Kyler recorded, so those people, most of the time we were aware of Andy streaming on Fridays. I think when he used to only stream like once a week, and this might have been
Yeah.
a while ago. A lot of us didn't even watch because Fridays, Kyler could attest that we would do like a group hangout because most of us had 9 to 5s. Most of us had real lives. So we would all hang out on a specific, not the Twisted Mind server, but on another server. We would just hang out on Fridays, and that was when he streamed. And we might watch the first 10 minutes, and then we're like, oh, it's another Ralph episode. Good. All right, click off. And then we would just talk, us friends. So I don't know these 3,000 people. I might have been one of them at some point for a little bit, but not like consistently, because a lot of us.
Well, the 3,000 people mysteriously materialized. They were down to about 1,000 viewers for a year, and then all of a sudden they had 3,000.
Well, there was an episode, if anybody remembers,
There's
where
somebody
they had
dropping
some
a tremendous
issues.
amount of money between
Well,
2023
they had-
and now.
They had issues with the bots, and it dropped down to like their real numbers, and it was like 800 people.
Yeah,
It
I
was, like,
saw that.
under
Kirsten,
1,000.
You're like kind of
Yeah.
a historian. Let me ask you. Okay, so when did they start talking about Ricada? Like, when did that start?
Well, they were defending Ricada for a long
Well,
time.
okay.
they were defending Ricada. I remember when we did the stream together, when we did Fuck Andy, when he with the box wine incident. I wanted to do Ricada then. That was late October
Of what
Of-
year?
22.
So, yeah, honestly, I
And
probably.
I don't think they picked it up
started-
for another 6 months. I don't think they
Yeah,
really
yeah.
started picking it up until Ricada got busted, right?
Yeah. So I stopped watching somewhere before the Vegas trip. Like I wasn't even like I wasn't watching more than like 10 minutes, or I wasn't even watching the clips. Like I would tweet them out, maybe the clip channel, because Flake ran it, or Kyler was
Were
gonna
you
be
still
involved with
sending
it.
money?
I was originally going to
At
do
that
the clip
point,
channel.
No, probably not. I remember when they started on Kick, I gave them like 30 subs and then never gave them $1 more after that. Like, and that was like when they first got like monetized. And then like obviously there's people that donate hundreds, if not, or the 3 people that donate hundreds and hundreds of like. I think because like I said, when like I stopped talking to them, I stopped talking to Andy after the Vegas trip immediately. Like I distanced myself, but before that, we weren't really watching. Like none of us were expected except Beezer to donate, because Beezer
Was there another server?
So I talked about this before you got on. So Kyler was in a server, but there was like apparently like 4 other servers below that server. Like you know how like the Masons have 23 or 33
Yeah.
levels. Like I was at the bottom level with the original Twisted Mind server, and then once
Okay.
obviously that died because of the Discord trauma, Andy with his like five people left, and I guess Kyler came around because Kyler was busy IRL with life. Somehow they ended up creating like another 23 like Discords, and it was just like by the time it was at the bottom, I think it was just Liana and Andy. I don't know,
What?
but like I said, I heard these things.
Well-
I wasn't in any of them. I was the one that I was in was Twisted Mind, which was like forever ago, and then that ended because of the Discord drama that you know about or whatever, or you heard about.
Yeah.
And then I stopped talking to him. Andy and me stopped talking, and then they kept creating servers because they were paranoid.
Andy's so
getting-
paranoid. So
Yeah,
paranoid.
Andy,
Yeah.
dude, you have no idea. Like
You
the
have
paranoia-
no idea.
Well, I know about Andy's
So like I
paranoia.
said, me not even talking to him was perceived as a threat because they created these Discord servers, even though I wasn't in them.
Yeah, well, clearly there's another one. So, Kyler, explain this then.
Oh yes.
Well, another one. So the one that I had the fallout in is the one I made to bridge 2 friend groups I had together. One of them was Guy Heaven from $1 Million Extreme. They're famous for having a plant in season 3, Jimmy. I didn't watch it, but I know that they did that. So
Okay.
Guy, I've been a part of Guy Heaven for like over 10 years, I think, at this point. So like I'm like, okay, I have these homies over here. I'm running out of homies on this server because it seems like everyone's kind of getting whittled away for some reason. So I'm gonna merge these
Right.
2 friend groups, and then I made a Guy Heaven
Clearly,
Discord.
they were using the Twisted Mind server as some kind of containment, right?
I guess because
No,
it was pretty much
like it
was dead at
was
that
a
point.
hangout. It was just a hangout, but then the
Well, when Liana
containment
came
started
around,
after.
yeah, when Liana came
Yeah.
around and like all the get like the purity checks of being a woman or not, you know, purity spiraling, if you can't be in here if you have a vagina and you're in proximity to Andy happened.
Yeah.
Twisted Mind was kind of dead because the show hadn't been on for a long time, and they moved. I think it was the Kino Casino server. That's where they were, and then I'm like, okay,
Well,
Liana's.
what is the Kino Casino? Okay, so were you in this Kino Casino server?
Yes.
How
I
many
wasn't.
people were in there?
Quite a bit. It was a lot of familiar faces and
That
some
was
people I
the
didn't
game
recognize.
server.
The what?
Was that the gaming server? He would do the gaming streams. Was that
I
the
think
gaming
I
server?
wasn't
He would
around for the
advertise
gaming
it?
streams, but I know I did play Project Zomblade with somebody who turned out to be Medicare Masochist. I didn't even know that at the time. I learned later. I'm like, who is this Snake
What was
Eyes
his
guy?
name at the time?
It was, I think he was maybe he was Medicare Masochist, but I didn't watch Kino Casino, so I didn't know who he was. I just thought he was like a guy. I don't know, like the Andy
He
knew.
had
was
like
the name,
person. He had multiple.
He had
alt accounts,
multiple
like,
alts
even
in
I
there,
didn't
yeah.
know. I didn't.
I
like,
know
I
that.
knew-
'Cause see, what I'm trying to figure out is
Yeah, what's the
so
meat and potatoes
Ashton
here?
in the beginning would constantly bitch and complain about Andy hanging out with two people and doing drugs with them all
Yeah,
day.
Osier did blow on the server. I've heard him snort lines in there with his cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Osier of Soul.
But there were two of them,
Yes, Osier of Soul.
and one of them was named Snake something.
Snake
Female
Eyes.
sister
Yeah.
just followed on Kick.
It's got to be
So
Medicare
Snake Eyes was
Masochist.
in there.
Snake Eyes was Medicare Masochist.
He's
all.
Medicare Masochist.
Yeah,
So
we know
maybe
that.
he-
Yeah.
It must he must have been doing blow with
He was
Medicare
doing
Masochist.
blow
See,
with
that's the
Medicare
thing, like,
Masochist.
But that's who it was, yeah.
That probably happened off the Twisted Mind server because we would have seen them in there unless
But it was
a private
happening as
channel.
early as when the show started.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then they had their own. Because
Yeah, they must have had their own. They must have had their own fucking drug den then to do
Medicare
that.
I
Masochist
was
seemed pretty
invited to
private.
a Kino Casino Discord server, but it was empty. I couldn't see anything in the server.
There's probably a
So
facade
either
then to
I
keep shit
was
hidden from you.
like I was not given
Yeah.
permission to see everything in the server, or it really was just
It was a
an empty
Chinese
server.
skyscraper, a nice facade, and then there's nothing inside of it to trick you. Probably, I'm gonna assume.
Because I'm curious if it was the same server that Kyler was in or not.
No, because the one I was in had people in it. And it was like hopping, and it was like a lot of the old heads and people I recognized from like
Huh.
the old days. But then like I made do party because like it was like the Donga tribe. There's a lot of his chief has the tribe has too many chiefs, not enough Indians in it.
Well, there's no way Warski was gonna let you in like his main server.
Yeah, there's no way. Worski's too paranoid. There's no way he'd let you in his
I
main
never
server.
communicated with
You were in a
Andy ever.
containment
I've
server.
never communicated with Andy once.
Really?
Really?
But yeah,
Okay.
because you were like Ashton's friend. You weren't.
Yeah,
Andy's
you were more
yeah, I
Ashton's
wasn't
friend.
Andy's friend.
Okay.
Like I heard
Andy
you
was
guys
only
had
took
your
me
own
around for a
server
few
too.
months.
You're like
I
you're like
heard
the
you guys-
you're like the opposite
had
of
your-
me. I never
Well,
communicated
you never
with
been in a call with Andy once?
Nope.
Damn.
He's probably afraid of
You
you.
must have been distant.
We were never interested in getting involved with Andy because I kind of already, I've been following this shit for a long time. I
Yeah.
knew everything that Andy was
You've
up
been
to
around
already.
Yeah.
I was around. I was actually in Andy's Discord server. That was one of the first things I did because remember Andy was going to start the cult when he had the purple hair
Yeah.
after Miami, and he was going to start the cult.
Well, okay.
So I was
the
in
cult.
the Violation Radio server when he was fighting with Geek. And I was looking at all the stuff. And remember, they'd always say they were going to do callers, and then they'd crash the show right before they do callers.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
trying to get in there. So I was familiar with how Andy worked all the way back then. So
Makes
I never
sense,
really
yeah.
wanted to get involved with Andy, ever.
Yeah. Well, that was before even I was a donator. Like I knew about that stuff because from the Medicare stream when he streamed my Tampa or whatever. But I wasn't even in like a call or.
But I will say this though, just to kind of add some flavoring on the
That was just
Kool-Aid
I don't even
chicken.
remember how to get into that account that I put, but I remember I made it specifically so I could just see what was going on with Andy and Geek. That was like one of the first times I ever went in Discord. Was just to see what was
Well,
going on in
I-
there.
I
with
will
the
s-
Andy meltdown.
I will say this, right? Like whenever me and Andy were doing Twisted Mind, I would kind of hard wrangle him. I didn't realize that's what I was doing in the moment. I thought I was just giving him good advice, but I was hard wrangling him because I'm like, dude, just let's not cover like super niche drama topics. Let's just laugh at shit online. He was concerned about his Kiwi Farms thread being active. I'm like, dude, if you just chill out, like just don't be accessible. Just go on your stream, do your shit, and then let's dip out and do our thing and just hang out.
Oh, I know. He never. That's one of the reasons why.
But during
I'm
that
sure
whole-
Andy never wanted to talk to me.
But
because
during that whole time, though, am I wrong?
write a lot of
His
things
Kiwi
about it.
during Twisted Mind, his Kiwi Farms thread was on page 2 sometimes. It was so dead.
Yeah.
I got him to chill the fuck out for a little bit, and then look what happens when I go away for 2 weeks to do RV7. Here we are. I just want to point that out. Sorry.
That was only for 2 weeks, Kyler?
Yeah, I was well, it was like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I was in RV7. Yeah, I was from Oklahoma
I feel
City
like it
to
was a lot
Austin.
longer.
It felt like forever. I'll tell you, being on that piece of shit. Yeah, it felt like a year to
But
me.
you didn't have any heat in the RV
No.
when you were on the RV.
But
and
but
it
to
was
Chicken
just
Andy
a
he
disaster.
did buy us very good winter gear out of his own pocket though, and sleeping bags
Is
ever
that the
rated for the
one-
temperature.
Is that the one where you got slapped by Dope?
Yeah. So the
Fuck.
story behind that is that I had to get $25 for that.
And Tommy and
He
and
slapped the
sci-
hell out
and
of you.
I
schizophrenic
slapped the
Tommy.
shit out of Tommy. I slapped the shit out of Chicken. We were all slapping each other. Tommy fumigated the whole RV with mace from the top of window.
Yes.
Like all this shit. That was
He
funny.
climbed on top of the RV. Yes.
That was funny as fuck, dude. That was lit. That was good content. I'm proud of that. That was
was
I,
good
I
content.
remember you were locked out, and I remember when you came back, you told us about that when they locked you and another guy out, like in the
Well,
freezing
everybody
cold.
got locked
everybody
out.
did. Mondo
But-
locked Mondo or no,
Mondo locked everybody out.
Chicken Andy locked out me, Tommy, and Mondo after we had thrown water on each other in a fight in the freezing cold. And I'm like, Chicken, this actually isn't funny, man. Like, someone else could get hurt from this. Like, this isn't good.
That's horrible, man.
It was funny.
I
It was.
remember that.
It wasn't
That
that,
was
bad.
one thing
And a
I
lot
can
of it,
remember.
I will say, a lot of it was played up for the cameras because, like, that was the only content there was for a stretch of it was me versus Tommy. That's it. That was the only content there was. So he'd tell, like, I don't want to break the kayfabe or the script, but I'd have phone call with Casey, you know, and Chicken would be out there in the RV talking to me, and you know, like, hey, do this, do that, you know, play it up, lean
Yeah,
into it.
Casey Content God, I know, is constantly on the phone with everybody.
Yeah, he's. I talked to him on the phone briefly. He's interesting, cat. But
yeah, I bet he is.
But it was funny because I felt bad for Tommy on some level because he's like basically retarded, but then like he would like be like organically be a dick, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna lean into this then. If you're gonna like you're not in the script, you're just being who you are, then I'm not gonna give you good advice anymore. Like when he thought his dick was gonna fall off because the green haired girl jerked him off or
Yeah,
something.
that was the best. That was one of the
That was
best things on
amazing.
the RV.
Yeah.
With the green-haired chick.
Do you remember whenever I called Rooster on the phone and had him talk to Tommy, and I said is Dr. Rooster, and he's like, yeah, Tommy, you have to get some
Dr.
you
Rooster.
have to get some
Yeah, I remember
peroxide, you
that.
know, and all that shit. Oh yeah, it's bad, man. Is it leaking?
But I
anything?
thought she only jerked him off. He didn't even penetrate her, right?
He's retarded. Like I don't know
That
what to
was-
say. Like he thought he
She got
legitimately.
so offended
he-
too when he didn't want to fuck.
That's the crazy part. That's why like after a while I kind of backed off on Tommy because that wasn't for the camera. He was legitimately just like that.
Yeah, one
That
of the
wasn't
super
stream
stalkers,
bait. That he wasn't stream baiting. That was like him being himself. Like he was legitimately like concerned, and I had to hear about it when the cameras were off. And I'm like, at one point there's no stream, and he wanted us to go to a clinic really bad, and I'm like, Tommy, you're fucking fine, dude. Like this is not a joke. We're not doing the stream
Didn't
right
Chicken
now.
fuck that bitch anyway?
Yeah, they went in her car and he pounded her out like a fucking chicken cutlet.
Oh my god. That was great content.
He'll. I'm not sure about now, but back then he fucked anything on
Did she
two legs.
that was like not scripted at all though. Like she really was some random bitch
Yeah.
off the side of the road.
I
that
did
just went
cocaine
to
with
the
her.
RV with you and
Yes,
fucked
I did
chicken.
blow with them. Yes, she had a little
Well, I
baggie
know
of
they were
blow.
doing blow.
She
We
gave me
could
She gave me key bumps, dude. Like that was real. Like she was just some street chick, and I, looking back on, it, I probably shouldn't have done that. But I was also like a pint of Jägermeister deep, so I mean, like you fucking do the math on that one. Like I
She
wouldn't
was
do that
pretty
now.
hot. Besides the fucking
alright.
dread, she was pretty hot.
Yeah, she was pretty. She was alright. The green
Well,
dreads were
they
kind of
showed
crazy.
on
But...
IP2, they showed all her nudes, and she was in very good shape.
Yeah, she was attractive, but like the green dreads were kind of like a
Yeah,
little
the
too
green
gnarly.
dreads are rough.
Yeah, a little too gnarly for me. She was a nice lady. I personally was not trying to, have any part of that besides the blow. She did pretty good coke. Anyway, that's not important. I don't do that shit.
Did
no more.
pretty good coke.
It was actually pretty good for a green-haired chick off the street. Like that was actually pretty. Because I've done like fish scale with the Peruvian chick one time, and that was the best. And like that stuff wasn't that, but it wasn't like cut with like laxatives and shit.
Wait, what the fuck is fish scale? I'm sorry. I'm
It's
too
really good stuff. It's stuff you really can't
Oh,
get on
okay.
the street.
Like, what the fuck is fish scale?
She went right to the Peru. She went right to the Colombian friggin'.
Shouts out Manuela,
wild
by the way.
rainforest
I hope
for
you're. I hope she's still alive. I don't know, but shouts out Manuela. Like holy shit.
that stuff.
Shouts out. She gave it to me for free, dude.
Oh my god.
So,
I got
what's the,
another
so
hour,
I know
so-
the homeless
yeah.
guy was real that you brought on the RV.
Oh,
What was his
Joker?
name?
What?
Joker
Joker,
Styles. Yeah, he's currently I think still in. I think he's in prison now because he got into a scuffle
he
with
went
the
to
police
prison.
officer and reached for his weapon.
Yeah.
So that was he was shooting up in the bathroom and shit. Like that was a legitimate. Like the only reason I survived on the RV is because I lived in drug dens that were about as clean as that. But the one thing the one line we didn't cross in my drug den was like, you're not fucking with your arms. If you've got syringes, you get the fuck out because we're not fucking with that. So that
clearly
RV was
he was
more
a heroin addict. He was living under Kyler. He was living under a highway underpass.
Oh, I know. No, I sat. No, I was there. I went.
I know
I was
you
in.
were.
I was in the
know,
underpass.
You guys were insane.
He made a fire under the
And in
underpass.
stream, this homeless guy is pushing around a cart, selling garbage out of a cart, and
It was
they
his
follow
art.
him back to his homeless shelter, which is just
Under
like
the
refuse
bridge.
thrown together.
Jesus Christ.
Under the bridge,
And they
baby.
went back and they hung out with him, and he's like, "I'm going to start a fire, guys. This is my house."
He was burning plastic, and it was going.
All on the,
he was burning.
This was all on the stream.
Yeah, he was burning
Yes, it's all on
plastic.
stream,
He made a fire under the overpass for us to sit by, and we were smoking weed with him, and he was just throwing things in the fire, and some of it was plastic, and I couldn't open my eyes. The smoke was so accurate. I was like blinded for a minute. Like I just sat there with my head down, because that smoke was so accurate from the plastic. I couldn't even breathe.
So was that like really somebody's genius idea to say, "Oh, you want to come on the RV?"
That's chicken. Yeah.
Chicken really is that insane, huh?
Dude, that was like the Fear and Loathing in Austin, Texas shit, dude. Dallas, Texas. That was probably that was the last hurrah of my 20s.
That was one of the best RVs besides Baked and
yeah. That was the last
rolls.
hurrah of my 20s. That was like I think the last of the demon I had in my head that wants to do stuff like that because I no longer have any desire to have any part of that. I like warmth, comfort, cleanliness, shelter, my bed. It's good, you know. I don't want to sleep on fucking an 89 Bounder from Breaking Bad. The same model of RV as Breaking Bad. Yeah, I don't want to do that. No thanks.
Well, yeah, I mean it was Breaking Bad for sure. It was
the same model. It was the same RV too. It was like an 88, 89, or I think it was like 87 Bounder. So like people would see us pull up and they're like, "Oh, cool, Breaking Bad," and it's like, no, this isn't like a publicity stunt thing. This is just where we're living right now. And they'd come in and see it and be like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, I know Joker was on the RV for a while and then he got arrested.
Joker was on the RV, but he had to go home because of whatever. Go back to the under the bridge because some reason they just kicked him out because he was shooting up and shit. And then him and JJ had like an altercation one night because he gave a black woman drugs and she like had a freak out spaz seizure, and JJ was like yelling, threatening to kill him and shit. That was one of the few times JJ's broken character on stream was that when that happened. So
yes. I'm vaguely aware of that one. I kind of tuned out of IP too.
Hey, dude, like you gave her drugs, dude, and they're messed up drugs. Now she's puking and stuff, man. Like this not cool, man. I'm gonna punch you in the freaking jaw, dude. I'm gonna sock you in the freaking jaw, dude. And like he was like spun out on some shit too. I think he took some of the same drugs because he was acting weird that night.
Well, yeah, probably crack.
Probably. I don't know. They gave the woman some of it, and she had a bad reaction, and JJ was pissed about it. And after that, Joker just left.
Then JJ was pretending he got raped by Andy Dick in his sleep.
I have artificial smells. Yes, artificial smells in my rear end.
Lube on my asshole.
On my behind. He doesn't curse. He doesn't curse. So no, he said some shit like my. I will say too, like off stream, he acts the same. When the cameras are all off, in fact, he acts more unhinged and crazier than when the cameras are on.
That's hard to believe.
I was there, dude. Like we were in Walmart one time. No streams going. We were buying winter gear. He just found like a bow and arrow set laying out, like out of the package somebody opened up, and he just took it and shot it through like the shelves of like the items, and it went through some of the like it was like boxes of like, you know, it's Walmart, so it's just a shelf of shit. He just shot it through it and stuff, and like did all this other crazy shit. He would get in the mobility scooters and just drive them around and crash them into shit, and no stream was going. So he was fun to be around. Did I meet Gucci's? Yes, I did meet Gucci's. I drank with her.
I remember you were. I was going to ask you about Gucci's, and then we'll get back to the casino.
She's smaller than
nobody knows what we're talking about.
She's small. She's a very small person, smaller than you think. For some reason, when you see her on stream,
tiny, yeah,
you think she's gonna be fat or something. She's not really fat. She's actually a small person. I'd say the most interaction. This bar had a policy of having a limit on purchasing things, so I bought her a shot at a bar in Bricktown, OKC. And then we were on the RV partying and shit, and she went into Gucci's mode when I was drunk too, and she was like going crazy, and Mondo sat on her and frog splashed her to get her to chill out.
Yes.
And then I was, this is my nightmare. This is probably the worst part of RV7. We're drinking in this parking lot near Bricktown. We parked the RV around there. I don't even know what the fuck where we parked it. That was crazy. Where they parked it, I don't know. But we were there, and then someone says, "Hey, whatever" on the chat. So I reach over to tap Gucci's shoulder, who's sitting beside me, to my knowledge. And I just reach over and do that. I poke her right in the butt cheek, dude. And my sweat went cold because I don't know. Absolutely not. And then she looks at me like, I'm
He's
just
a
like,
nymphomaniac, right?
doing this. I'm like, no, 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 no,
You didn't
no.
fuck Gucci's? Everybody fucks Gucci's. This is
Hell
nymphomaniac.
fucking no, dude. But I hung out with her sober the next day, and she was pretty chill. I don't know. That was after that night I called Crystal Ann the N-word like 3 times outside of a bar in Bricktown. I'm sure that recording somewhere. But Crystal Ann's also crazy too. That's a different story.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I came back the next day because they stayed at Crystal Ann's house, who's a bit north of me. She lives here. That's crazy, by the way. Holy shit, that's not good. And then I go back, and then she's chill. We're chilling. I apologize to Crystal Ann, for calling her the N-word 30 times. And then I join the RV, and she leaves that day. So she stays at Crystal Ann's, and I that's the most I saw of her. It was like sober in the morning, and then drunk as fuck at night. And she was about the same as you'd expect off stream. She was very quiet. She was like kind of just like doing her own thing on the couch, just sitting there. I don't think she liked me very much. So
I wouldn't expect her to be quiet.
she was chill. No, whenever she wasn't in the morning,
But
like
a lot of them are chill. When they get off the camera, they like have to wind down.
yeah, JJ's the opposite, I would say.
I believe that.
He amped it up whenever like one day he just screamed out of nowhere at like 7 in the morning at a gas station, like, "Phoenix, Arizona, are you ready to rock?" Out of nowhere, and it scared the shit out of everyone there, and the cameras were not on. So he does shit like that all the time.
Is he like a method actor? He's just always.
I guess if that's all a bit, then like yeah, he needs like the Daniel Day-Lewis award for live
I
streaming.
think they really are just all insane.
I think
Especially
at least,
that
like,
last one that
75%
Kyler
of
was
them-
on.
Yeah, 75% of them are definitely insane.
Like Tommy was definitely nuts.
Tommy, that's the thing. I laid off of Tommy once I realized like something was really going on there.
It's not an yeah, it wasn't an act.
That wasn't him playing anything up for his stream. It was just him being a retard. What's up? Fuck. Hold on. There we go. Give me some appropriate music here.
All right, so let's get into this. All right, so Kyler, the casino server.
Yes.
You said it's got levels. Explain.
Well, I think what happened was like once they kind of sniffed like you're not 100% a yes man, you got kind of iced out. Like that one day where they moved, where I guess I was talking too much because I developed a compulsive talking issue after I suffered a severe loss traumatically. That was too much for them to bear. So then they went to a different server right in front of my face that I'm also into. And I saw them do it, and I sent a screenshot to Flake. I'm like, "Are they fucking for real with this shit?" And he's like, "Yeah, you were talking a little too much, man. Like, sorry." And I'm like, "Man, fuck y'all."
Blake is such a fag.
Yeah,
dude.
like that's
Oh
the
my
disappointing
God.
part because honestly,
a little bit.
and when you're hanging out with him person to person, he's not that bad. He's all right. So is
Jaworski is his boss now, right? So
he's his meal ticket, I guess. Yeah, he's getting that internet
Does
money.
Blake
is a
actually
bum.
get the money?
Blake that does he does the Kino
He does
Casino
all the
Clips
work.
channel.
At the start, he was getting Gator money. At the start, because
Gator money.
he told me like he gave him like a bit like once, and then I'm like, oh, because he's like he did editing, and I'm like, oh, like do you do this for other people? He's like, no, he's like I have a job and then I do this for the show. I'm like, oh, nice, he's paying you. He's like, yeah, he only pays me like a little bit.
well, he works at the
But that
hospital.
was at the very beginning. Now I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't he the sole reason they have a
Flake
YouTube
got
presence?
my job, basically. Flaked, basically, Ashton begged me to stay. As the third, he said I would do third chair slot, which I didn't even believe anyway. And then he wanted me to do the editing and have control of the clip channel. And he wanted to have control of that, and he wanted to have control of that through me, but I told him to go fuck
Of course
himself.
he did.
So I was basically, I think there was already competition from Flaked, but for whatever reason, Ashton did not want Flaked to have that role. maybe it was too much
Because
power.
that's another
from
that's
Wolski.
that's another revenue source, right? Because the three revenue sources are Kick, Clip Channel, and the Gumroad. Which PvP has the Gumroad, Worski has the Kick, and so the third
had
one
the
is
Twitter.
right.
Yes.
Don't they all? Doesn't PPP also have Kino Cathedral as well?
Yeah, but they don't get any views on that. So
I
they're
don't
not getting
think.
any money from it.
I don't know what the deal is exactly with. I know that Andy will bitch and complain if he does anything solo.
Really? But doesn't like Ashton do like these wrestling things
Smart
once in a while?
guys. Yeah, does he do that? What's up with smart guys? What's up with
He
that?
does that with DSP, but that's a new thing. And he's actually just did Smart Guys yesterday, but
Really?
they're still not doing their show yet.
They speak on Casino at all? Their reason for their absence? Because haven't done the show in 2 weeks, and usually when that happens, I'm assuming Andy's in rehab. Maybe I don't know.
Ashton clearly moved. I don't know. I don't know what
I
happened.
agree with that as well now.
I will say this: after I got on Kyler's show, they did take a long break.
Yes.
I remember, like, I really kind of was like, okay, I put myself on the spotlight. I just kind of want to see what happens. So I was seeing like everybody's tweets, everybody's reaction, the chat.
Yeah, they
stuff.
disappeared for a month.
It was a month.
Was it that bad? Because I
mean,
didn't pay attention. I
remember
just dropped the bomb.
remember
Me,
the
yeah.
First week. I remember the
Yeah,
first
people
week.
thought it was over.
Me
I
and
thought it was over after the first week, but it was a month.
but
That's the
but
amount of damage.
the attitude that me and Iron had were like, we're just gonna drop this bomb and we don't really give a fuck. Like I didn't look
Yeah.
at Casino chat and like the stream. They were gone for a month because of that.
They were gone for
Yeah,
a
they'll
month.
go.
That's
They disappear for
crazy.
long periods of time
That's crazy.
at random.
I don't know
sometimes.
really to the extent of how much of a wrench I put in their works with the Vegas stuff. I don't really know. Like how much damage
Oh
it
no,
do.
they were coping about me on Twitter. They were saying that Liana was like, I remember seeing Ralph talk about it. I remember seeing like the tweets. Like I didn't
Yeah.
keep watching the shows, whether it was Ralph's show or I even Persip. I think you have a show, right?
Yes.
I didn't watch any of it, but I remember seeing the tweets and the screenshots of Liana crying on the chat. I remember hearing that.
I remember
they
that. Yeah.
The chat thing to like.
Well,
5
Liana validated the existence of hookers. I know
Yes,
that.
Yeah, she validated the trip and everything. Like,
Yeah,
we
she
didn't
basically
anymore.
confirmed that the trip did in fact happen, and then there were hookers. Yes.
Because she's stupid.
And then I was laughing. I was like,
She was
"Man, we don't have to
banning
do it."
people. She was doing all kinds of crazy shit. She had a major crash out.
How do you see the ban logs on a kick? I see people post screenshots of ban activities on kick channels. How do you do that?
It's a
Is there site?
website.
Okay.
It's a website. I can send it to you.
Because have they been banning at all? Because I know Beezer was banning a while ago.
Well, now
no.
you can't. You got to wait 6 hours, right? to
6
even
hours?
be
I
able
think
to
it's
enter the
4.
chat?
Last time I checked,
Well,
it was
they had
4.
a 24-hour wait at one point.
No shit.
Yeah.
I heard it was 5. That's what I heard. I don't know.
They've changed it,
They
right?
keep changing it all over the place. Every
Because
time you
I
check
have
it,
some sock puppets that are ready to rock on it. I don't know. But I just don't know when the time's right. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, though.
Because I made a bunch of sock
Well, the
puppets that
problem
saw
is
that.
you can never because they get you immediately, right? The second you post, Beezer's on you, Worski's on you. They have that shit locked down.
It's
Ozier
locked
also was he was unemployed and even before the drama he was 24/7 with the mod stuff. Like he would be there hours after the show ended, just looking at the chat.
What?
Yeah, he was that
What?
like he was like that. He would be on the kick chat. Like the rest of us would be playing games or talking, and he'd be like, he
You'd
might
be
be on
scouring the
Discord.
kick chat. Well, that explains why people are
I just
getting
put the
banned
link
at
in your
all
server,
hours.
Kyler.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
because he like that shit went to his head, and he always said like this is the funny thing. The reason why he hated me is because anytime he said something cringe or retarded, I called him out. I said, "That's fucking retarded. You're retarded," and then he would cry to Andy, or maybe even to Kyler. I think I don't know, and I was just like, "You're retarded."
I think he would
You get
know better
mad about
than okay. I think he would know better than to come to me with that because I would have a rational like thing for him to do. Like, hey, just don't do this. Like, read a book, play a Nintendo game, like go outside. Like, don't do this. And I don't think he wants to hear that, so he never came to me much with stuff like that.
Well, I know he went to Andy because Andy used to like once in a while he would tell me like, what happened? And I'm like, he's being a faggot. What do you want me to do? And then he even agreed with me, which is kind of funny. He shitted on old Riley Shore, and the only
Yes,
reason
they would
Riley
talk
Shore
shit
still,
about him
yeah,
behind. Like they would talk shit
yes,
about him when he was gone, and then when he was there, he would like they would like suck his dick and act like
yeah.
he was a
The
cool
only
guy.
reason he's still
You
there
get
is
fucking
because
whiplash.
he said yeah. He said yeah to Andy. He like if Andy told him to like do something like horrific, he'll do it. He was a yes guy to Andy 100%. Like he never had his own thought, and then like he was stuck with him
And that makes
because I was
I believe
accused
that
of
they might have used him. I don't know if this is true or not, or if he's just retarded. Because the only reason that we're here, the only reason I'm here right now, the only reason that y'all are here right now is because Osir of Soul, Riley Shore, aka Criley Poor, I was using the Kino Casino X account shortly after I just like made some drive-by shit on Jet Neptune about using Fish Tank as a front for e-girl pussy and Discord kittens and
Yes.
stuff. Because there was a leaked recording of Jet literally begging to pay for this one chick who's on Twitter for
I saw
sex. Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, Jet's obviously having ulterior motives for this show. Like, yeah, it's a show, it makes money, but fish tank, whale bait, you do the math on the wordplay there. Doesn't take two fucking brain cells to figure out what's going on. And then OC, after I made that post, I streamed on the Kino Casino X account, just some shit I was chilling with, because I was piggybacking off the followers. Why wouldn't I capitalize on that? Of course I am. So Osir comes in and puts in quotation marks, Discord get kitten e-girl, and then says ironic, lol. And I'm like, really? Is that ironic? Because I really hope you're not calling a dead woman that. Because I'm not offended because I know it's not true. I'm mad on the behalf of the person who's not here to defend themselves against it. And then he scuttled away, and that just pissed me off. Because it was cooling off. I was like, okay, is this cooling off now? And now I'm just like, how can I make as much trouble as possible for Andy Worski and Kino Casino? How can I just throw wrenches, a bag of wrenches, just throw them everywhere? I want to do that. I think it's funny.
You can do that. So Andy's iceberg channel. Let's go into that.
Okay.
Mysteriously gets hacked in quotation marks and gets the same porn played on it and the same shit played on it that happened to his last account.
What happened? Well, I'll tell you exactly what was posted on it.
Because it was the exact same stuff.
It was racism iceberg and it was Johnny Rebel songs. It was like stuff like that. It was like racism iceberg and it was a Johnny Rebel song, and then it was like inward iceberg and all this shit, and then it was just other stuff too.
Yeah,
so it was
like
just low effort. It was low effort shit. It was just like a Johnny Rebel song with like a picture, and it said, and it was all in lower caps, racism iceberg, and after that it was gone immediately. Like not even a moment. Like the channel just struck down immediately.
So I always speculated that Andy either had you do it or he did it himself, because it doesn't make any sense.
Perspicacity? Let me tell you something, buddy. I worked my ass off and poured my heart and soul in those scripts, man.
I believe it, but who else? It wasn't Bibble. I don't believe it.
He was a manager on the channel. He was. I can confirm that he left it.
Bibble.
I don't know who did it. I'm just telling you the facts of the matter. Bibble was salty because originally the agreement between him and Andy was that it was a 50-50 ownership of the channel. And then Bibble had the writing skills of like a third grader. And I obviously have a better command of the English language than him. And my verbal linguistic skills are actually pretty high. I can pull up my old second grade Iowa test score sheet I found the other day. It was like 99 percentile. So I can write. I'm not the best, but I'm definitely fucking better than Bibble. So it was an Adawolf situation where slowly Bibble got pushed out, edged out.
Oh,
and then eventually Bibble would just like show up once every 6 months being like, okay, what are we doing, guys?
Well, Bibble, I mean, obviously Bibble is not going to be on good terms with Andy when Andy swore to Bibble that he wasn't going to do a show taking down Ralph and then did a show taking down Ralph.
Yeah, Andy doesn't tell the truth ever. Like that's just that we all know that, but it's just like Bibble, okay, from my perspective, right, I don't know if he did it. I'm not going to say I don't know who did it. I don't know, but from my perspective, Andy's retarded enough to leave Bibble on from the beginning of the channel as a manager.
How did it get taken down instantly?
I think it's because of the content matches on the whatever porn and Johnny Rebel songs. Because I think you cannot upload Johnny Rebel to YouTube without getting flagged immediately.
But couldn't he appeal it?
Andy, I don't think Andy gave a fuck at that point about the channel. Obviously, we weren't working on it anymore. He was focused on like Kino Casino and the boxing thing. That was his big focus.
He was doing nothing. He was doing.
Oh, I know. We know that now. Yeah, he was doing nothing. But like he didn't like editing. He didn't like I
Well,
think
yeah, I
the
know.
videos were too long. The videos were very long and required a lot of editing. So I think from his perspective, like it just wasn't worth the effort. So he could have did it himself for all I know, just to like create a story and an angle and
What you have
frame.
to do is put
I
on the
think there's an
Donkey Kong.
argument to be made for both, right?
There,
No, I don't think there is. I don't believe it was Bibble. I don't
He-
see
I
any.
mean,
I will
I
put
don't
it
think it
this
was
way,
Bibble either, but
But
I'm
I will
just
say
saying.
though, like I don't know if it's Bible either, and I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying he had the means and he had the motive.
And then he used it as an excuse to dox Bibble through Flaked and Baked. And there's something that was never. It just never made any
Well,
sense.
Flaked
to
is
me.
always
Why
the
would
cipher
Bibble
for Worcester
destroy?
stocks
Why would
now.
Bibble destroy that channel? The only person who did no work on that channel was Andy.
Well, I'll put it this way too. It was orchestrated to happen right when Andy got knocked out in the ring. It happened right then.
Which is what makes you think it's Andy.
Yeah, exactly.
But how would Andy do it if he's in the ring? Because the videos are being uploaded in real time.
Because it doesn't make
I
any
mean, but,
sense.
like,
If
hold
they
on,
could have
person,
done that at
so-
any time, why not do it at 3 o'clock in the morning when Andy doesn't, and you could have struck down the
But-
channel that way,
But person, like, didn't
or when they're
Bibble
live on the
leave-
show.
But didn't Bibble leave like not that long off the internet after that happened?
Yeah, because
Well,
they're threatening him
he
with his
got
docs.
By Flaked and Baked, yeah.
Oh, he actually got doxxed. I didn't know that.
Did he get docs for real? I heard they
Yeah,
were just threatening him with
Worski's
it.
order.
Flaked and Baked basically said, "I'm going to dox you unless you disappear," and he did.
Wow.
And
Flaked
there's
Bibble,
something
Bibble
notorious
must
docs.
See,
okay.
that's the thing. Like
So he-
even when some of us, like people like me
And
and,
if you
others,
really
like,
wanted
we
to fuck
didn't
with
know.
Andy, why wouldn't you do it when they're live on their show and really fuck with Andy and have his meltdown live on a show? Why would you do it?
Well,
when
it's
he's
kind
in
of like,
boxing?
because well, the thing is too is like
It doesn't make any sense to me.
it does to me because it's like a double dick punch. It's like you got knocked out in like 13 seconds, and your YouTube channel with 32,000 plus subscribers is gone too. You know, so it's like a double dick. It's personal at that point. That's not just for stream bait reaction.
Yeah,
That's
but
personal.
why wouldn't Andy just appeal it and say his account was hacked unless that wasn't true?
We talked to Keemstar. Keemstar tried, and then Keemstar would never got back to it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because obviously there was no evidence that the account was hacked.
Because it wasn't hacked. Bibble had access. It's not a hack. He used his permissions to do it.
Yeah, I know, but he
That's
had
not
that whole
hacking.
thing with
That's
Ian
he
Miles.
was listed as a manager in the YouTube channel.
You
so he had
remember the
full
whole thing with
access.
Ian Miles Chong? He had evidence and everything. We never heard anything ever again about it.
I don't know. I
And
just
pressed
from my
Ashton
my
about this.
perspective, right? Like there's a motive and then
Yeah.
there's a way. I'm not saying he did do it, but that's factual. There
I
was a motive and then there was also a means.
I don't believe he did it.
The one thing that is definitely like what Kyler said that Andy wasn't even involved at that point is true. Kyler was the one he was gonna get like the channel mostly because I remember
Really
Andy
just
talking
follow
about,
the kick.
oh, you know, I'm doing great on the show.
Thank you for
Like,
following.
He wanted to give like Kyler all the access to it at some point because he didn't want to be.
Because Andy's
Yeah, but
retarded. Well, here's the thing
what
too.
an easy
Historically,
way to fuck over
his-
Kyler and not have to pay Kyler any of that money and get out of having to do any of the recordings is just to take down the channel.
because he couldn't write scripts.
Can we definitely say it wasn't Bibble? I don't think so.
I
but
think
we
there's a
can also-
possibility it was
I
Bibble.
think there's
mean,
It's a non-zero
possibility it was
chance.
Bibble,
I will say that's a
and I also-
non-zero
and it
chance.
there's an argument for saying it was Andy, but it was definitely not Kyler,
Because
that was
Bibble
the crazy thing.
Bibble
Like,
was
Kyler
butthurt.
making money off it.
Bibble was butthurt. He was that he got
Well,
iced
I
out.
I mean,
Bibble
I
was
could
fucker.
see Bibble and Ralph cooking that up, but I don't know.
Yeah, but
I
nobody
tend to.
recorded it. Nobody recorded it. Nobody caught any of that stuff.
Nobody
There's nothing to
recorded
record.
the black cookers, dude. I mean, you don't record everything. I mean, like
What was there
unless
to
you're
even
really,
record
like-
though? What was there to
If it
record
was-
about the YouTube
if
channel
there
being
was
taken
gonna
down?
be Ralph, right? You would have screen caps and all the stuff. Like if you're gonna humiliate somebody and get their channel taken down, and it's Ralph. I know. I've worked with Ralph. Okay, I know how the whole system works. Okay, there's no way.
Well, maybe
it was the
Ralph said it and
plot.
Bibble just did it. I mean, who knows? I
I
tend
don't
to want to
believe it.
say it's Worski just because fuck Worski, but
I think he didn't want
mean,
to pay.
real-
I don't think he wanted to pay Kyler or Bibble or anybody else.
But
He
Bibble
Bibble never
wasn't
got
even
paid.
involved.
Bibble never got
Bibble
paid.
wasn't even involved anymore.
When the channel was
because of what
making
Kyler
money,
said.
yeah, but when the channel was making actual money, Bibble wasn't involved at all. He was gone. He would
He had
disappear. He
management
would
rights.
disappear for 6 months and hop in like, "Hey guys, what are we working on?" It's like, we've done like 4 videos without you, dude. Like, what are you talking about? That's what he
So
would
were
do.
you actually
Like-
getting paid from the channel?
Yes, we would
Yeah,
get
he
skill
was.
share. It was I'm not sure how the split was, but I got paid pretty fucking good money from all that fucking ad reads we had, and the ad revenue was starting to take off a little bit,
But
and it was.
if Bibble disappeared for 6 months, why wouldn't Andy just take away his his?
Do
his
you
Andy's
know
ad-
Andy at
retarded.
all? Do you know him?
Andy's retarded. Has that not been
You
established?
know how you just said
Yeah,
you
but
know
this has
Ralph and you worked
happened
with
to-
him? Do you know how you
This
said?
happened with Chris Worski.
Yes, Andy's
It happened
retarded,
with
Persip.
Ian Miles
Persip,
Chong. It
yes,
happened with-
yes. So you're seeing a pattern here, Perspic. Like, he's retarded. He slow
Game
plays.
Worski-
Like you just
You're seeing that-
Worski makes the same mistake over and over. And
How do you
over and
think,
over
I
again.
don't
Persip,
believe it.
how do you think I had the Kino Casino Twitter?
You guys are kind of winning me over about it being Bibble, to be honest.
Persip, how do you think I had the Kino Casino Twitter? How do you think I had that? Because Andy's retarded and slow plays shit and gets
Yeah.
distracted nonstop.
Well, I
and
know
doesn't...
he's retarded, but it's still doesn't
like
make
you're
any
even
sense.
naming like you're even pointing out the pattern here. It happened with all these guys.
You're thinking about it as a
That's
like
like
at
a
least not a
triple-digit
low
IQ.
individual. You're thinking about it as a not a low IQ individual.
Yeah, but who got
Andy-
fucked? Was it Andy or was it Kyler who got fucked? I
Kyler
don't
got
know.
fucked, but
Exactly.
Well, we both
But
did.
also-
Wait. No. We both did because at that point it was just passive income. Like we were just
How
making
much money
money.
was it making?
I think at least $1,000 a month, $1,600 a month, just
Is
on
it
passive.
really?
Yes,
That
on
much
passive.
money?
Yes, on passive income, we were making decent money off of it. Yes, it was, and we weren't even putting videos out. It was just residuals from the views. So like, why would
The videos weren't bad. They weren't bad.
Andy just trash passive income? He loves money.
It's something that's off about the whole thing.
I don't know. Like, I'm just telling you the facts. Like that's the
I
facts.
immediately thought that there was something seriously off about it. Especially it was the exact same stuff that Ian Miles Chong put on the channel that was supposedly hacked.
But how many times has Andy been like fucking felted? Like JF, Ian Miles Chong, the other Worski guy.
Yeah, but
Like-
I found the Ian Miles, even the
His
Ian
channel
Miles
got
Chong
hacked
stuff
with gay
was weird.
porn. I mean, that one time, like Andy has a pattern of trusting people too much, like with things that he shouldn't trust them with, like stream
but he's
keys
also
and
insanely
Well, he
access.
doesn't do
paranoid.
that anymore with PPP.
Hell, fucking no. He's
No.
locked it down now. He's
See, no, this is what I'm talking about, though. He never did that. He made sure to lock down everything with Ashton. I think it's bullshit.
I don't think.
I
I think
think
it's
it's
because he never
bullshit.
Well,
trusted
that's with
PPP.
PPP.
He never
No,
trusted
I
him.
think it's
At the
bullshit.
especially
I
at
think
first
it's
because PPP he came
How
from
could you trust Bibble when you stab Ralph in the back while he's a manager on your channel?
Bibble
And you,
because Andy
Because
literally
Bibble's a base
Andy
black man.
forgot. Andy forgot that Bibble was a manager because Andy's retarded and doesn't remember things. He's like it was like one
I
thing
don't
he
think
did.
Andy
He was
is-
on drugs, dude.
He was on
drinking
drugs,
every
drinking
day.
every
I
day.
don't think Andy is as retarded as everybody's excuse for Andy is, oh, he's retarded. He's not that retarded.
He's not.
Well,
he's
yeah,
cunning
but
in
if
some
he was
ways,
just pulling
but
in the income. They weren't working on the channel actively, so it was in like the background. He was doing other shit.
I
He was
think
getting
he just wanted
high.
to get rid of
The
it.
fight
it
was
happened
happening
during
too.
it happened literally while he was in the ring. It happened the moment he got knocked out.
Isn't that convenient though?
It is. Yes, it is. I don't
Well,
know
but
what you're
Worski
arguing.
couldn't have predicted he would get knocked out. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean? Like,
retarded.
how-
Persip. Like,
If I was
sorry.
gonna troll Worski, I would have trolled him. when
Unless
they
he
were live
had
on
like
the air.
PPP with the dead man switch, like as soon as I
Yeah,
get knocked out, like, press the
Ashton, if I
button.
get knocked out, fucking delete the channel, upload
This
the
is
rest
a-
of my
this is a-
stream.
Lord,
Wait,
upload
wait,
the
you're
Johnny
saying-
Rebel.
Are you saying that this is a control? Oh, like, look, I just got a DM from someone. So apparently, Andy also forgot that he was still getting money. That he forgot about the Patreon.
Yeah, he did. He forgot about the Patreon.
Years
Yes.
after the show ended.
Yes.
And by the way, the only one still giving money in that is Beezer.
Yes.
Of
So
course,
Andy
he's
forgot
still
even,
giving money
and I
to
will
a
say the
paid
one time
manager.
Andy did not give me money was like that Patreon's half and half on us, and he told me one time like I'm still getting money from the Patreon, dude. Can you believe that? From Twisted Mind, and I'm like, yeah. Can you send me some of that? And he never did. So
Of course he did.
Piece of shit.
otherwise,
So
he
there
did.
you go.
He
I
did
mean,
pay
that
me.
kind of just shows like his forgetfulness because of his retarded brain, coked out brain.
He's not retarded. He has a very okay. He's not retarded. He's very cunning in some
I
aspects.
know with the Ashton, he was very cunning, and
But-
he immediately
but
made sure all the money was locked down.
Whenever
I'm not
he's spun
buying
out,
it.
whenever he's drinking, whenever he's in party mode, which is what we were doing.
He's always.
I know,
in
but
party.
like I mean, like we were drinking every single night on Twisted Mind. It wasn't just like box
Oh,
wines.
yeah.
We were drinking six
Yeah, I
packs in shit
remember.
houses. Okay.
I remember both of you were
he-
passed out.
Yeah, it was
Remember
awesome.
when
Bud,
both of you
you
were
need
on
some
the
help,
Star
bud?
Trek? Remember when both of you were passed out in the Star Trek outfits?
Yeah, that was
Both
great. It was
passed
awesome.
out.
Don't drink and do kratom. That shit's not a good combination. You'll just go to
Yeah, the
sleep.
kratom that's crazy, bro.
Hey, I'm
Did
off
he
this
ever
shit
say
now.
how much his rent is? living with his old man? Does he pay rent to him?
It's clearly the same apartment.
It's
He's
the
back
same.
in.
Yeah,
He
he's
moved
back.
out.
I mean-
it's a no. I'll tell you. He lives a few like what do you call it in apartments? Like a few apartments down.
A block.
Like that down. Like if he moved like down
He
the
lives
street.
in the same condo complex.
Well, it's not a condo complex. It's just like apartments.
Is
It's
it like
just-
a duplex?
No, it's just it's
or-
normal. It's like an apartment.
No, it's an apartment building.
Yeah, it's just an
Yeah.
apartment. It's like a big high-rise apartment, and like
His
whatever
dad
the fuck.
owns the other apartment, correct? That he lives in.
I don't know if he owns
that true?
it. I don't know. I never heard anything about owning anything. I just knew that they had an apartment, and that's where they lived, and Andy was in the whatever the spare room or whatever.
A
It's
lot of people have said that he lives because he has Liana now. I mean,
That we
people
know
have
of.
said that his dad owns 2 apartments. Yeah, that we know of.
Yeah,
Where is that
duplex
information
owned
coming
by the
from?
father.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I don't
Who's
know.
saying
I've just
that?
heard this a lot.
No, that's
over the-
retarded. It's just
I
it's an
can't
apartment
reveal
that
my
you pay
sources.
rent for, like a normal apartment. It's a nice one. It's not bad. It's got spacious.
Well, but he lives in the same area as his parents.
he moved
so
a
it's
few
like,
units down. Yeah, he's like down the
Right.
hall from his. Yeah, he's like
Right.
down the hall from his dad. Yeah.
Okay.
So like he's in the same complex.
Does Liana have a job? Do you guys know about that? Is she employed? Or does she do
No,
anything?
dude,
No.
like I said, by the time she moved, like in Canada, mind you, like a lot of us,
You guys were
like
already
us,
out.
we were
right?
already done. Like
So,
Kyler was.
Is she even there?
We don't know. I don't know.
I don't know how long what visa she got or how long it was for.
She was as far as when she locked the cat up because she had a picture of the cat. So I
Well,
guess she
Andy
had
could have
from
sent
there.
that to her.
Oh, true. So there was 2 discords that I know about. This may have been after y'all's time. So for a time period, Andy was doing the gaming streams, and he had like a Kino Casino Discord that he was advertising. He was like, "Hey
Yeah.
guys, if you're a regular donator, let me know. You'll join the Discord. We'll do the gaming streams, right?" So there was that one, and they did a bunch of COD streams. I don't know if anybody.
I wasn't.
was
I
watching
know that one. I wasn't even. In.
I think they were
I
gonna
heard of
try.
it.
They were gonna try and get me on that.
I heard
Okay.
about it because again, like I wasn't
Now-
watching their main show. I wasn't gonna watch.
They
their
wanted me
think-
on Black Ops 6 really bad, and that's whenever I had to
Right,
fall out
in-
with them
in Black
because I
Ops
was
6.
like, okay, I'm playing the game now, guys. I'm leveling up. I'm trying to be on, whatever. And then like that's whenever we had our blow up, or Liana she just said something. It's like Dave Chappelle whenever he quit the show. He's like, something about it just didn't hit me right, it just didn't feel right. And a soundboard clip that Liana dropped while I was talking, didn't like it. And then from then on, it's just been, total Worski, total casino death.
Okay, so were y'all ever in a Discord with Fat Chick Thriller? Because so this
The-
guy recently voice docs. He's this Australian, but recently Worski. This was like a week or 2 ago. I think I posted the clip on my Twitter where he's like, one of the boys comes in chat. I think it was Fat Chick Thriller when they're doing the Beezer post show. And they said something about Civ, and Worski's like, "Oh, y'all are playing Civ? Oh, I want to get on that gaming session. Let me know, and I'll hop on." Right? So they're obviously in a Discord. So either it's the same Discord. I was under the impression that they had deleted the Kino Casino.
They probably
gaming
did.
Discord,
It was
but
the
then
original
they
one.
recreated it with the pay pigs
Okay,
again.
so kill casino guy, right? You have the amount
KKK.
of
Call me
Discord-
KKK.
KKK. The amount of Discord
Triple
made
K, baby.
is unknown, right? It's like to us, like
Right.
I knew about like a good handful of them, and I was only in one of them, and I was in Kyler's. Like Kyler had his own Discord called something Feds or something. Kyler, remember Kyler what that one was?
Only
called? I don't-
Feds, yeah, that was
OnlyFeds, yeah,
that
yeah.
was supposed to be
That
a
was like-
decoy server for some
Yeah.
chick we were gonna prank on Twisted Mind, and I started using it for Collins on my
So
shit.
see, yeah, that was the 2 servers I was ever in, but I've heard of other servers, but I wasn't in them.
Of
Because-
course, there's
but-
more. I just wanted to throw that out there and see,
Yeah.
you know.
Now I will say there is a Civ story though. So a year or 2 before the drama during the pandemic, Andy did play Civ with us, like because Civ is a popular game, and me and
Well,
some
I
of the
played that
boys
too
were
with
playing-
y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, but Andy got upset after 5 minutes because he died. He got killed within 5 turns. on his
Watching
own.
Andy,
How
I
did
would-
you lose
I would-
civilization
I
in
would
5
kill to
minutes?
watch
He
Andy
got
play
killed by the
Civ.
barbarians,
Holy
and he was
shit.
crying about it, and then he was like, "This is fucking good."
You know,
And
when
it
I was a
was,
kid, I
man.
rented it on Super Nintendo and
That
used the
was
mouse.
5 turns, and that was the one time I played Civ with him because every other time he was like, "It's fucking gay. That game sucks, guys. I hate
Is
it."
that why he always plays platformers? Because they're so easy, or it's
I
just
don't
like a simple concept? Because
His
I
attention
noticed like
span's
he's
so low that I think
obsessed-
that's the one thing he can focus on. Like a civil
right,
just
he's
requires
obsessed
like
with the
thinking.
retro.
And I like
Exactly,
that
he's
stuff too,
obsessed-
but I don't play it all the time. I like you know, for example, like I like the soundtrack to Castlevania 4. Sometimes I'll like look up a remix or whatever, you know, but I don't sit around and play these games still.
Yeah,
to
I mean
this
they're
day.
kind of boring, you know.
Like once you played one of them, you like honestly like
right.
recently video games in general. I'm coming to the conclusion they're all mostly shitty.
Well,
Just
Andy
being-
wanted to
being
be,
real.
if you remember, there's been multiple Andy speedrunner arcs where he wanted to be a
Resident Evil
professional
3.
speedrunner.
That's when I first
Yeah.
started working with him. Was whenever he was on D Live doing Resident Evil 3 speed runs to like 20 viewers, and I was one of them.
Yes.
Because it was funny watching him rage and like fuck up the speed run nonstop. Like it was funny.
Oh, the
It was
Lion King
awful.
one.
It was awful. Yeah, the Lion King.
And he always bragged about how he could do like a 14 exit Mario World or whatever in like 12 minutes. I did it on stream while reacting to Raven's interview with Ralph faster than he ever did on stream. I'm
Huh.
like, well, and I haven't even practiced that shit. I just know like that game because
It's
I was a
not
kid.
that hard. It was
It's
in the
not.
movie The Wizard.
Well, no, that's
Remember
Mario
the movie The
3.
Wizard?
It's a bit more complicated in World because to find the secret level exits and the keys and everything. But once you don't know how to do it, it's not hard. And he was always like, "I'm so good at this," and they like stream it in Purple Dragon and shit. And it's like, dude, you're not at that
Oh my
level where
God.
you can stream this because you're not good at it. Someone who doesn't practice can do it faster. I don't know.
Well, and he's obsessed with like this retro achievement thing. Like he's got
Yes,
this account
That,
hooked up,
that's
and
okay.
All
you,
he does.
You touched on something good there because whenever I came back, right, after my 2-year hiatus of being like terminally online, there would be like a new thing of the week they were obsessed with, and it'd be retro achievements. Like, oh, Kyle, you gotta go on retro achievements. And I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And I'm like, who gives a fuck about any of this shit? And then like it was like, oh, we need to play this game on Steam together, and they'd buy me games. They'd buy me games nonstop. I have so many. I can look through my Steam library and tell you
What
what
are the
games.
games?
Here, I'll
Yeah,
tell you. One
let's,
second.
let's hear 'em.
It was like shit that was just current. You know what I mean?
No, dude, it was beside, dude. Flake and
Right?
Bake would buy me games. Why is my Steam
'Cause I-
library showing up?
Because I
Well,
remember, like they would play, like I'd play. I love like horror games or survival games. Like I'd play stuff like that, but they would play like everything, like every fucking thing.
What are you talking
Like-
about? Like Dead by Daylight? What are you talking about?
No, like
Like
the forest,
multiplayer games.
Oh, the
or,
Forest.
Chain
go
Together,
The
Valheim.
Forest. Great game.
Dead by Daylight, I have it. It's all right. I don't like it that much.
I don't
but-
like it that much.
Yeah, I
anymore.
don't like
They're
it.
just chasing like the newest
Um,
thing, right?
like
just
Phasmophobia,
whatever.
like I play stuff like that, but they would play like very like everything, and I was like, yeah, that was like a thing. with
But
them.
they would
did
just
get
buy
obsessed.
me games randomly. Like they bought me
What's yours
Remnant
some of the
2.
games?
Like
Okay.
for some reason my Steam library isn't showing up like in the app. That's weird. Hold on, it's never happened before. Filter on. Okay, there we go. It's glitching out. Let me see. So me and Andy bought me the Golf Club 2019 back in the day because we would listen to Red Bar and like plan out YouTube video. Before we were even streaming, we would just hang out and play PGA Golf Club or whatever. Let me see.
How
I'll-
devastated was he when he got thrown off Red Bar?
Oh, I had to really talk him down from that one. I'm like, look, man, like it's okay. That's what Red Bar does. He razzes you, you know. That's his thing. He's not gonna
Well,
keep you on.
What was he thinking about when he
Was he on
said,
coke
"I
when
do
he was
it
on
for
Red Bar?
money"?
I don't know. Looking back on it, I don't know. I kind of coached him because like my thing was right. If you give Red Bar anything, he's gonna tear into it. So if he brings up like any name or whatever, just lean into it a little bit and play it off. You know, don't just be like, yeah, you know, I was fucking
What would
whacking
it
him.
possess him to say he did it for money? He held a man at gunpoint to do it for money and didn't laugh. What would
'Cause he's
possess
on
him
drugs.
to do
He's
that?
coked out of his mind.
Well,
I
because
mean,
the
he's
idea
fucked
was
up,
like
dude.
the idea was like is Red Bar, right? Is a crazy show. It's comedy.
Tyler,
like,
are you
obviously,
saying you coached him in? Hold on, are you saying you coached him into saying that?
I might have, yeah.
Oh, my God, Tyler.
I might
That's
have.
fucking hilarious.
Oh, you
Though.
I was just thinking of a way to
Oh,
like,
man.
well, like he took it.
Oh my God,
okay, look,
Tyler.
Persip, chill. Listen. Here's the thing, right?
That's
I
great.
didn't
No,
tell
that's
him
great.
to
I love
do
it.
that.
I love it.
I didn't tell him to do that specifically. I just told him not to let things get to him and play it off as a joke. Okay, and that was his idea. And when I was watching
Oh
it, I
my
was kind of
God.
like, Own it. Yeah, just say you did it, and you just say you did it, and you can't take it back. Like you can't like the idea, right, is that you can't aim somebody. You already did it, right? You're not gonna do it again, and you were
Well,
in
he
a
could
bad
have said
spot.
he could have just been honest and said, "Listen, I was on copious amounts of coke, and these guys were approaching us. I freaked out on a live stream, and it shouldn't have happened, but it happened." Not say, "Yeah, I did it, and I did it for money."
Okay,
I
I'm
did it
looking through the
for
games right
maybe
now.
that's
Yeah, the
true.
do it for money thing was kind of crazy. It's like the abortion thing too. I was like, dude, you can't like unabort the baby now.
Abortion!
You know what I mean? Like you
I'm gonna
can't
write a song about how much I love
see, and
abortion.
say person,
He wanted to make the abortion merch.
Persip, do you see the train now in Logic? So like I told him to do that thing on Red Bar, and then he went crazy with it, right? I
Yeah.
coached him behind the scenes on the abortion thing, how to play it off. Don't, because if you give them red meat, they're gonna tear you apart. Just kind of play it cool, like you
Sometimes
know.
being honest is the best part.
It is,
Listen,
but you
people
know
are
how
gonna
this
tear you
shit
apart
goes,
either
dude.
way.
Like
You
you
gotta
give them an inch, and you let anyone know it affects you to a degree. They're gonna and it does. I'm sure it does affect Andy. But listen, he took the advice I gave and then went to like retardo mode, like really over the top, unnecessary. Like like you could
No,
just like for my advice, right? You could just be like,
Wait,
yeah, I
did you
did that
tell him
shit. I
to
can't
make the
undo it.
song?
I'm sorry. I did not tell him to do any of that. I just gave him general rough advice, like where it's like play it off, just play it cool, don't give him reaction,
Yeah.
just and then he goes and makes the abort ski shirts and makes a song and buys me Daisy, I'm looking at the games right now. I'm finding the ones they bought me.
I don't even think he ever played it. He also would
No,
buy games.
they would
to
buy
play
me
it.
games and tell me we're gonna play it, and then I would check it out, and
Well,
then
I've
we
done that
never.
before.
Well, no, you buy other men, grown men, video games and tell them to
No.
play it, and that because that's
No.
bizarre.
I
That's,
didn't write the song. Shut the fuck up. I had
so
nothing to do with that.
Iron's the
Yeah,
mastermind behind
Iron Wolster,
everything.
you wrote the abortion song.
The head
No.
abortion.
That's
I
crazy.
would respect
Iron.
you more if you did. That's
Oh
pretty
my
great.
No, it's
I
horrible.
would respect you guys more if you were like, yeah, we lit him on fire on purpose.
No,
Uh,
okay, look, I may be downplaying the red bar thing a little bit. My memory's kind of fuzzy. I may have told him to go nutso because he just introduced me to Red Bar. I didn't know the guy that well. I just started watching the motherfucking show when he's on it, and I'm like trying to get a feel for how Mike David is and how he reacts to stuff. And
So
I'm
you were like live messaging while he was on
yes,
it?
I was.
That's so
Oh.
great. That's so great.
I wonder if I still have the DMs. I wonder if it keeps your DMs when you block somebody on Discord.
That reminds me of the pickle thing with Jesse.
Yeah, what happened with
Yeah.
that? Was Ashton really
Well,
bothered by
because-
that?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
he
he
flipped
was.
out.
Yeah.
Why?
Andy
What is
told us
okay?
on the Dis-
What is
okay, so
with
Andy
what is
told
with
us that on
Ashton
the
and
Discord too.
Jesse? What is with that?
Andy
Why?
did tell us that they told us that Ashton got mad, and Andy's cool with Jesse, and at the time, he might be a little like have buyer's remorse on Jesse now, but like at the time when that happened, he came in after the show, after all that stuff, because he
Well,
would come
because
in.
you know why? I'll tell you why.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because because we were shitting on him really hard. That Andy, he had sworn that Jesse was never going to be on the show to us, and he had sworn like Jesse's never going to be on. Jesse's
But
never
why
gonna be on.
though? Jesse's funny.
And then Andy railroaded him on it and had Jesse on. And we're just like, well, he'll probably bomb it. He's probably going to bomb it. And, I was just like, just go with it. If he's going to bomb it, just go with it. I never expected him to do what he did. So
What exactly did he
when
do?
Jesse came on with the
just
pickle
chimped
suit,
out.
we're like, oh man, he's gonna bomb this, right? We're all right, we're all in a call together. We're fucking razzing.
Who's gonna
We're like,
bomb
"Oh,
what?
he's
Jesse's gonna bomb it or Ashton
Jesse's
is?
gonna bomb it. Just
Jesse
'cause
doesn't
that's what
bomb.
Sure he does. So he's bombed. Jesse's bombed many
History's
times.
vindicated. The one bomb I could think of was when he got tag team on the kill stream over the Semtex. That was a bit of a bomb, but then like history vindicated him after like 5 years later.
Well, I don't know.
He's bombed many times. He pretends like
Yeah.
he bombed on purpose, but he's bombed many times.
Okay.
So
I think he's
bombed.
funny. I like the guy.
I bombed.
He
I
has good
listened.
moments.
Hey, I
Listen,
bombed plenty of times
Listen,
too.
I bombed 100 times.
But I just can't
It
think
is-
of like
it is
one.
part and parcel
I
to
can't
streaming.
think of like a bit. Can you? I'm not saying you're wrong. I guess I'm not caught up on the lore super deep with Jesse. I don't know.
Oh, I've seen quite a few shows where Jesse it bombs like completely. Jesse comes on and the whole thing bombs.
Fair enough.
Can I come up with?
They can't all be
specific
winners.
examples?
I believe you. They can't all be winners. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I bombed a billion times, so it's like
I
you know what
believe you.
mean?
I can't think. The one.
Jesse really hates my guts. I don't know why, but he
So,
was.
did
I
you
liked
guys not
how
see
animated
that?
he was the last time.
Did you guys not see when Jesse came on with the pickle suit?
I
Were you guys
remember
not
it, but
watching that?
I watched it, but I thought it was funny. But I guess I didn't pick up on the more intricate
Well,
behind the scenes
PvP
politics.
just freaked out immediately.
But why,
right?
though?
He just lost his mind.
Well, he
Because
freaked
just-
out because he didn't want him on to begin with.
But
and he
why?
Felt like it was a major power move, and we were right.
Well,
I mean,
I
it's
mean-
partially our fault.
What
'cause
was it about the
we
pickle
were-
suit? What was
we were fucking flaming his ass for allowing Andy. Because what was happening during the time was.
Oh, were you calling him a punk because you let Andy have him on?
Andy big
Yeah.
leagued him.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Andy was
Wow.
big leaguing him the whole time. Okay, and I was pissed off because this wasn't Andy.
Hollywood
was supposed to be
Andy.
a temporary thing, yeah. But Andy was. We'd put together. I would literally put together a whole show, right? And we'd talk about it, and we'd have it all put together, like what the topics were going to be, all the clips and everything. And then Ashton would like come back to us with his tail between his legs and be like, Andy won't cover this stuff. He refuses to talk about it. He doesn't want the drama. And he did that with like the flamenco stuff, a bunch of different stuff. Okay. So during this time, so we fucking roasted when we found out Jesse was going to be on. We roasted his ass. I mean, we really it is kind of my fault in a way because we really roasted him. Like, we could be absolutely brutal. People don't understand how the dynamics work with us, and that as brutal as things are on stream, behind the scenes, it's like 10 times as brutal to each other. I
Okay.
mean, that's just a relationship we always had. So, like, people always think I've always kowtowed to Ashton, but we were brutal with you. I mean, we were absolutely brutal. People got a sneak peek today with Brian about how brutal we are with each other. But so, I mean, we really did razz him up, and he was shell shocked when he started that show. And when Jesse came on with the pickle suit, he fucking lost it. It was just like, I'm gonna stop doing the show, and we're like, what is he doing? What does he do? Why wouldn't he just roast Jesse about the pickle suit? Like, why? What is he doing? What is he
It's
doing?
confusing. Like, what is he so afraid of with Jesse? He's getting made fun of by Jesse?
I thought he was upset because like Jesse came dressed up as like a vegetable and like,
Yeah, he was
doesn't
upset
like
about. I
those.
didn't understand exactly why he reacted the way that he reacted, but I think he was just shell shocked from us, and I do feel bad about that.
Something's going on in
first I
Kino.
thought it
Wait,
was a
guys!
bit.
Breaking news! Something's
It
going
wasn't a
down in
bit.
Kino
I
Casino
told him.
chat on Kick. Someone named Carly Poor is plugging this stream live. Who would do that? That's crazy. Oh no! And
Shut it
doxing Osi or
down.
Soul?
So
Oy
after
vey.
I was the one that told him, I said, Ashton, nobody's even gonna believe it. Just tell him it was kayfabe. You notice every time anything happened, it was kayfabe because that was part of that's how you sweep it up the easiest. You just say it's kayfabe. So everybody believed it.
But
Everybody.
after the show though, he did come in and say that like
wasn't a
PPP
bit.
got mad. PPP legit got mad. He's like, I
Yeah,
don't
he did.
understand. He was like, Andy said, I don't understand what this problem with Jesse. Like, and then we were just confused. Like, oh, and then they were pretending it was kayfabe, but it was like a real thing. We knew about that too, and we were just laughing. Like, why does he hate Jesse?
I think it was because we've shell shocked him a little bit. I think it was
I've
partially.
also
Was he not used to
PPP
being on the
And
back
also
foot like
because
that? or-
Psycho's in chat too.
It was also a lot of bad blood between Jesse and them because Jesse
Oh,
would
wow.
always be like, "Who's in chat?"
Psycho's in chat too, in the casino chat.
Well, they're all probably in it. There's no casino, so what else are they gonna do except hang out in the casino?
Well, Psycho doesn't usually show up though. That's the first time I've seen him in a long time.
A Beezer?
Yeah, Beezer, Joey B.
Well, hopefully Andy isn't OD'd or something.
I think
So,
something
what did
really
they
bad's
say?
happened behind the scenes. Someone
So
named
what-
Carly Poor in Kino Casino chat says, "Go watch on Kick. Kyler live. Persip, kill Kino Casino. Kyler
What
and
is
Iron
Psycho
Wolfspear."
saying? What
He
is,
posted in a
Beezer
cat
saying?
emoji because he's a fucking gay homo.
Yeah, it's a dog whistle to Liana.
Oh,
Oh.
of course.
Shia,
Probably.
wait, it's a Shia AF emote too. If you
Oh,
mouse
fuck.
over it, it says Shia AF uni.
Oh my god, screenshot.
I never
that.
realized that emote spam was promotion.
Oh yeah.
Until I tuned into the Shia chat, and he's like, "Yeah, that's promotion. That's promotion for my show. I make all the emotes." I don't know. I always give out all the emotes that I make. I never considered it promotion. Nobody even knows I made it.
There's only one sub-only emote on my channel. It's retarded, so I don't know why anyone would want it. But I have a funny emote on my channel though. It's called Tyrone Hit It First. It is Liana and her boyfriend Tyrone. They look beautiful together and very happy. I think they're a great couple. I wish them
Well,
the
it's
best.
so. Leanna's story is
they're a
very
great
sad,
couple. I wish-
where she was a meth head and she got all her kids taken away, and then
She had
she moved
kids?
in with
What?
Andy. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
she
you
is
serious?
kids. The
I didn't know
Australian
that.
government.
You know more about this bitch than
way.
I did, and I talked to her like twice, I
Holy.
think.
Yeah, the
Holy
Australian
shit.
government took her. Well, that's what I
Whoa,
heard from
buddy.
the commentary. That's what I heard from the commentary community, people who knew who she was immediately.
Oh,
Even Sal, when I brought up Liana to Sal, he knew exactly who she was immediately. They all know exactly who she is. And
That's
everyone knows
insane.
that.
that's
Yeah,
fucked.
because she used to
Kids.
whore around in the commentary community.
She
Well,
does
she
give
was
me Jewel
begging
Rancid
anyone to
vibes,
fuck
so that's not surprising.
Yes.
Ugh.
She was begging anybody to fuck her. Tipster, Tommy C.
Tommy
all
C.
of them.
She
I think even
propositioned them.
Diorio.
She okay, what woman do you know goes around and offers nudes to men unprompted? Usually it's the men that request them, right? Like that's how the internet
Oh, I
goes.
saw
Yeah.
some weird shit on. I
True,
saw
I
some
mean,
weird shit
yeah.
on Chud Buds.
Yeah, you're right.
There were a few of those.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it happens, but like it's still like insanity to message Tommy
There's
C.
a lot of these e-whores running
Well,
around.
well,
A lot
Tommy
of-
C. like offer him nudes and then don't even give him time to really respond or reply, and then like threaten him and call him a faggot or whatever, like immediately after. Like that's like some tweaking, spun out shit. Like time's happening so fast to you that 10 minutes feels like 10 hours. You're like, why do you want to see my nasty tits? You're a faggot, Tommy. I'm gonna kill you.
Bizarre.
But she has kids.
So, but there was always a grudge with Jesse because Jesse blew the thing, and then they tried to have Jesse on with PPP and Godwinson. He blew that. He completely bombed that one, that appearance. And then Jesse went around and basically said, like he created the entire thing, and Godwinson and PPP were unimportant, and it was all him. It had nothing to do with him. The whole Simpspiracy stuff. It was born out of him, but it really didn't have anything to do with him.
Well, I just
But,
know he went
you
on the
know-
kill stream and tricked Mr. Mediker into reacting to it because he said it was Matt Jarbo's text, and then he got him to read it.
Yes.
So I know that, but then like on the kill stream, he got dogpiled
And
and
that
muted.
was an absolute sweep job.
Yeah, that was sweeping it up hard. Like that was the first time I realized.
Why does Jim? So do either of you know why Jim is so eager to sweep for Andy every time something happens to Andy?
I think he just thinks. I think that he's so tuned out now that he doesn't really keep track and just thinks of Andy as like.
No, but since the beginning, like even
Yeah,
when
he's been
remember the
sweeping since day
15-year-old
one.
Instagram thing, and
Uh.
Jim just came out and said that's not true, even though he
think
had
it's
no
probably 'cause
evidence
he-
that it was not true.
I think it's because he likes Andy and he knows Andy will kiss his ass no matter what. 'Cause
Yeah,
he sweeps
true.
for Flamenco and Gator too.
Yeah, he did.
'Cause they
He
kissed
he
his
sweeped
ass.
pretty hard for Fagmenko.
Well,
yeah.
don't they sweep for Jim too in return?
Yes.
So it's
Yeah,
kind of like a
it's
mutual.
a
I mean,
whole,
there
it's
you
a whole
go. It's-
sweeping cabal, right?
It's like an incestuous like you got my back, one hand washes the other kind of thing, which I think is really gay. If I
Yeah.
can be so bold to state publicly, I think is gay.
But
Sorry,
I
yeah,
remember
it's honest,
though.
it's
I
honest
remember
with
during
each other
Twisted
about
Mind days on the Discord, like, because Metacritic did that video, the stream on him, the MMA thing. Like Andy never let that go. At least when I
Oh
started
yeah, in
dating him.
private, Andy
private,
fucking
yeah.
hates people. He sees like fuck that guy. He's a fuck. I hope he dies. Like I hope Jim
Yeah.
dies. Like
Yep.
hey, Josh Moon, he fucking hates Josh Moon. Like in
Everybody
private.
hates Josh Moon.
Well, I mean, like he has him on Kino Casino, like fucking being buddy and shit. And I get it's for money. Andy will do
That's
anything for
Ashton.
money. Well, Andy will
That's
do,
Ashton,
but like the
Because
way
Josh
that
is Josh has a little bit of an obsession with PPP.
do tell. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Is it just like he just tracks him?
it
he's-
goes all the way back to like
They've
the
been doing
Four
shows
Horsemen.
together for since This Week at Nectar.
Yeah, they've
all
been
that shit.
buddy for a while,
First.
but like I thought they had a
And he
falling out over a
wanted
new
to be
project too.
Ashton's best friend, and he told Ashton his whole life story, and we were like, "Stay away from Josh. He's nuts." He's
Well, this
literally-
it's becoming clear to me like that like I'm kind of
But now I
aloof.
guess Ashton has they text each other on their phones. I mean, I don't
Okay.
even understand.
That's weird. But Andy wants Josh Moon to die. Like that's why it was weird to me that he had him on Kino
Based.
Casino and was like, like, oh,
Maybe he got big dogged on that. I don't know.
well, maybe, but like, then again, it goes back to the thing, like, yeah, Swan's right. Andy can hate someone and love someone on a dime. It does, as long as there's money involved, especially, he can be
As
your
long
best
as there's
buddy.
money involved,
Yes,
yeah. Ashton
but-
probably all he had to say was, "We'll make a lot of money." And Andy
Yeah,
was
like,
on
okay,
board.
fuck it, okay, all
So,
right.
person, let me ask you this because you've been keeping up with this even after you and Ashton weren't friends anymore.
Yes.
What was there a point? Because I remember in the beginning, like you said, Andy was big leaguing PPP on a daily basis.
Yes.
But when did that start? The opposite effect start happening? Like because, like I said, like
Yeah, you're
I
right. The
don't think
dynamic on the show now is a little
Box-
bit flipped.
Boxed wine, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I think. See, I don't think it's really. It's kind of reciprocal because Andy can't do a show without Ashton either. So it's kind of like they both hold each other hostage to this show.
Mutually assured destruction kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
if we fuck
okay.
up,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I think what really, I think just using my intuition is Andy's numerous public fuck ups.
Because where is
since-
Andy gonna go, and where is Ashton gonna go? Ashton has
Hell.
alienated himself from
know.
everybody, and so is Andy. So where are they gonna go? It really is like death.
They burned 109 bridges.
Yes, there is no place
Because
else
it,
for them to go.
I will say this
So
to
it's
this day,
mutually
like
assured
if
destruction.
Kino Casino fell through and Andy needed to do something for cash, like I would have been willing to just start shit back up again and build up a new show. But now that's gone. Like I will not write shit for him. I will not. You know what I mean? Like I could have been. You know what I mean? Does that make sense at all?
Yeah,
It's
but
like
they're making money
They always
now.
have
It's very
yeah, but they're not
stressful.
going to forever. It's like this internet money shit. It's like not smart because it's not long term. You're gonna get old at some point. These things run their course. It's not forever, and it's like you need to take this internet money and start a business. You need to like invest
Yeah.
in some shit. Like and he doesn't do that. He thinks he's gonna be a kid forever.
Well, Andy
Yeah.
thinks he's going to be interviewed on Joe Rogan.
That's because he was on Blow.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to ask you about that in an interview, but what was up with that? About
He
him,
was
wanting to
he
go
was
on
spun
Joe
out. He was
Rogan?
spun out on cocaine. Yeah, he had to go to.
Yeah, well,
that's
that's
why
all
the
the
that's
time.
why the show had to go. Like he was really. I guess it was like a bad batch or something with like xylazine in it. I don't know. It was like cut or something because he was like out
He
of
was
his
so
gourd.
devastated that he wasn't invited. He really was convinced he was going to be on Joe Rogan.
But he it's been his goal ever since the Worski Live days, I think, to be on Joe Rogan. But like
Yeah.
he was convinced because he knows Joe Matarese, I guess, who was on the show a few times, that he was going to go on. But he was spun out. He had to go to rehab. That he went to rehab then. It was
Yeah,
that
I
bad.
know that.
Yeah, that's what it was. He was spun out. Maybe because he's not getting high quality blowing, especially in Canada. He's getting street level shit that has xylazine probably and fentanyl in it. I'm assuming.
Oh,
Well, that's
Well,
a
he-
lot of blow to believe you're going to be on Joe Rogan. To be so hyped up, you're going to be on Joe
Well,
Rogan.
like he was
and then
making
when
a
you-
lot of money though, right? Like he had the money to buy a big old sack of
Yeah,
it,
but
and his
where
tolerance.
are they making the money? This is
Gabe
why I
Hoffman,
keep asking you questions.
Medicare
about
Masochist.
servers.
Masochist. There you go. Like, dude,
They're
look,
agents,
okay,
dude.
Look,
One
Like-
person. Hold on,
Well-
person. Okay, person. So, the Vegas.
I mean, I
trip-
always say that's the only person I could find that will admit to giving them money.
The
So-
Gumroad. dude,
KCIP.
will make,
Oh
like-
wait, also the gaming
Well, hey,
streams are
there's-
designed to
there's one
milk
person that does
KCIP.
Give him money as well that I know. His name is Mormon Shaggy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, pedophile Mormon Shaggy is. giving
But
many
but
stuff.
he,
Oh, please, let's not go
let's not forget they also I'm pretty sure still or do have KCIP, and that it pays by the hour. That's why Andy does those gaming streams. One, to have a voice chat that Leanna can't get into and like be a disturbance in. Like it's literally to get away from her for a little bit and actually play games with the boys
Yeah,
like
I
he wants
know
to
that.
do. But it's also milking KCIP because I'm not sure if you guys know how it works, but like KCIP is your monetary payout is judged by a number of metrics: viewers, unique viewers, and chat engagement, and just time you stream. So you get paid by the hour. So the more your chat is engaged, the higher you get
What is
paid.
KCIP?
It's the Kit Creator Incentive Program. It's
It's
where you get
great.
paid by the hour
Oh,
to
okay.
stream.
So that's why he does 12
Yes.
hour, 18-hour.
He's
streams.
milking
Holy
cake.
So
Okay,
that's
Jesus.
why they've been going longer and that's
Yeah.
why they've been going longer.
They're milking the
and
clock on
longer.
the because if the donos are low or the subs are low, they can just use
They're
KCIP by the
getting real
hour to
desperate
get.
I could tell they've been getting real desperate for money since November.
Yes.
So then
absolutely.
that's why PPP is also doing shit with DSP, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Now it makes sense. Why the
Oh
show-
yeah, he's definitely doing it for the
You
cash.
milk the fucking clock. Where does all the money go? Probably in their guts and their noses, dude. I don't fucking know. Like, someday maybe in their arm. I don't know.
I just don't understand it. Why they would be paying for bots and stuff when they're literally their show is dying. They don't have. I
Well,
just
I mean,
don't
it's
understand what
honestly,
they're doing.
it might be just tailored to those 2-3 individuals that donate.
You
think
only need
these
a couple whales.
Like, yeah, like maybe it's to
The
make it look
ecosystem,
like
yeah,
it's-
they set up as
It's
whales.
like, would you really want to donate to a show that has maybe 20 viewers and no one chat engagement? Like, no, like you have to make it look like
Like there's
look.
something going on.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I've been saying
Yeah.
for years, but it's interesting that you guys are just confirming it for me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
absolutely
like-
Nobody
true.
believes me. Everybody thinks I'm delusional when I say this to them. Even Kill Kino Casino thinks I'm delusional. But see,
What
they're
are you
saying
talking
it
about.
too.
I agree with you. They have
First
like
time
a
I
couple
talked to
hundred
you,
real
you thought I
viewers.
was. The first time I talked to you, you're like, you really think it's all
Yo,
like it's all
Persip,
illusion? Yeah, I
check
do.
this out. Persip, you can go on the site,
Well,
right?
I mean,
Hold on.
I was
wait.
not like in disbelief at that. I mean, that was
You can go on this site. I'll screen share it to you right now. It's called rentfree.live, and it will
Hold on,
tell
I gotta
you.
get off my couch.
You're good.
Uh-oh.
But you can go on here. It's called rentfree.live, and you can see on the kick
Gotta see this.
section, it will tell
Yeah.
you who's using artificial engagement. Chatbots detected. So Action Man does it. Chatbots. Ice Poseidon does it.
Free? Can you post a link in the?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's do some research. Thank you, Kyler. Let's see this.
I'll put it in general on this server here.
Oh,
Thank you.
I gotta get up here.
Oh my god.
Because no one knows about this site, but it's actually very useful because they will tell you this person is using artificial chatbots. Artificial
Yeah, let's see
chatbots count towards their KCIP. So like Ice Poseidon, Action Man, Chicken Andy, they're the only ones on here really that do it because they have KCIP. So you can go over and it says artificial engagement, chatbots detected. Let's go look at Chicken Andy's chat. Yeah, look, it's fucking emote spam. Like
So
it's
let's
not.
check their channel. How do we check their channel?
Well, do they have to be live?
They won't
I
tell.
think they have to be live, right?
I could probably message Rent Free and get him to add Kino Casino to it. I don't think
do
you-
that?
Yeah, get it.
Because Rent
Yes,
Free is
this is
just,
great.
and also it tells you the real viewer counts over here too without the bots.
Oh my god. Yeah, you got to do
'Cause
that, bro.
I
You
knew
gotta get
Ice
them on.
Poseidon was fake, and I knew this action.
yeah, no
man
one's
was
watching
fake.
him sleep. I'm pretty sure he's sleep. Oh no, he's just Chicken Andy. No one's watching this shit.
Well, and even look on the. Well, hold on. I'll
I
so
want to
on
see
that
the actual
site-
viewers.
on that site, the Kick chat log site, you can see.
Because there's only 100 and something people in the chat that are active chatters.
Oh, absolutely. But
You
but
can
you see
see
the
the
emote
chat.
spam.
Yeah.
The key tell on these is the emote spam. Like look at Action Man. Look at that shit, dude. It's nonsensical. There's no one's chatting in this shit. No one's watching this.
Yeah.
See that? Look at all the
What the fuck? Look at that. Look at
Yeah.
that. Shit.
the rapist 00 spams emoji tier. Like this is just. It's KCIP baiting because on your KCIP, one of the metrics you get judged by how much you get paid per hour is chat engagement.
Okay.
I want to see their actual numbers. I bet you it's like 200, like I thought it was.
I think at their highest, it might have been like 500, maybe 1,000.
Well, when
like,
they were on
a very
YouTube,
big
they
day.
had 1,000. It was dipping for a long time. I'm curious what it really is. I just want to know what it really is.
Well, if you
could
look up the
request it-
chat stats, it's basically just however many real accounts are in the chat. I mean, you can see it on this Kick. It doesn't show it because they haven't streamed in 2 weeks. I'll post the link, but
If anyone knows how to get in
like-
contact with
it's
Rent Free, let me
between
know.
500 and 800 people.
This is an
Yeah, I
IP2
gotta-
offshoot site. Yes, this is made by a member of the community Rent Free. He made his own network here, and it actually shows
Somebody's
you.
got to get in contact with Kyler. Can you get in contact with this guy?
I'm,
Yeah,
I've
you gotta
talked to him before. I'll
open
see
the
if I still
Rolodex.
have a line there. I
You
don't.
have a line, yeah.
We'll see what I can
Tell them
do.
because Ashton used to be on IP2.
Well, they used to have Kino Casino on IP2. Yeah, they used to
They
have.
used to have it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why they shouldn't have it on here.
I'm gonna go with like under 300. No, like under.
I'm gonna go with I can't find anybody who watches their show.
I think it's around like 500 people, 5 to 800. Definitely under 1,000.
On a
People
good
were
day,
screaming
yeah.
about me about Rich, and then I actually asked them questions about the show, and they had never seen it. They had just seen a clip, like that was like 2 minutes long.
Yeah, most people, and really even the people who tune in, I mean, they only watch for a couple hours, so nobody sees the latter half of the show,
Or
right?
nobody sees it. Even though there's 1,000 viewers, nobody.
That's
is there.
KCIP
Because they
farming.
stream until like 3, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, who's staying up that late if you're
You know
a
that
normal
stream where
human?
Andy streamed until 12 o'clock in the afternoon? There were still
Yeah,
1,000 people
crazy.
in the chat.
That
Yeah,
was one of the
no.
craziest streams ever. I remember like watching it at night, going to sleep, waking up to go to work in the morning, and they were still live.
It wouldn't shock me. Yeah, they like me and Andy would stream organically that long sometimes. Like we did a 24-hour stream. We'd go 7 hours sometimes because it was a good show. It was rolling. We had momentum. It just seems like a chore for them when they do it. It's just like milking the clock.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's been that way for a while.
I haven't watched the show in so goddamn long. I don't even know what it's like now. Have they done anything
Well,
new? Are there
PPP
new
wasn't
songs?
involved in that. Like PPP went to sleep, and then Warski was doing like 8 hours of just watching weird shit with Joey.
Yeah,
Just up.
Ashton would leave, but Warski was like flying on coke and had all the Discord people on. And
Yeah, he claims that he's doing it just on caffeine, just on cokes. I think he's on Adderall. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. Has he ever gotten an Adderall prescription?
No,
or,
not to
like,
my knowledge. No.
No, not either.
Because I've always suspected, like, you know, obviously Coke, it's pretty obvious when you're doing Coke, but I mean, if you're doing Addies, you can kind of, you know.
You can
I mean, but, like,
play it off
in
as caffeine if
Canada,
it's lower
though,
dose. Yeah.
In Canada,
Right.
you can get like those medications very easily. Like,
That's
Yeah.
what I'm. So, to
Legally,
me, and I
too.
think PPP could even be on it. 'Cause
I
the
would
doctor
have to
inst-
be to host that piece of shit. Holy fuck! Like,
Well, PPP could get on it so easily because it's also prescribed as like a weight loss drug, right? Because
well, you can get methamphetamine prescribed to you at PPP's weight. Not even kidding. It's under the brand name
Right,
Desoxin.
yeah.
You can
So
get
my
Desoxin
theory is-
prescribed to you if you're PPP's weight.
well, it's
Right.
not quite meth, but it's pretty close.
No, it's 100% methamphetamine. It's methamphetamine HCI in a bottle. It's under the brand name Desoxin. And it's legal.
Is
All
it
the doctor
glass
prescribed.
grade, man?
It's something. It's like how the company
I
that
was pretty
imports
sure
coca
that
leaves.
it's like the two. There's two hydrogen chains that are different. but
No,
it's
dude,
basically-
I'm telling you. Hold on. People don't believe me.
Dr. Persip.
I had a sports injury during high school years, and I was prescribed like 10 pills of oxycodone. That shit was crazy. I never was ever prescribed anything like that because I had like a collarbone. Like I fucked up my collarbone. I used to do like high school wrestling.
I never had no
And,
shit prescribed to me. Fuck that.
That was prescribed to me. I was like, holy shit, that shit. I took that and I was like in school, and then they had to take me out of school because I was like, oh, you should probably just stay home because this shit fucks you up. And I'm like, imagine what the other things are like. Oh my god. It's like,
Hold up.
Yeah,
oxycodone
Real
is
Niggas
pain, right?
says they sell crack pipes out of vending machines in Canada.
I believe.
Yo,
it.
Persip,
They-
check
no,
your
they
check
did
your
Didn't
DMs.
they do the care package? Oh, no, that was California. They did a care package for like drugs.
Look at the brand name.
They did the care package.
I know that, but I think it's mildly different than the street drug and.
Well, yeah,
the-
it's not
and-
glass. You're not gonna smoke it. They turn it into a salt, hydrochloride salt, and then
Yeah,
they.
it's all.
But
it's
it's
soluble in the
methamphetamine. Like you can
It's
get that
basically-
prescribed
yeah.
from a doctor. You can.
It's
Basically
not
meth.
very hard to. They
You have to be really fucking fat, and if PPP lived in America, maybe they sell it in Canada too. He's so fat, he could probably get methamphetamine under the brand name Desoxin prescribed to him
You
because
could
he's so
make
fucking
it. They
fat.
teach you how to make it in organic chemistry. I mean,
Also, I learned
know
too.
it.
There's one company in America allowed to manufacture cocaine,
A
and
little
it's a
different.
company that supplies Coca-Cola with the coca leaf extra. Anyway, it's crazy. Yeah, there's one company in America, one that's allowed to manufacture cocaine. somehow.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
cocaine actually has a lot of medicinal uses.
Actually, you know what? I looked into that too. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah?
because originally, yeah, they figured out it was good at like ear, nose, and throat surgery, and eyes is like an anesthetic numbing agent. But it turns out that like benzocaine with the topical like vasoconstrictor is just as good as
Yes.
that. So it's like, why are they like, where's the coke going? Because
Well,
it's
coke
gotta be
is
some good
used-
shit.
It used to be used in a lot of products, like for the stomach. It'll
Yeah,
stop
it was
cramping
seen
and-
as like a medicinal product. They found out how addictive it was, and they were like, you know what?
But
maybe
it
we
is
should chill.
super addictive. Yeah, if you're, yeah, it's super addictive.
Like they used to put it like it was
So
in
is-
Coca-Cola.
I mean, but you know, like
It was
so
in the
are
drink.
Opioids. So are opioids, Kyler. I mean,
Well, yeah, those
you
are fucking
literally
addictive
take up
too.
and grind up poppy seeds, and you have opiate. You know, you have
Dude,
opium.
one time my coworker, when I worked at this one place, like said he made
But
poppy seed
it's a
tea.
great painkiller. It's the
Dude,
best
you
painkiller
can
there is.
don't do this, but like I found that out. You can order just like unwashed poppy seeds with the latex still on them and make tea out of it, and it's crazy. My coworker
Yes.
fucking brought it to work in a
Okay.
thank you for following. Brought it to work in a Sprite bottle, and I'm like, bullshit, dude. You can't buy poppy seeds and do this. It's crazy. I didn't know shit.
Yeah, well, the poppy
drank
seeds
it.
that are on your poppy bagel, or you could make that into
Well,
opium.
they've been washed. You buy the ones that were meant for food are washed. Cause I looked into it
Yes.
after he gave me the tea, and I'm like, dude, you can't do
They
that. That's
still
crazy.
they still
No.
have trace now. So.
You can buy them unwashed from like Spain and Afghanistan or some shit, and like
Yeah, where it has
that's
the resin on the seeds. yeah.
that's I thought he's bullshitting. This is like 10 years ago almost. He brought like in a Sprite bottle as liquid. I'm like, bullshit, whatever. I drank it. No, don't do that. That is too strong. I was having like visions and shit and dreams and like
No, you're not supposed to. I mean, it's super powerful drug. I mean, it's a painkiller. I
no,
mean,
but
you
here's the
won't feel
kicker.
any pain.
After that, that day he gave me a little bit in a Sprite bottle. And I drank it that night, and then like the next day he said he boiled it down and showed me a piece of tar and like a tinfoil. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking crackhead. This
Yeah,
is
that's crack-
crazy.
Crackhead
We
shit.
work at an art museum. This is crazy. We're professionals. There's Van Goghs and Picassos here. You can't be having tar. And he sold it to some chick who worked there, and I'm like, this is crazy.
He was selling the tar.
Yes, he boiled it down
Hell
to a
of an art
tar.
museum.
It's crazy. It's crazy shit.
That is crazy.
Like the
You could kill somebody with
he-
that.
And go figure, he was the guy that showed me kratom too, and he was like, "Yo, it won't fuck you up. You can't get addicted to it." And I'm like, "Cool, awesome. I can have
yeah,
my."
right.
And then
What?
Right.
6 years later, I'm like taking an ounce of it a day, just like to feel something
Kratom
anymore.
is highly addictive. Yeah.
It's insanely addictive. But the good thing is, though, kicking it actually isn't that bad. You just gotta be not be a pussy. Cause like I've had friends that have come off of like actual drugs. I've helped them out, like get off the shit.
Yeah.
They would puke up like half a kitchen trash can of
Well,
puke.
opium is any kind of opiate is. Very
Yeah,
difficult
it's
to-
bad. It's cause
Alcohol is actually the most dangerous.
because I will
for
say
you.
like if
Some
kratom
say
was that
Xanax versus-
Xanax will kill
Xanax
you.
is super dangerous too. Yeah. But
Just
that's
don't
not
touch the shit.
usually a drug people
Do
let.
not-
That's not usually a drug that it's not as common as opiates or
From
from
what I understand, the quality of the pressed fake pills of Xanax is so bad now. You're just better off just not doing it because
Well,
it's
they're just
probably
like vent
fentanyl.
pills
Yeah,
now,
it's
right?
fentanyl
Yeah.
filler. So like I guess the moral of the story is just don't do dumb shit. Don't swallow green powder to feel good. You're gonna feel bad because every high comes with a low, and I was high for 6 years, and the low is. I felt bad for like a week. And what I experienced was like maybe I guess like almost a baby version of actual opioid withdrawals. And if actual opioid withdrawals are worse than that, I want no part in that. Fuck that. No. Because kratom was bad enough coming off of it. Like I had restless legs at night. I couldn't sleep. I get like 2 hours of sleep and wake up. I feel like I want to jump out of my own skin all the time, just uncomfortable and like vibrating and like just bad. And like my head was spaced out. That was bad. I don't want to go through that ever again. So I'm not touching the shit ever again. But if actual opioid withdrawals are like worse than that, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't want to. No, thank you.
Xanax and alcohol are worse than the opiate withdrawals too.
Because those can kill you.
Yeah.
No.
If it's bad enough, you can just straight up
Well,
fucking
because
die.
you have to realize that it messes with it permanently alters your brain chemistry.
Well, when you're drunk
So-
all the time, your brain is trying to compensate for that by jacking up like your energy and adrenaline to get you back up.
Yes.
So like whenever you're not drinking, your body's still doing that, which is why you're shaking shit, and that can turn into a full-on seizure,
Yeah.
and that can kill you. Same with
true.
Xanax too. Is like your brain's trying to constantly.
Xanax is a whole other ball game. All your friggin' chemicals in your brain are all fucked up from the Xanax.
I've seen someone on that. That shit like looks like scary.
The
As someone-
Xanax
Yeah,
is
I think we've
dangerous.
I think we've
Dangerous.
all seen somebody on that.
I think I'm
Yeah.
lucky because whenever I was living like a drug
On,
fiend and like all that shit, my friends were like
on
drinking
Dream.
Xanax lemonade and shit. You know, like. And
Oh
I,
my god,
Xanax
Tyler! What
lemonade?
the fuck were you?
I
even
didn't
up
do
to?
it.
What?
My friends did that shit. I didn't
People
do
were
it.
drinking Xanax lemonade.
Well, our friend
lemonade.
just died, and that's how our other friend was coping. Cause like our friend got pulled over with like a bunch of mushrooms and shit, and like acid and weed in his van, and he had warrants out, so he just pulled like a pistol out of his waistband and shot himself in the head, like at the
Holy
traffic stop.
Oh man.
So like after that, it was like he was coping with Xanax lemonade, and I'm like, I'm good on that. I don't know. Even back then, I wasn't super into the Xanax shit. It did not appeal to me.
I
Well,
like
it makes you.
lemonade.
It's like being in a hole. It's like the cat people who are in the cat.
Anything that makes you feel, because I've taken it, obviously, I've done it, you know, I've abused it, but I never got hooked on it.
Well, they
'cause-
were doing a lot of cat when you were on the RV, weren't they?
No,
Weren't they doing a lot of Special K on there?
not to my knowledge, no. It was
Maybe it was
cocaine
later.
back then. They were cocaine cowboys back on the RV.
Well, yeah, of course they were doing cocaine because they got to perform.
Chicken probably did a lot of drugs behind our back. I don't know, but he seems like he's all right now. He looks healthier than back then.
While him and Alice were coked out like all the time.
Oh,
She was
Alice
having, like,
was doing
coke
ketamine all the
meltdowns.
time. Yeah, whatever
Yeah, well,
happened to her?
Alice was doing a lot of cat. That's why I was thought that they were doing it when you were on.
No, they were. I don't think Chicken was super into it. I think Alice was really the ketamine head because she was so talking about how she
Yeah.
loved it and all this stuff. K-holes.
Because you're in like a K-hole, yeah. You don't.
What
you can't
happened to
move,
her?
You feel like you can't get
Dude,
up. I don't know what happened to Alice.
Female Fister says he looks healthy, dude. Yeah, I have. I saw him on RB7. He looked like dog shit. He looks 10 times healthier
He
now.
looked awful. That's when he just broke up with Alice, though, right?
Yeah, it was a little
RB7.
bit after that, but like, his skin has a natural hue to it. Whenever I saw him on the RB7, we were drinking every day and doing drugs and smoking and shit, and he looked like gray, like SpongeBob when he had the suds. That's what Chicken looked like back then. Now he has color. He has a little bit of weight back on him.
Yeah, he looked better after the Andy Dick arc. He looked much
Yeah.
better.
Like, let's see. I guess this is the big reunion with Ice Poseidon for him. He was originally an ice sniper. Why is that popping in there like that? Anyway.
Hey, I gotta go. Y'all take it easy though.
Yeah,
Good
I
talking,
think we're kind of spiraling out now. We kind of covered most of the hits. I think I might wrap it up now because I gotta go to bed soon
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, let's wrap.
Yeah, but
It's,
yeah, thanks for
I was
stopping by,
falling asleep
guys.
on the couch.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for
Okay.
thanks for stopping by, guys. It was a litty stream. I'm gonna go to bed now too. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a
take it
good
easy.
night. Take it easy.
Good night.
Total
Have a
Casino
good one.
Death. Total Casino Death, everybody. You have it there. We kind of got a little bit lost in the weeds there at the end, but it was a good show. It was good. I might wind down for a second here and kind of like decompress. I do see Persip's, no pun intended, Persip's perspective on the Bibble thing. I do see why he's saying what he is, but I just have the facts that I have. I'm not even saying that Bibble did it. I don't know. Like, I wasn't there. But that's like the one thing I'm like disagreeing on. Is like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. But yeah, good night, guys. What did we cover? Oh man, there's so much. A little bit of Hey Pig lore, Discord lore. What else? Man, it was just kind of one of those streams, wasn't it, huh? Why is the screen capture all fucking go? There we go. I think I might check out the grand reunion here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Megor the Cool is always here. Some new faces. Female Fisters, a new face. Zerpunte. Who else was here? Let's do some shout outs. Real Negus. Thank PP. One Frame Command Grab. I think I know who that is. It's a different name. Swan, of course. Swan was here. Dank PP, Don Jolly. Some old names. Is that Don Jolly, Dank PP? A-Log, Graper, Dead Casino Theory? Yeah. Forest Bro. Iron Wolf Spear, of course. Let Beezer call in. Little Psycho come hang. Stick it for earlier. Psycho would never, dude. He's a pussy. The Swirly. Jesse was here. Play Riddick. Dude, I'm tired. I think I have to go to bed. But we'll play Riddick. Yeah, we'll play Riddick tomorrow maybe. I need to finish that game. I was digging the game until it turned into like an RPG where it's like you have to go do like all this shit. I know it's optional, but I feel like I have to do it. And it's like, what the fuck? Go find the list in a hole in the wall somewhere. Okay. Black Phillip, what's up, dude? Okay, yeah, you're Black Phillip. Some of you guys have different names. So I think I know who One Frame Command Grab is. I think it's Reneg. I'm not sure. Black Phillip, man, yeah. But yeah, it was lit. I'm glad I kept it going here. Persip was good. Kill Kino Casino, Triple K was good. Iron was good. All the boys from the Raven Cast. Shouts out to the Raven Cast. Go follow them, subscribe to them. I plug this shit. Hold on. Let me plug that shit, boy. Go follow them. Here's the link to the episode if you missed it previously. Let me see. Here's a link to the previous part of the stream. The previous part of the stream was on Ravencast, so go follow them. There's a link to the episode right there. If you need something to watch and want to catch up, that's the beginning of the stream. About the first hour and a half or so. No, I'm good. What was that? Wake Me Up in Car, solo streams, let's guess. Charisma Black Holes. Who cares about Parlor? Tony Romo's Pizza. Cope and Sneed, boy. Obviously somebody does Tony Romo's Pizza. Because that was a pretty litty stream, boy. Sorry your internet tribe of Kino Casino that you built your identity around is being a little bit roasted here. But yeah, these guys are fucking faggots. Anyway, peace out everybody. Good night. I'll play this song before I go. I like the song. Yeah. Real gamer hours, boys. Big time gamers. Go to sleep. It's late. Go to bed. What are you still doing? Your bed's calling you. It's very comfortable and you want to sleep in it. Okay? Get your pillow. Get some more milk. You'll be alright.